Die Europäische Zentralbank legte den Referat.
This is the Opie and Anthony channel.
And now, a show the likes of which America's never seen. So appalling, so offensive, yet so entertaining.
It's not your normal show.
Beamed from satellites in space down to you every single day.
What planet are we living on?
It's the Opie and Anthony show with Opie.
We're experts and we already know this is going to be great radio, so shut the fuck up.
And Anthony.
I live in a big house, I make a lot of money, and I fuck attractive girls.
And little Jimmy.
I don't even like an R opening. It sounds like a little...
You dang open hand and don't listen to dang open.
Stop with that shit.
And now, here they are. Why am I introducing these buffoons? I'm William Shatner, goddammit.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah. Oh boy. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We got a sick radio show. We got one down, and I got this type of cough tickle thing. See, it does that. It makes me stop talking. Anthony's out today, and I'm right behind him. Who gets sick when it's 95 degrees out?
I know. It's probably from being indoor. Everybody has it. Comedians I know.
Everyone, right?
So many people. Oh, it's scratchy throats, lose. I told you, Lynn Coppolis walked in. She said, I'm losing my fucking voice. Everyone's losing their voice.
What do they just spray shit over the fucking city?
I don't know what it is. We all just touch each other.
But how? I don't know Lynn that well. I've seen her once. Why do we have the same fucking illness?
Probably me.
How weird is that? Oh, you're the carrier.
I'm ground zero.
You're ground zero.
For the monkey virus, I'm ground zero.
You brought it from the Comedy Cellar to the Opie and Anthony show. So, I'm going to be clearing my shit all morning long.
That's right. You sound like me every day. I'm always clearing my throat.
Well, that's a nervous habit, isn't it? Some nervous tick or something?
No, you'd think it was, but it's actually, it's part of what I eat or what I drink. It is literally...
milk?
Milk will do it.
You know the haters hate how I say milk?
How are you supposed to say it?
I guess it's supposed to be milk.
How do you say it?
Milk.
Oh, milk?
It's more of an E. I think it's one of those Long Island words that I never got over. I used to practice to get rid of my stupid Long Island accent, but I think oh God, and a few words, still slip in there. So it drives them nuts for some reason because I say milk.
Oh, I don't mind.
Thank you, Jim Norton.
You can say milk all you want
because you have a life. That's why you don't mind. That's why you don't mind because you have a life.
No, I'm too busy clearing my throat. That really is a thing. I think it's something I mean, maybe it's gluten or fucking wheat or whatever.
Right.
But I'll eat certain things and my voice is just like, I hate it.
You just want to clear it, right? You just want to get everything out.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's very satisfying to do.
Well, we were just talking about it. It was interesting.
Probably.
Oh, they hate how I say that too.
What?
Because I don't pronounce the T in interesting.
Say it again.
I know how to pronounce all these words. I just choose not to.
How are you saying it?
I say interesting. But I think that's more of a Long Island thing, too.
I don't even notice, man.
They're like, it's interesting, not
I didn't notice Aunt said finger until someone pointed it out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, finger. Now I can only hear finger.
And he struggles with that every time. It's hilarious. You see his brain, which is usually extremely quick. His whole brain shuts down because he knows he has to say finger.
Are you going today to see...
the movie?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a group project, so I think...
is anyone going?
I don't know.
The whole crew.
We're talking about that horror film.
What time is it? It's, what's it called? The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, right.
What
There's
time
a screening
is it
today?
Yeah.
7 or something?
No, I don't know if you'll see me at 7.
Why?
7 o'clock? I'm at home.
So?
How are you supposed to participate in the discussion?
You're right. You're right. If there's a discussion, I'll be there.
All right, then you should go.
All right.
Who's going?
I'll go.
If you go, I'm not going. That's obvious.
Well, we just don't get along socially. I mean, right. If you can set up 2 screenings at 7, then we'll both go.
Please, yes. Would Roland go?
Yeah, Roland has to go.
See, Kenny's the big get, but he's just not going to go. You don't like horror films, huh, Kenny?
What have you...
I think Kenny should have to go.
That's Kenny's... Oh, go ahead.
Nothing, because Kenny... I've never seen Kenny watch a horror movie.
Because that's Kenny's kryptonite. This big, tough fucking monster doesn't like horror movies.
I just thought of something funny.
Yeah.
You know how you guys were talking about clearing your throat?
Yeah.
You know how I clear my throat?
I know how I wish you did it.
I spit the cock out.
He's such a treat every morning, isn't he?
It really is a delight.
He's a delight for everyone.
I'm sure
he couldn't wait to say that.
I was waiting for that joke at 6 o'clock in the morning as they wake up.
Yeah. And here's the sad part of Kenny. He will now repeat that joke to every single person he sees at Sirius XM.
Yeah, they deserve it.
They do deserve that joke today.
Yes.
What's up with you in horror films?
They're not necessary.
I'm a pussy. I don't search them out myself, but
yeah, I'm not.
But I don't walk around life like a huge monster.
Yeah, I don't want the gory horror, scary movie.
Was it gory, Jimmy? Jimmy went and saw The Conjuring.
I went and saw it. I was not alone. I had the company of 2 young ladies.
Really?
Wow. A couple of young ladies.
Did you finally get to go to lunch?
We did go to lunch. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
That's all Jim Norton wants is to go to the lunch.
He hasn't been able to find that one lady to go to lunch.
It wasn't quite a romantic interlude.
No, why not?
Well,
who are these young ladies?
The young ladies might be interns at a certain radio company.
Come on.
Sam, why? Do you have a problem with this?
I never got a lunch in a movie screening when I was an intern.
But you got a job out of it.
What, you're saying these girls don't have a shot at that?
No, of course not.
Why? Because
they're perfect at what they do.
What, upping the mood?
Yes. They've made this place a very, very happy place.
Are they here today?
Oh yeah.
Can I? It was.
How did it come about that you went to the movie with the 2 interns, Jim Norton?
I was honestly going by myself, and Roland just told me I was at the gym, and he texted me and he said, "Oh yeah, the interns are going too." We didn't arrange it that way. It was literally just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
And
here they come.
Yeah, I didn't get to share a fancy meal with a celebrity like Jim Norton until years after I was working here.
Yes, but you got to share many with me.
Now we've shared many. Yes.
Yeah, maybe they should just do the whole show with us today.
What?
By the way, this shows you how comfortable the interns are. Instead of both taking the one mic, fucking Sydney's in Anthony's chair.
They just spread out.
Put his headphones on, Sid.
Yeah, why not?
What are you doing? You're here.
All right.
Sydney knows you. What are they going to do? Yell at me? I'll just sit down in Ant's seat. How do these buttons work?
Look at how Jackie sits in front of a mic.
Jackie's ready.
You're ready to broadcast, aren't you?
They're both very comfortable.
Yeah. So did Jim Norton give you the invite, or was it one of these things where you guys all just happened to go?
Roland invited us, but by the time when me and Sydney got there, our names weren't even on the list. So
Roland should get fired for
We
that.
just dropped Roland's name and said he invited us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine wasn't either. It was all under Roland. The guy goes, I came alone, and he goes, "Who at Warner Brothers do you know?" I'm like, "The Roland Campos."
But it works.
It did work.
I don't understand how all that works with him.
I don't understand how you've been in show business this long and your contact at Warner Brothers is Roland Campos.
Humiliating. You knew the guy wouldn't know me. But he was happy that some people from the show came, though.
Yeah.
The guy from Warner Brothers, he doesn't listen to the show. He's an old, but he's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, we're on the air." And he goes, "Oh, wow, it's good. Thanks so much." He was really nice. They were very nice there.
Very cool.
And they treated us.
Well, we're going to sell some tickets, I think, for this movie.
Why? Because the interns went?
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
We were the only ones who screamed. Yeah, in the entire movie, we're the only ones.
So
the entire movie.
You're kind of giving away the punchline because that's what Jimmy told me. He said you two were the only ones screaming.
And then we'd laugh after because we were the only ones.
Why wasn't anyone else screaming?
It was how many people were there? 25, 30, maybe 40?
Yeah.
Was it one of those tiny screening
Yeah.
rooms? Those things rule.
You know why nobody else was screaming? Because they're all media people that didn't bring their cute female interns with them. That's why nobody was screaming. Because Jeffrey Lyons doesn't have a little 20-year-old intern to bring with him.
No, but they are the ones, like, that reaction that they were giving the movie, it's like the movie company would spit on every other person in that room.
Right.
You're the ones that they wanted.
Do you really need a notepad for a horror movie?
Yeah, just writing that this shot didn't work for me.
Yeah, they're just writing notes about a horror movie. Maybe some, drama that's a little complicated, but not a horror movie. That's like a fucking carnival ride.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
There was certain, it was pretty scary. I mean, honestly.
The trailer was horrifying.
Yeah. And don't watch the trailer right before you go because it shows you a lot of the scary things. But even with that, it's still a lot of it. Every time they screamed, like, I literally felt like water was thrown on me. Like, not annoyance, but I was equally frightened of what I was seeing. I just don't scream during horror movies. I just kind of cave into myself and go, oh.
He did. He was leaning towards the other side, like, a little ball.
I was fucking... There were a couple of parts of it that were truly horrifying.
Was it a bit of a turn on that they were screaming?
No, but it was it was funny to me. I'm used to hearing that sound, believe me. But it was fun to watch. I realized, like, I haven't watched a horror movie with screaming girls in maybe my whole life. Never sat in a theater with two screaming girls watching. It was fun.
Right.
So that's the way you're supposed to enjoy the movie. And then
the guy in front of us did not find it fun.
No.
Why? He was pissed off that you were screaming at a horror movie.
He shushed us.
Yeah,
and I shushed him back.
Who was it?
He was some guy writing. He was like in the aisle seat, like he had a big sweaty
neck.
Oh. Yeah, it was terrible.
Down his neck.
And he was in the row in front of us, and I guess they screamed at something, but he didn't shush the scream. It was after, because then all of a sudden Jackie turned into a fucking black movie patron, and she's like, "Why is she doing that?"
Oh, God. It wasn't even that loud though. He goes,
in a screening room.
Yeah,
not in a movie theater.
Yeah, it was like going on 125th Street, and she starts, "Why is he going that way?" And then the guy was like, "Shh," and she shushed him back.
I hate to admit it, but I almost see it the other way with the guy.
Yeah.
You're siding with the guy.
Well, because these screening rooms are very serious.
Of course, the whole reason to go to a screening room is because you're watching the movie in peace, so you can review it.
Well, they only invite people to the screening room that really could sell tickets for them or write a nice review or whatever. So
it's all media people,
right?
And
then it's like 2 interns that are like, "Wow, free movie! Yay! Where's the popcorn?"
Yeah, what do you mean they don't have popcorn?
The accent.
No notepads. They just walk in.
No, it was good. I thought it was really good. It was scary.
Just Facebooking the whole time.
Yeah.
So they have something over their people. Look, I got to see The Conjuring.
Nicki Minaj ringtone goes off halfway through the movie. What the fuck is here?
Yeah, I kind of see it the other way.
Of course,
we didn't use our phones at all, though.
In my eyes, these interns can't do no wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I almost understand the shushing.
We did eavesdrop on that guy.
Yeah?
In the beginning, he wanted to be an actor. And I mean, he was talking to himself during this conversation, so me and Sydney just kind of listened.
What do you mean he was talking to himself?
Like his overall goal was to be, like, not a starring actor.
And he knew that.
Yeah, like he knew going into it.
Who was he talking to?
Himself. He was just kind of like, I'm here. And I don't know if he's talking to the guy in front of him, but he was kind of just projecting to who
doesn't matter who he's talking to.
Was he talking into a
device?
No.
I almost said tape recorder. Thank God. Well, now I did.
I couldn't.
Now I did. I know. That's why I stopped. I'm like, oh, they don't know what a tape recorder is. Jesus, a device. Thank you, Jimmy. I gotta update that. I always say tape recorder.
And what do you want to be, a character actor?
I don't know. He just said, he's like, I knew from the beginning I would never be a star. But you could tell he really wanted to be a star.
Who was he talking to?
I don't know.
He really wasn't talking to anything?
Swear to God, he really wasn't talking to anybody.
Holy.
He was like reading the pamphlet they gave you and kind of just like, oh, look at this guy. I could have been him.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Went on with the conversation to himself.
Weird.
Yeah.
Creepy.
So I don't really care that he shushed me.
How was Jimmy during the Conjuring?
I was upset he didn't scream at all.
No.
I mean, he looked scared.
I was frightened. I'd been macho though,
Obviously.
Just in case you had
in case the gals felt a little
get him out of there.
Yeah. I didn't know they were safe.
Except for one part, you did scream.
What did I make a noise?
On top of the.
Oh yeah.
Part,
I think. Did I make a noise? I didn't even mean to do it.
What kind of noise was it?
It wasn't really a scream. It was just like a gasp.
Oh,
like,
I did gasp at one. There was a couple that really. There was a few horrifying moments, and the people in front of us. There was the guy against the wall because we were like 6 seats deep, and he had a woman with him, and she didn't scream, but she was cowering against him. Like people were frightened, man. There was some terrifying moments in that film.
You guys like it?
Oh yeah. It was really scary, but it was good.
You like scary movies?
No.
I hate them.
No,
me neither. The last one I saw was the first Paranormal Activity, and I didn't want to go see a scary movie after that.
I like them.
I'm awful with scary movies.
I like the Scream
so
movies,
bad.
actually.
Yeah, those are those like kind of teeny bopper horror movies.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
I
like
enjoyed that for some reason, but I haven't seen The Ring, any of those.
That was scary. The first time I saw The Ring, I was alone. Keith Robinson got me a copy of it, and I watched it in my old apartment by myself. That's when we were off the air, and I was so fucking freaked out. I had to like leave the lights on in my apartment. That was the last Leave Your Lights On movie.
I had to sleep in my sister's bed for like a week. I was terrified.
It was frightening.
Really?
TV had to leave the room. I it was always going to pop on me.
The Conjuring got to all of us because we watched the trailer yesterday. Right before I went to bed last night, I actually prayed that I wouldn't have weird fucking dreams about the Conjuring.
Just based on the trailer?
Yeah, I said to myself, please, no. Don't wake me up in the middle of the night where I thought I saw or heard something. Not tonight.
That's when you know that it's like a good...
I was a little fucking nervous that I would have those weird dreams about,
yeah, when you
what
know
I saw.
It's a good scary movie, it's like you go and see it, and then you go about the rest of your day and forget about it, and then when you go to sleep, like the movie starts creeping back into your head, and you're like, oh my god.
Sydney did that
oh my
to
god.
me. I forgot about it all day, and then Sydney goes, oh yeah, I just remembered. I'm like, oh god, now I'm scared right before bed. I'm screwed.
Are you guys
She's going to attack me.
Are you guys good friends now?
Yeah, we tweet.
Will you be? You'll be friends after this experience?
I would say so.
I mean, she's in Florida though, and I'll be in New York. So
that's a no from Jackie. Well, we'd
no,
love
I'm just
to,
not
but
going to fly to Florida.
Sydney's all like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd love to, but there's a great distance between.
Yeah, this day and age, you just can't figure out how to keep in touch.
Lines of communication get broken.
Yeah, that's how it is.
When I was growing up, you had to write a letter. Now you can just fucking text each other.
I know.
Doesn't matter where you fucking live, Jackie.
Absolutely. Skype.
Right.
What got me was my ex and I had been texting, so I told her about the movie and how scary it was. And then before I went to bed, I looked at a text that she had sent, and it was something about, it was so scary. And I'm like, fuck. And I had to think of it again. And it's like weird. I get up to pee, where I'm like, I know I can't be uncomfortable because I'm 44 years old, but I still was like, like it's almost like you're talking shit to yourself,
right?
As you're going, like, what is there a fucking ghost here, shithead? Like that aggressive conversation you have, but you're really frightened.
But you couldn't even tell yourself it wasn't real because the movie was based on a true story. So you're like,
right.
Well, then what am I supposed to do? This is real.
Well, I think Hollywood came up with that shit just to make the people going to the movie more scared. I bet you it's loosely based on a true story. You know what I mean?
I'm going to read up on that.
As soon as you see it across the screen based on a true story, it freaks you out even more.
Well,
I don't even think that popped up.
In the beginning.
Paragraph.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
it was a paragraph about that.
Oh, see, you weren't paying attention.
I wasn't.
She's like, I'm not going to read those
I was reading. I didn't want to read that.
Stupid words.
Until the monsters pop out.
They give us like a whole book before it even started.
That's because you're in a special screening, so when you talk about the movie, you know what you're talking about.
That's because people write like newspaper articles and they need information.
Right,
Yeah.
so they want to make sure they know all the character names and all that, so it's all in front of them.
Yeah, it's not like people are going to go to like the movie theater and everybody gets a book about the Conjuring.
Yeah, that was a special thing that they gave. It was pretty scary, man. I fucking the story got me. There was, again, like I said, a couple of cheese dick horror things that they didn't do that they could have done, like that I kind of wanted them to do because I wanted that, and they just avoided it. I was like, oh, okay, they kind of had integrity,
right? And
there was like one or two moments that they could have probably made scarier, but they didn't go the fucking completely hack route. And there was a couple of just scary shit, man. I would absolutely recommend seeing it.
I think it's going to do great. When does it come out? This weekend?
Yeah, I think Friday. And the same, by the way, the same couple that this is based on.
Yeah.
Also are the couple who are the Amityville horror. That's supposed to be a true story too.
Right.
It's the same couple witch hunter, ghost hunter people.
Well, they're not the people like the George Lutz's name wasn't. I forget his wife's name. With
Lorraine
Lutz. Okay, they were the folks from Long Island. These guys are not them.
No, the
wait, what's the connection? The ghost hunters were.
We're also involved in the Amityville horror story. Yeah.
But they may
like
be
a prequel.
Yeah, it's like before Amityville. They make the joke at the end.
71, yeah.
We when I was in high school, we would go to the Amityville Horror House. We would get like drunk. We'd have, dare I say, some road sodas. We thought we'd be cool, and we're like, hey, let's go to the house tonight. And we go there at night, like around 11, 12. Fucking creepy as shit seeing that house.
Well, it's just that whatever the design of that barn.
But they got rid of that.
Is that gone?
Yeah, they finally sold. This is years ago now. They finally sold the house, and the new owner said, fuck that. We don't want people stopping in front of our house all night. So they redesigned the whole front of it.
Oh, they did?
So it doesn't look like the house from the movie.
The book was scary. I mean, when I was in school, everybody had read the book, and it was fucking frightening.
And I think what was it? The bar the guy went to after the murders?
I don't remember.
Was pretty much right on the corner.
Ronnie DeFeo.
Yeah.
Do you remember when that happened? I don't remember when the murders happened.
I don't know. I would have to say the 70s, right?
I want to say, I'm going to guess 74 is when all that went down. I don't know if 74 is the murders or when the actual haunting happened. I'm going to guess 74 is the murders.
I think it's the haunting.
Was it?
Because
from
this one was 71, so it would have had to been at least after, so the killings would have had to been before 71.
You learned all that without even reading the book.
I seen the Amityville horror movie with Ryan Reynolds. So beautiful.
Well, that was a remake. They redid the movie years ago.
What, Sam? She likes Ryan Reynolds.
I saw your face. Don't try it. You're trying.
Yeah, that was the movie was like maybe...
Nobody should be able to get away with...
so beautiful.
So beautiful in this studio.
It's Jackie, though. I mean, come on.
What year was the Ronnie DeFeo murders? I think he killed his whole family in the house.
Yeah, and then I think he went to the local bar, if I remember correctly.
Was he just a nut? He was just like
Of course.
Kook?
Yeah, he wasn't possessed or anything.
No. That was, by the way, a scary scene in the original movie, I think. How many movies were on the Amityville Horror? There was the remake she's talking about in the original.
They went way too far with the whole thing.
I think they did 3 sequels.
Oh my God.
But there was
something like that.
And then a remake.
And then
There was one that showed Ronnie walking through the house, and it was fucking terrifying. Because that really happened. What year was that, Sim?
74.
Wow, Jimmy nailed it.
It was when he was convicted of the killing.
When he was convicted. So he probably did it in
Jimmy.
But the conviction, who knows how long of a trial was it, Sam? It could have happened.
No, it was around 6:30 p.m. November 1974. He entered Henry's bar in Amityville, Long Island, and declared, "You got to help me." Yeah, it was November 13th, 74.
Okay.
That it happened.
And he was convicted when?
Right after that, I guess.
He probably just admitted it.
Said, fuck it. I did it.
Okay, he was found guilty a year later in 75.
That's it.
Yep.
Nowadays, man, you don't get all that happening in 1 year. It takes forever.
It was probably a bunch. I'm going to guess there was a lot of competency stuff because I think he was. They didn't know if they called him Bad Boy Ronnie for whatever reason. Like he was just crazy. They thought.
Yeah.
But I was known as boy most likely to come up with an accurate. Very good at that.
I can't get over that. Like this dude is there. It's his job to watch these movies and just review them.
Mm-hmm.
But he watches movies quietly, like a reviewer should. And when he shushes the girl, who he doesn't know why this young girl is there,
right?
Who's talking, she shushes him back.
I do.
Good for you.
Well, I didn't want to hear him anymore. I mean, I said one thing. I was interested. It was awesome. I mean, it's not like I was screaming. Why'd she go in there? I was like, oh, why'd she go in there?
Yeah, it wasn't distracting.
Like whispering to Sydney. Why would she?
You know what though? If you're a movie reviewer, maybe you're looking at the film way too closely.
Yeah.
So then you got these two girls that have no business being in there, but they're basically regular moviegoers. Wouldn't you pay close attention to what they're reacting to, and that would help your review?
It's like a director putting up with the test screen audience's opinion.
Right.
Well, what I think is they should have.
Yeah, but I would have added to my review that and these two broads were screaming throughout the whole fucking movie.
Somebody might.
I'd write it just like that too.
They might get mentioned in somebody's review that they were screaming, and
I hope so.
They may actually think that the movie companies planted you there. They were such screamers. They sounded like movie company plants.
Right. It was really bad. My throat hurt.
I had to take a sip of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fucking hollering up a storm. Christ.
A lot of stuff just popped out at you. I screamed at something I shouldn't have even, like a bird flying into a window. I freaked out. I was like, okay.
That's some good movie making, Sam. When they get you to scream for things that weren't the scary parts.
And only one guy shushed them, but every single reviewer in there is like, it's a fucking bird. Why are they still screaming?
They take their jobs a little too seriously.
That's true.
I don't know if that would bother people, though, to see a horror movie with people who are screaming. It didn't seem to affect anybody negatively. Like, I didn't see anybody looking back. There was one black guy behind us.
Right.
And I heard him kind of chuckling at something that you guys screamed at, but it didn't seem like anybody was annoyed at the yelling.
I used to go to the screenings with Patrice O'Neal. It was one of the things we did a lot together. And one of my favorite moments ever with Patrice O'Neal, it was Cloverfield.
I remember that.
Oh. Were you there too?
I was, yeah.
Okay, there wasn't many people in the theater. Were you there too, Sam?
I was.
Oh, okay. Who was the reviewer?
Jeffrey Lyons.
It was Jeffrey Lyons. He's a fucking stiff. So Patrice is like, just laughing out loud at ridiculous parts of the movie and just enjoying himself. And we're enjoying Patrice watching the movie, basically.
Because Patrice treated it like the girls treated it. He always treated it like he's just at the movie.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, I get to see this movie before anyone else.
Right.
That's how we looked at it. You're right.
Right.
So the credits roll on Cloverfield, and he basically said, skip it. Was that exactly what he said?
No, I think in my memory...
I don't want to get this wrong. I thought it was just skip it.
In my memory, the credits are rolling, and Patrice is just in his chair going, boo!
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. I knew it was better.
Yeah.
I knew it was better. I would be a horrible spokesperson for fucking Patrice O'Neal, as we try to keep his name alive. Yeah, because that's way funnier. Yeah, he's just going, boo, boo.
He had his big dumb hat on.
And Jeffrey Lyons just turns to Patrice so annoyed and goes, no one asked you. I was like, God, relax.
I felt the same way because I loved it. Everyone hated it but me. Everyone in the theater.
I liked it.
It was awful.
I
made me
loved it.
motion sickness.
That's what a lot of people felt. I loved it.
I got what they were going for, but they could have made it less shaky, still had that same effect, and I think that movie would have done really well because the story itself was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
what bothered a lot of people.
But they blew it with that shaky cam. Because I, too, got really fucking nauseous during that. I looked down so many times during that movie, I just couldn't handle it.
Did they ever show the creature
Yes.
either?
Yeah,
They did?
In a second, when T.J. Miller, who was the camera guy, was getting picked up and eaten, they showed him for a second.
Oh, yes.
It looked great,
And
too.
then it falls down.
And the helicopter
and kinda ends
shots.
there. Oh, yep.
Right. Yeah.
I think so, right?
They made a mistake.
Yeah, they missed a
with
little
that
bit.
shaky cam.
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I did too, man. I couldn't believe how much it felt like it's such an original movie.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Keegan and Utica. Keegan.
Yo.
Hi, Keegan.
What's up?
Hey, I heard someone mention Paranormal Activity, and you're talking about people screaming in theaters. I actually had this. The movie wasn't the best horror movie I've ever seen, but the experience is one that was like the absolute best. Halfway through, I'm like, oh man, I gotta piss, and they're just talking, so like I got time. I go out, go to the bathroom. I'm walking back. I'm not making this up. The door slams open to the theater. Large, sweating black woman is running out screaming, yelling, fuck that shit. Pushes me out of the way. And I'm like, all right. I'm walking back. People start jumping as I'm walking past them. I sit down. My wife looks at me and she's like, you fucking missed it. I'm like, missed what? The whole movie, everybody else knows exactly what just happened. I missed the big moment.
Right.
It's always weird when you piss during. I had to sneak out once during the film, and I tried to do it in a place when these guys are when there was. I don't think I really missed anything. I almost did, but it's hard when you got to piss during a horror film.
Right. Oh, that's funny, Keegan. Good
Fuck
job.
that shit.
Let's go to Canada and say hi to Jody Jacobs from Canada. What's up, Jody?
Jody. By the way, Jody was the pig's name in Amityville Horror.
Right on, how's it going, guys?
Hi, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
I just got a story here. Me and my fiance actually lived in this house for about a year. This was 3 years ago. And a bunch of fucking weird shit started happening through there, like lights and shit were coming on all hours of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And we had 3 kids. They were hearing children laughing upstairs. It got to the point where I actually had to fucking get up and search for fucking something that was actually there or wasn't there. And everything just went to fucking shit. We actually had to move out of there. We lived there roughly for about a year, so it was pretty fucking creepy shit, man. There was a lot of shit going on.
Like what? What else?
Well, fucking another thing was like downstairs, like the basement. Fucking nobody wanted to go in the fucking basement. This was like a low rental place, right? And we were having I would have nightmares of basements over there, and my fiance and the kids would fucking definitely not go down there. We'd hear footsteps, people sort of just fucking around, like laughing and talking, and it was all fucking whacked. This went on for roughly probably about the year that we stayed there for a year. It happened roughly for about 6 months, the last 6 months. My fiance never believed in any of that shit until that stuff started happening. And once that started happening, we had to fucking move out of there.
I don't know what to believe, but there's we could take 2 hours of stories easily.
I've become such a cynic with it.
I really don't know what to believe, but I mean, this guy. You were convinced there was some shit going on in that house, though.
No, I was definitely convinced, man. And I'm not one of those spiritual fucking guys who believe in, I'll have to actually see it before I actually believe it, and shit like that was fucking happening. And kids don't lie, man. The kids were fucking hearing shit here.
Yes, they do.
Well, these kids are like 3, 5, and 7, so it was definitely right off the fucking hook. I'm glad I was out of that fucking place, that's for sure. I wouldn't bullshit you guys. You guys are my favorite turds, that's for sure.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, Jody. Thank you, brother. My brother lived in an old house in Westchester, and he swears it was haunted. And he's a level-headed guy. He's one of the level-headed ones in my family. And the first time I went to see him, I was sleeping on a pull-out couch downstairs in the living room. And what a fucking asshole, but this is my family. Just as he's turning off the lights upstairs, he goes, "Oh, by the way, the house is haunted," and then turns the lights off for the night. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I just waited till the sun came up.
That's all it took?
Yeah. Because it was an old house to begin with, so it had a weird vibe to it.
And the creaky...
I'm not going to sit here and say I heard anything. No, I didn't hear anything. But him just saying that was like, great. So I had a shitty night's sleep.
Wow.
And I couldn't wait for the sun to come up. Couldn't wait. And then he told me stories that the toilets would flush on their own. And people have explained that could happen just if you have shitty plumbing. But he would talk about how doors would slam really hard in the middle of the night. And he was convinced there was some weird shit going on in that house.
Creepy.
What was the whispering? Look what she made me do. Look what they made me. Or she made me.
Or she was screaming.
What, in The Conjuring?
It was like, follow me. This is my hiding spot. And they're whispering, clap.
Look what she made me do. It was,
I can't even think about it. It freaks me out.
Yeah, that was what the whisper was. Look what she made me do.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
She made me do.
No.
Scary.
Yeah.
No.
And the clap was kind of creepy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some fucking very creepy, isolating moments.
Do we have us watching the Conjuring trailer, E-Rock?
Yes, we do.
I want to play that into the break. People enjoyed it yesterday. They thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
Us just watching the stupid trailer, and then Jimmy and the
Screaming.
Jimmy and the interns actually went and saw the movie yesterday. So let's say hi to Adam in Houston. Adam.
Hey guys.
Hi, Adam.
I don't want to be critical, but you guys are dangerously close to jumping the shark with this intern stuff. I always live my life by thinking about what would Patrice think, and I do not think Patrice would be overly happy with these white girl interns getting so much airtime.
I know you think that, sir, and you sound like a very mentally stable man, but you misread Patrice. Then I think you don't understand that he would have understood the enjoyment.
Way not to get us
of hearing female voices as opposed to male voices all the time. I think you're completely wrong, actually.
Yeah.
And you know what Patrice would have loved? The underlying current of every minute they're on the air. The boy intern is not.
Yeah. Of course.
Like that sort of antagonistic.
You really didn't know Patrice, Adam. He would totally get what we're doing with this.
And I know Patrice had a weird...
Because in the end, you idiot, it's a bit.
Yeah.
Well,
not to tear down a wall, but the whole fucking thing's a bit. Of course there's shitty interns like every other intern we've had.
But
they just look good.
Yeah, I don't know if it's...
Holy fuck, I think...
fully a bitch.
I have to disagree on that.
I didn't mean that, sorry.
What do you mean? You're apologizing.
Yeah, I didn't mean it. That guy just got me mad. I didn't mean any of that.
She's shushing movie reviewers. She's in movie screenings. You're apologizing. You're offering... Why don't we have them do the whole show today? I mean, there are no bits here, but...
No, Patrice would love these two because they're nice. If you were nice and you were just because you were a woman, he wasn't going to be ultra critical for no reason.
Right.
It was certain attitudes that he criticized and certain people who have entitlement. But you guys are just you're going along with it. You're having fun. There's a difference.
And you don't find it funny that they went to a special screening and they were just screaming the whole time? That's great.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he just left. I didn't hang up on him.
Slurping their soda.
No, there was no beverages allowed.
No, yeah, I can't. We couldn't even find the place to begin with. We had to call Roland.
Well, because they're like hidden. These screening rooms are in these buildings, and all of a sudden they open up to these amazing theaters that only like, I don't know, 25 fucking people could go to.
Yeah, the reason they're hidden is so people like Jackie and Sydney don't show up at them.
Yeah.
If you just show up and say, Roland, you're allowed in.
Apparently, yeah. We'll just do it from now on.
We should have like 500 listeners show up to the screening.
Yeah.
Roland? Roland sent us.
Good old Roland.
The fucking narcoleptic guy that works at Sirius. Creep.
He's well connected though. It amazes me to this day.
You guys got to go see it.
Yeah, maybe
you have
today.
to see it tonight, man.
Maybe we'll see it tonight.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, but now it's in a regular theater tonight, I think.
That's even better. I mean, even though we saw it where we saw it,
actually, that would be better, right?
I prefer to see it with
You should be
half.
sure to sit next to two 20-year-old girls so you get the full experience.
Yeah, or black people because they react properly to horror film.
Of course, they.
I feel like it'd be scarier in a bigger theater too. I mean, it was so small in that one. You're all close together.
Everyone would be like feeding off of each other's fear.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't. I feel like we would have screamed more if it was a bigger.
I don't know if that's possible, but we would have figured a way out.
Yeah. When else would you have screamed during the opening credits?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess the seats were probably too separated in the screening room for you two to clutch on to Jim in fear.
No, they were right next to each other. Everything was right there.
Not that I need validation, but I do want to go to another caller about the Patrice thing. Sean in Jersey, go ahead, Sean.
Opie, big time fan, long time listener, yada.
All right, thanks, Sean.
I think that caller was definitely wrong. This definitely would have been one of those mornings where Patrice would have brought up the power of vagina.
Exactly. Exactly. He would have totally got this. He would have been laughing in our faces and doing that point like, because he would know exactly what this was about.
Absolutely. We all miss him.
Oh God, I still can't listen to Patrice's comedy. To this day, I still can't do it. Thank you, Sean.
No problem.
All right, I want to get to that point where I could just fucking put on his CDs and just laugh instead of being like, fuck, way too early on this one, man. All right. Drive-in. Hold on, one more call. Jen in Boston. Jen.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, Jen.
We went to the drive-in in Milford, New Hampshire. We saw Despicable Me, so my kids were all excited. And the preview in between the movies was the friggin' Conjuring.
Why would they do that?
Absolutely. My kids were terrified.
Oh, good.
Of course they were horrified. Why would you do that?
We're in the middle of the fucking woods. And this movie, they were like just beside. They couldn't even deal with them.
Wait, this is a drive-in?
The drive-in.
How great would it be to see The Conjuring in a drive-in?
I went to that drive-in. Yeah, it's a cool old school drive-in in the Boston area in the suburbs.
Oh, you know where it is? The one she means?
I believe so. Yeah, because there's not many left, right, Jen?
No. There's one in Mendon, Mass, and then there's one in Milford, New Hampshire. And we were up in.
Oh, okay. I think I'm talking. I'm thinking of the one in Massachusetts. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
All
the
right.
one in New Hampshire.
Right.
I saw the trailer for The Conjuring when I saw The Purge. That made sense.
Right.
Despicable Me is the worst possible
Why would they
place.
do that?
But wait, when you watch him drive in now, is it the same type of hang speaker? There's got to be a better way.
I haven't gone in years.
They're still right next to you. They got the speakers, but you
But
can
that's
also,
for all right.
You can also change it to your car.
That's
you
for
can change
that's
the
for
station.
show because now they got it on your radio.
Oh, how does it sound?
Jackie's
Really
talking about
good.
the one outside
We
Rochester.
got 4 in Rochester.
I went to a few fucking drive-ins in the Rochester area. Yeah.
Drive-ins are awesome.
You have 4 drive-ins in Rochester?
Yeah, 45 minutes each direction.
They're the greatest, too. We used to go on just a boring night with a bunch of, dare I say, roach sodas.
We brought a grill one time, too.
Yeah,
Started
and they
grilling
don't
out
give a
right
fuck.
there. No.
They let you do whatever the hell you want in Rochester. They're not so fucking just, what's the word I'm looking for?
Uptight.
Yeah, uptight is absolutely the word. So we would set up a whole fucking, picnic.
Yeah.
Grill?
Blankets, grills, beers.
Yeah, we get about, 10 people to go. You get, a couple different cars.
But are they
and then-
popular?
Oh, yeah.
bunch of
They're
these
still
things?
really popular, yeah.
There was one when I was up there, which is way too long ago now, but there was a whole lawn in front of the fucking screen. So you parked your car and then you moved all your shit in front.
Had a little picnic, put out.
How'd you hear?
I don't remember anymore. I'm trying to think if they had speakers in that area or people just kind of cranked up their cars
There
in
might
the
even
front
be
row.
is there probably an iPhone app now that you could
all that, I'm
pick up
sure.
the audio or something?
yeah.
It's probably off by a half a second. It's always annoying.
Right.
I haven't gone to a drive-in. Last thing I remember seeing E.T. in the drive-in. We hopped the fence and went and saw E.T. That's how I saw E.T. for fun. I haven't been in fucking years.
My grandma had a house in Wading River. On the way home, we'd take the country road, and I think in Riverhead they had a drive-in, and we would always just get the glimpse of the fucking Disney movie as we're driving by on a hot summer night. It was the coolest thing ever. Like, holy fuck, there's a movie going on over there.
Yeah.
You would think you would think my parents would stop just once, and
yeah, it's like a glimmer of the movie.
that's
every
all
time.
I got. But for some weird reason, it's a great childhood memory for myself.
For a split second.
Yeah, but now I think about it, like, fuck my parents. Why didn't they go in?
Once.
Yeah, that movie was probably 50 cents. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of it as a lovely memory.
No.
I saw if the light was red, we got to see an extra minute of the movie.
Yeah, you drove past a fun place.
Right. You're right,
That's
Sam.
a terrible memory.
They took the country road to drive you past that
Probably
place
to
and
get
not
free
take
entertainment.
you.
Yeah, just to show you what bad boys don't get.
I love doing radio with these two.
What?
They're very observant, Sam.
They're just giggling.
They got follow-up questions and thoughts and
Good commentary.
Good commentary. They keep the story going. She added a lot there.
I understand, but there's never been a compliment given to a person in here. What are you
They're
doing?
just wonderful.
You have to pause to mention how great they are for conversation?
Yeah. And they still have the sign, I think, that says Riverhead Drive-In, but the thing is long gone. I think there's like a Home Depot back there or something. But you're right. Why the fuck did they never stop?
They just wanted to show you.
They wanted to get us home. We'd spent the weekends at Wading River, so it was time to fucking get home, I guess.
Do you have to? Can you buy tickets in advance for driving?
There's no drive-ins around here.
No, but I'm saying like up in New Hampshire or Rochester. I would love to go to one.
I don't
It's like a
think
regular
so.
movie
Yeah,
theater.
yeah, you just go there.
I bet you could.
Oh, Rocky
Fandango
Point.
it.
Hold on.
How do you know? You can't just drive up there and if it's sold out.
You could probably
It's never
Fandango
sold.
it.
It's never sold out.
No.
Never.
You should go to a drive-in.
I want to. I have a
know
nice,
what?
comfortable car just to relax.
Let me just get John on the phone. I fucked up that whole thing. It's actually the Rocky Point Drive-In. He's absolutely right. I was thinking Riverhead, but John, go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Opie? It's the Rocky Point one. My great-grandparents had a place in Rocky Point, a summer house. We used to go out there all the time. And then we'd stop on the way home. My father would take us in there, and we'd watch whatever movie. But that was great, Rocky Point, in those days,
What the fuck? Wait, but your parents stopped. My parents never stopped. Do you understand this?
That kind of stuff.
And we were going to Wading River, especially in the summer, easily 10 straight years. We didn't stop once on the way home. It wasn't one and done. We saw this Rocky Point drive-in over and over again.
You see how much better his pleasant childhood memory is than yours?
Fuck!
He got to watch the movie.
Yeah, man.
Hey, not only that, Opie had a great playground there, too.
I wouldn't know.
And I'd catch a glimpse of a movie as I drove by, okay?
And it used to be a one-lane road, and then they turned it into a two-laner. So the lights were stayed green longer, so then I really didn't get a glimpse of the damn thing.
No. Just a bunch of kids in there enjoying cartoons.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't they ever stop?
Headed home.
That was one of the last drive-ins, too, Opie, on Long Island.
Yeah, I think so. Wasn't there one in, this is too
There was
local.
one in Bayshore.
I'm going to say Comac.
There was Comac, there was Smithtown.
What about the conch?
Huh?
What about the conch? Everyone in the conch?
We used to go to Smithtown. We used to throw kids in the trunk and everything.
I think Smithtown was. I think we got a glimpse of that movie screen once as well. Yes.
Yeah,
but for some reason, they didn't think this would be a good
condominium.
family activity to go to a drive-in.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but it was a great time.
I wouldn't know. Well, I kind of know from the nice glimpse.
My dad.
Thanks, John.
My dad took me to a drive-in. I forget what we saw, but I remember that the late feature was The Sensuous Nurse starring Ursula Andress. And I wanted to stay and watch it. And he was like, "No, I'm not taking you to watch The Sensuous Nurse."
At a drive-in?
Yeah, I didn't know how inappropriate that would be for father and son to watch The Sensuous Nurse.
But you know what? You know how desperately he wanted to see that movie? But he was with you, like, fuck.
Yeah, he probably wanted to throw me in the trunk and then fucking whack his bag all over the thermos.
Well, you know what? You just set up the next phone call, because I was about to say this guy's bullshitting. But now after what you just said, I have to believe. Eric in Indy, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I live in Indiana, and until the early 80s, in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere, there was a Triple X drive-in theater. So growing up as a teenager, you would sneak by there and watch XXX movies on this huge screen.
Well, this movie.
Oh my
How did they do that outdoors?
Were you able to get a glimpse as you drove by?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was a huge screen. How could you not? There was a 6-foot fence, but you stood back 10 feet. There's just
Sam, we come from a way better time than you guys.
That used to be
I know
like-
you guys got youth, but we had some shit that went down when we were growing up.
And the Senseless Nurse, by the way, was rated R. It was not rated X. It was, the movie I'm talking about was rated R.
It was a hard R, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. They would show some things.
It was probably mild compared to a lot of. I've seen it since.
It's not mild if you're 13 years old.
Oh God, I want to crank to it.
Get you frothing.
Just the idea of there being any kind of titty on a drive-in screen is like amazing.
Right.
Oh yeah, there was.
Oh, that's huge.
And there was just Harry Bush everywhere.
There was Harry Bush everywhere.
Yeah.
But how great would that be if you're just driving like
It would
late at night
rule.
home and you catch a glimpse of a titty? Then that's a nice memory.
And didn't some of the drive-ins have it where you could tune your radio in so you could hear the audio from the movie instead of having to put the speaker on?
Well, we would kind of do that with. You're bringing up another memory. When we knew we were getting close to the Rocky Point Drive-In, we would tune it in so we get to hear, the movie for a couple miles. We'd only get to we would only get to see it at the red light, but we get to hear it for a couple miles.
Oof.
So like as you were approaching, you could hear what was going on.
Yes.
You're like, I can't wait to see this for a second.
Yes, and then we'd roll down the windows, and 6 of us in a tiny car would all poke our heads out, looking at the movie
God.
quickly.
That's a horrible.
Why did they ever
memory.
stop? This is really.
Did you ever ask?
I might have to go back to therapy. I got to figure this one out.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a great memory until we start talking about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm realizing it's just sick.
Had you never gone to? Maybe you went.
I
to
swear we
times.
never went, not once. And this Rocky Point Drive-In was, I don't know, like 20 minutes from Wading River.
That's like on some Orphan Annie shit.
That's weird, right?
Yeah. All the kids having fun inside. You could almost smell chocolate chip cookies when you're going by. Done for you.
I guess their thought process, we just had a great weekend at the beach house, and it was just time to get everyone fucking home.
Oh, it's the last thing they wanted to do was listen to you 6 in the back seat.
Right.
Well, they wanted to get home, yeah.
6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, actually.
Oh my God.
Sometimes 8 in that car.
Jesus.
That's all it was.
My made-up sister, Karen, that came and went. I had a made-up sister. But she had red hair, so it kind of made sense. She went from my my sister's best friend to my sister like within a weekend.
Your sister's best friend to your sister?
Like
so now this is our sister now, no longer your sister's best friend.
Yeah. And
So
she had
weird.
reddish hair, so it kind of worked.
I think the whole thing.
And even when we put our initials in the cement outside our house, we added her initial.
I thought you meant like an imaginary friend. Or something.
No, man.
A real person who just started being his sister.
We said a made-up sister.
That makes it a little weirder.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the whole thing with like your family bringing in kids at odd points, so you have these weird like pseudo siblings, is I've always thought that was very strange that your parents did that.
Yeah, they meant well, but then then Karen hated my mom, and one day just left, and I never saw her.
That's
again.
the pseudo sister.
Yeah.
What was
Never
the
saw
last
her
year you
again.
saw her? How
I guess like some of my siblings, got back in touch with her because of Facebook.
Oh.
20 some odd years later.
Are you curious?
Yeah, sure. She was around. She was around a couple of years, I think. One day she just had a boyfriend that packed up a pickup truck with her shit, and she said, "I'm out of here."
Oh, like Mickey and Mallory.
Right. And I'm just a kid. I'm like, "What do you mean you're out of here? You're my sister now." They told me you're my sister.
Oh, he's crying.
And then she said that she'd be back to visit or whatever, and we never saw her again.
Where'd she come from?
A broken home.
Oh.
Yeah, her father was getting remarried, and the new one actually said that it's her or me.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And the father said, "All right, it's you." So now her daughter needed a place to live.
That's a rough one.
And she was only a teenager. She was probably 14, 15 at the time. That was it.
Wow. Aww. Yeah, that'd be so weird to bring in, because it's almost like bringing in foster kids.
And then she would sneak cigarettes and you'd smell the cigarettes, smoke at night. Ooh. She was a bad girl.
She's a naughty one.
And she'd cough. She'd cough because you already had smoker's lung at 15, 16.
Yeah.
If I was your parents, taking in some girl who was there because her dad said he didn't want her anymore and she was still acting up.
Right.
I'd be so pissed. That's so ungrateful.
In general, I don't think she acted up. I mean,
smoking is acting up.
Most people know I had a mom that was a little unusual.
Yeah.
And, you know, this one's like, what? I don't have to deal with this.
Right.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, she don't need parents.
A strange way of enforcing the rules.
Yeah, it was kind of cool she didn't need parents. I
Yeah,
like
she
that.
don't need parents.
It was a little erotic.
Did you ever whack your bag?
No, to be honest, no.
But she's not really your sister, I guess.
I felt that it was a little erotic.
The independence.
And she walked
was
around
sexy.
our house like a little hippie.
Oh, I like that.
You know what that means, right? No bra. Yes. What? Sorry, Steve.
Did you watch her just tits jiggling? her not my sister tits jiggling.
But then they said it was my sister, so you know you got that confusion in your head, and then the red hair kind of brought it all together.
Oh, that probably fucked you up good. Just sexual thoughts of this person that they were insisting was your sister.
Yeah, yeah.
But the sexual thoughts wouldn't go away because in your brain, you know she's not your sister.
Right. I don't know.
She moved in when she was like 15. There's no way.
But we had to find a K to put her in the cement.
You did?
Yeah, all our fucking initials are in the cement, and they said, nope, we have to put the K in there.
And she still came home with cigarettes and took off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big red bush.
She'd open up her window so she could sneak a smoke.
Oh, my goodness. That does sound erotic.
It was nice.
That's right.
I think she was into the Allman Brothers. It was like, she was a hippie girl, man.
You think she had a gentleman from her class sneaking up that window?
No, that was my other sister. My real sister. Yeah, she had a boyfriend live in the attic. I've told all these stories.
Yeah, but that's not erotic because that's your real sister.
Right.
Oh, it goes back to the movie you guys saw. I thought my house was haunted. I'm gonna retell the story for the gals. And me and my brothers were all young, 12, 11, 10. We thought our house was haunted because we heard noises in the attic. It turns out that my sister's boyfriend got kicked out of the house, and so logically she thought it would be cool if he just lived in the attic. And she would sneak food up there for him.
How long did he live up there for?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe like a summer, I would guess.
Oh my God, that's a while.
No, it was more than a week.
Mom and Dad,
it was for a while.
I heard a ghost yelling, "I'm gonna come. Open your mouth."
And then I thought it was so cool. My sister, she's technically my half sister from my dad's first marriage, technically. So she was a bit older. She was 6.5 years older than me, and I started asking questions, and she let me in on the secret, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. She goes, "All right, I got to show you something." I'm like, "What?" And we went up to the attic, and there's the guy going, "Hi." Hi.
Just living in your attic.
I'm the ghost.
Oh, he had it all fucking figured out. He had a nice little fucking spread up there.
Your parents never knew?
Nah.
They never went up to the attic?
He plugged in a little electricity that he turned on. Little light.
Sucking up
Didn't
your
know
electric
their bill went up?
Yeah. Right. And then he had a little like cot/bed thing.
The weirdness of your childhood, like even the stuff that you thought was just regular, typical childhood stuff, was weird.
Yeah, that's why I want to write a book. I don't want to write a book about radio. I want to write a book about growing up. Because when I get with my brothers, the stories we remember together is like, holy fuck, I forgot about that.
Well, this didn't happen to people.
No, it was a crazy time. It made it fun, though.
How did he get in and out of the house?
There was a back door that led to the attic. It was perfect.
Oh.
It was
like
perfect.
A secret passage?
Oh, yeah, right up to the fucking attic.
Oh, that's insane.
Creepy old attic.
I can't
With
fathom.
windows, though.
Is there a ladder?
That's where all this haunting shit comes from, by the way. You know, you're just not in on the fucking...
Yeah.
No, I'm the guy living in your attic.
Right. So anyone else coming and going would go, holy fuck, this house is haunted. Because it was an old house to begin with, so you would hear the creaking.
I think very few people have mystery people living in their houses for seasons. For an entire summer. I don't think that happens very often. I think there are more cases of actual ghosts haunting houses than people living there for a full summer.
Well, then we brought in the colored girl.
Oh.
Well, my grandma called her the colored girl because she came from a different generation. It wasn't racist. She just didn't know any better.
Right. The worst nickname she could have had, let's be honest.
Yeah, and it would piss off my mom because my grandma was living with us for a while, too. And we had a colored girl renting a room where I think we might have just... Oh, no, that was the summer where we took in a fresh hair kid from the city.
What?
I'm trying to remember all the stories. And then
Were these just random kids, or you knew them?
Well, my town's very, like, Catholic. I was brought up pretty religious, and, like, it was the thing to do was to, kind of have a black kid around for a little while for the summer.
That was
so they can leave
That
the
was the
city
thing.
and enjoy the beaches and stuff.
Those are accessory for the summer.
Oh, so
I think it was called the Fresh Air Fund.
So you're living in like the Long Island suburbs, and like the thing that all the Catholics do is bring in some black kid from the city.
And then we went to the big, I think it was Camp Alvernia, and we had a big retreat there, and all the white families brought their black kid there to swim in the pool.
Gosh.
This is so
And in a weird way, everyone felt good about themselves that they were helping the hood.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
And these black kids don't realize they're just being used for social standings.
Yeah. And then we'd bring them to like the ocean and stuff, and they would be just amazed how cool the ocean was.
Everybody had a little.
I don't think that lasted long. I think that was only a couple weeks, maybe.
Everybody had a Gabby Douglas in their family.
Yeah. Yeah,
Everyone.
I can relate to the Gabby Douglas thing. But my no, I almost said something really bad.
Go ahead.
Our kid, let's just say, fucking didn't do the gymnastics like she did.
No.
She didn't do much of anything.
What?
That we were impressed with. Or she probably would have or she probably would have continued living with us. She had no special skills.
Oh, no pizzazz.
No pizzazz.
Your friends come over and say, "Opie, how come your black kid doesn't do any tricks?"
Yeah. What does yours do?
Yeah. I just remember as a kid realizing how weird it was. We went to Camp Alvernia. It was some weird religious retreat for the day or the weekend. And all the white families had their black. It was bring the black kid to the pool day or something.
That's so weird.
It was so strange to me. I'm like, what is this?
And it's like everybody feeling good about themselves,
Right.
thinking they're doing the right thing. But the racial undertones are just omnipresent.
They popped back on a bus. We never saw them again. I don't even know the girl's name.
You don't remember?
No. But it made
Color girl.
But it made the town feel good for a summer.
It's racist.
Is it racist?
I think so.
Why?
Because you're just like kind of finding a random black kid and using them. Like you're trying to show them a good time to make yourself feel better. Like, look what I did for this person.
That's
who's
sort of
less than me.
That's sort of what I felt that summer. Yeah, it was a little strange.
Yeah, I mean, it's like taking
Because
in
you
a
would call
stray
up other
cat.
families like, you got one? We got one.
Right.
Why don't we all get
Play
together?
date?
Yeah, it was like a play date. Because I don't know what to do with. I don't know what to do with these people. Maybe if we get them all together, they'll play amongst themselves.
Does yours eat its vegetables? No, mine neither.
They meant well, though.
They did. Their heart was in the right place.
No, then my parents started renting rooms, and my grandmas were living with us. As we left the house, there was a lot of empty rooms. So my mom, who was always obsessed with like money, thinking she was going to be on the street any day, started renting rooms to crazy fucking people. And the quote colored woman wasn't a crazy person. She was very normal. But my mom came home one day. My grandma goes, the colored girl came downstairs. She needs to ask you something. And my mom, really pissed off, goes, her name is, and I forgot what her name was.
Right.
Don't say that.
That's your actual grandma.
Yeah, and she wasn't racist at all. But I mean, if she was alive, she'd be 100 and, how old would she be now? 103. So
The era. Wow.
It was the era. Yeah.
It's not some old lady that just moved in and then you're like, no, this is your grandma now.
No,
Okay.
we knew her pretty
No,
well.
adopted grandma.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But really quickly,
Didn't
like,
have red hair.
But I felt bad for my younger brothers. I got, twin brothers that are 6 years younger than me, so they were still in the house when they started renting rooms, so they had to deal with these crazy people. And my brother Quinn befriended one of the guys, normal white guy, seemed normal on the outside, and he starts stealing everyone's shit, including Quinn's bike, to go get drugs.
Oh my God.
Which was a bummer for Quinn because he thought he had a real friendship with the guy.
And a bike.
And then there was the girl that OD'd in the woods. She was dead, and they brought her back to life. She was renting a room.
With you?
Yeah.
Who brought her back to life?
So you guys just rented rooms to drug addicts?
Well, my dad had a good heart.
Yeah, apparently.
He believed in people.
Yeah,
that was one of his faults.
Yeah.
He believed in people for real. He brought in Vietnam vets, so,
Didn't you say there was something about the spoons, too?
Oh, yeah. Well, there was another guy that would cook up his crack with the spoons I used to eat cereal with. That's a true story.
So you go down for cereal in the morning.
No, see, I was sort of gone,
Okay.
but I was coming and going, so I got a glimpse of it. But my brothers actually lived through this period.
But you'd come back to the house,
and I would go, "Hey, it's good to see everybody," and I'd go for a spoon, and I'm like, "Mom, why the fuck is the spoons burnt?"
There's scorch marks on the bottom of the
And she had
spoon.
no idea that's because the guy upstairs was cooking up his drugs.
She stopped there coming out of the dishwasher.
In my old
like
room,
that.
by the way. And then I'd go up there and there'd be burn marks on the rug and stuff. I'm like, I used to fucking, this is where I fucking had dreams.
Yeah, that's it for my childhood.
Right.
That's why all you have left is driving past a drive-in movie.
Holy fuck.
And a fake sister.
Yeah, and a fake sister.
So that guy was cooking up crack, and then we had the girl that OD'd in the woods. I think my brother saved her life. I would have to ask Brett. I think Brett was the one that knew something was amiss and went up into the woods and saw her, like, pretty much dead.
So you escaped a lot of it.
Huh?
You escaped a lot of it. Like, it seemed like it only got weirder after you left.
Yeah, I knew that at 18 would be a good year for me because I could fucking, move on and do my thing.
Well, you figure you make, like, your fake sister and get out of there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, it continued up until the last tenant that my parents had in the house. I told a story, and it did make the paper, if you don't believe me. So we had a tenant that my dad believed in. I think this was...
He believed in him.
I'm trying to remember if this was after my dad died. It was right around when my dad died, within a year. He left a suicide note in the house, and he decided to park his car at the Green Lawn train station. You can look this up, and fucking good night.
And your family's the one that has to deal with that.
Also, my mom, I think it was only my mom living in the house, and the cops showed up, knocking. Do you know so-and-so? Yeah. Well, he killed himself today at the Green Lawn train station.
He parked in front of a train?
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst thing.
Oh, he wanted out. And then the cops went up into his room that he was renting, and there was the suicide note. And then we had to deal with this family and that had to come down and get all his shit and stuff. He was in our house for years, this guy.
And how come his family...
For years.
Where was his family before?
I don't know.
And he couldn't live with them.
He really didn't have family come around. Yeah. He had issues, but my dad believed in him.
Your dad is just...
Was it a big house?
Good-natured man.
Yeah.
You thought it was a one-bedroom apartment?
We got a sofa. House. Nobody sits on the sofa. We can rent this out.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cot's still in the attic.
6 rooms.
Oh.
So, but I'm one of 7/8/ maybe 9. And
on the given week.
And when we left, they were empty rooms. So yeah, they started renting them out to get some pocket money. Man. I think that's most of the stories from the tenants. I think I'm missing out on a couple. I have to ask my brother.
Did you think your parents needed the money, or was it your mom's like
lonely, empty nest?
Or your mom just being crazy, going like, "Oh, I just we need to make sure that we have something."
Yeah, she's obsessed about money her whole life. She's obsessing about it right now somewhere.
My parents rented out a room, but it's just like to some dude named Dave. Like, he's not...
Dave's a good guy?
Yeah, he won't park in front of a train or anything.
I didn't think this guy would ever...
Check your spoons.
Right.
He has like his own shelf in the fridge. It's cool.
Ew, really? Fuck that. You gotta have Dave putting his fucking egg salad sandwich by your shit?
You know how much I would hate? If I came back from college and there was a Dave in my house?
Yeah.
Especially your bed.
Especially if you sensed that your father was submissive to him and then he was fucking banging your mom.
We go from there to there.
Yeah.
That was a weird transition.
But it makes sense.
I just remembered another one. Brett tells a really good story. We had another guy that was ridiculously paranoid, thought the government was watching him, and thought Brett was some kind of secret agent.
But your dad believed in him.
Dad believed in this guy, too. I forgot about this. And Brett had to constantly convince the guy that he's actually the son of my father, who was still living in the house. And the reason he went over there was to visit, and he wasn't, spying on him, okay? And Brett tells a story that he would do a lot of the fixing up around the house because my dad got older. And my brother was in the attic above this guy's room, this paranoid guy. And I'll just shorten the story because he makes it way better. There's so much more to it. But somehow he put his foot on the sheetrock, and his foot went through the fucking ceiling, sort of near the closet. He looks into the hole to see the paranoid guy looking up at him like, really, you're not spying on me? And Brett was never able to explain, look, I was just trying to fix something in the attic, and my foot went through the sheetrock.
I would have pretended like I was a secret agent, like send like secret facts and stuff to myself.
Yeah, all right, well, yeah.
Like play and do
what?
it. Like I would have just made him think I was an agent.
Oh, God.
Made him believe it.
That was unbelievable.
You don't need that in your home, though. That's something you fuck with people, but you don't fuck with somebody who lives in your house who's psychotic.
Then they turn it on you.
Yeah.
They invited problems into our house. It was crazy.
Because your dad believed in him.
Yeah, I'll write my brothers today and see if I'm missing out on some of the tenants. That'll be one chapter in the fucking book.
There's like 8 chapters right there.
Yeah.
You have a tenant each chapter.
All right.
The colored girl chapter.
Yeah.
That was just a quick one.
I don't know her name.
She didn't even talk. She just went, dude.
She was sassy. I liked her. She was all right, yeah. I think my dad liked her, too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I saw it in his eye.
She'd probably spank his ass a little when she walked by and no one was looking. She'd give his ass a little swat.
I think my dad might have had a little thing. Not an actual thing, but a thing.
Maybe a little thing.
I think he might have been daydreaming a little bit when she walked by.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Just think about that sweet chocolate syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Shaking her fucking black hiney around the house.
Oh, yeah.
All the Hughes men are entranced by the jiggling black hiney.
Oh, yeah.
She knew what she was doing walking up those stairs.
Yes.
She had
swiveling the hips.
She had some juice.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
She had a little thickness.
Well, I got brother-in-laws. We go to the Black Mall down there in Philly just to look at the juice.
Sure. You got to.
We make a whole thing out of it. He calls me up when I'm down there. Like, you want to go look at some juice? He calls it juice. And I go, yeah, let's go look at some juice. And then we just walk around the mall looking at black hindies.
Nice.
It's true. True story.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a nice bonding time.
Yeah.
God, you'll say anything when Anthony's not here. Got to fill up the time, so I might as well tell this shit. Anyway, the Conjuring
you couldn't actually tell that story when Anthony was here. He would object vehemently to it.
He would be so disappointed.
Yes, he would.
Yeah. He would be so bummed out.
Yeah. And yes, the Conjuring was very good. I recommend it.
All right.
Very frightening.
Well, we're going to play into break. Yesterday, we were looking at the trailer that started this whole phenomenon, the Conjuring phenomenon that led to Jimmy and the interns going to the screening yesterday. We were just watching the trailer, and people thought this was hilarious, how we were losing our minds. So I think we'll replay it into break. E-Rock.
Sure.
I want to thank the interns. Thank you. Maybe we'll have you back in. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Throughout that break, Dennis Falcone wanted to come in here and tell a drive-in story, and I fucking gave him the old "see you later, buddy."
Well, what was the drive-in story he wanted?
Just wanted to say
I think it's so. I think we should save it for after the break. It's so good.
Once we've moved on. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, I think Dennis Falcone needs to tell his drive-in story after the break.
I remember I would go to the drive-in and people would behave.
We need to make sure we clear the field for Denny.
And that it's obvious why you've never been on radio full-time voice.
Yeah. It's just, you know what he told me?
It's lacking a little something.
It's depressing.
Right.
He told me, because he's heard us say that before, and he knows that his voice he just doesn't have a strong voice. But he said it's all he's ever wanted is to have a radio voice. And he says to this day, he's in the car. When he drives anywhere, he's talking up every song.
Still?
He practices his boss jock voice daily.
Yeah, that's like me fucking practicing my jumper. It's not gonna happen. Accept it. You have your own voice. Be your own voice. You don't need a big radio voice.
Now this is way too inside, but fuck it. When I was living in Buffalo doing radio, I still came from the old days of radio where it mattered if you had a good voice. Mm-hmm. And then people said fuck it, including myself, and said, look, just get stupid on the radio and hopefully it'll work, because you don't have the actual radio voice. Had a horrible Long Island accent, but I worked with a guy up in Buffalo. His name was, I think it was Garth Hemp. You can look him up. And he would smoke cigarettes without filters, and he would drink bourbon. And the sole reason was to fuck up his voice, get it all deep and scratchy, like mine is today, because I got a throat thing happening. He would purposely do that.
It's great. Garth Hemp wants to give up his fucking lungs and liver. I wonder who knew how to fucking backsell a shitty song.
Yeah, that's him, all right.
He's going by his real name now, Garth Kemp.
Let me see him.
Oh, it is Kemp.
He changed. No, it says on a message board that he did. He used to call himself Garth Hemp.
Oh, okay.
It's cooler.
Because it's cooler. Yeah, hemp.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
That was him.
Doobies.
He did not belong in Buffalo at the time. He's got to be in L.A. or something, right? He was kind of an L.A. West Coast type of guy that...
Yeah. He's on ABC7 in L.A. That's a great job.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
He did all right. He came into Buffalo to do mornings, and he would that was the tip he gave me. I was just a young kid. He's like, yeah, you should start drinking bourbon and smoke cigarettes without filters to get a voice like mine. And he did have the voice.
Yeah.
Do you have any clips of him? And he was the one that coined the phrase Buffalo Betty.
Really?
Yeah, that I love to this day. I love calling Buffalo girls Buffalo Betties. And what that meant back then, you had no clue if a girl had a nice body, because up in the Buffalo area in those horrible winters, they just would wear these oversized Buffalo Bills sweatshirts.
I have a couple.
He's the weatherman.
He's the weather guy.
Yeah.
Let me hear Garth.
Earlier in the day, big delays happening that were going on in the Dallas.
Man.
About a 3-hour delay through Dallas, Texas, due to heavy weather moving through that area. But for the West Coast, things look real nice.
It's all bourbon and unfiltered cigarettes, huh?
Does he have the voice or what?
Yeah.
Christmas Eve tonight.
What Denny wouldn't do for that voice.
He doesn't drink bourbon.
See, now he knows how to get it, though.
Yeah.
Costa Mesa, 47.
And not too late.
He would tell all the young guys like myself, you know, he would try to turn us on to cancer.
Yeah.
That was his whole tip.
And alcoholism,
Because when you're coming up,
cirrhosis of the liver and cancer.
yeah, when you were coming up, you'd try to get some tips from the older guys, and that was his. Then I heard Brother Weeze, and then I was like, all right, I don't need the fucking cigarettes and the bourbon. Just be stupid. People will enjoy it. Not that Brother Weeze is stupid.
No, his voice is just
horrible.
Oh my god.
Brother Weeze has the worst voice in radio, and he's a hero to me. Because he just fucking...
He is.
He's just himself on the radio.
Kick ass.
All right, we're babbling now.
We got to clear the field for Denny's big drive-in
Yeah,
story.
it's gonna be a fucking gem. Some innocence that happened. And I remember one time we would bring punch that had a little bit of liquor in it.
Well, no, Jim, we wouldn't do that.
Really? You ever get your ass eaten? No.
No.
Oof. Boo. Boo. Good-natured story.
Yeah. I have a good ass-eating story. Maybe later, though, Sam.
Say it in front of Denny.
Not in front of the ladies.
Let's watch him sweat.
Why?
Yeah,
they can
say it in
handle
front
it.
of them.
Not in front of the interns.
They're radio people now. They get it.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Ultimate Warrior says hello.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that what you
I
went
saw
to?
that you tweeted that.
I interviewed him yesterday.
Did you fucking bring audio to the show, or did you ask O&A questions?
No, I didn't ask O&A questions.
Why? We want him on the show badly.
I know. He remembered when I was calling him, because we got his phone number, and I was leaving him voicemails trying to get him on the show.
Right.
And he goes, I remember you guys. I said, oh, I'm not going to do Opie and Anthony. Those guys will tear me apart.
But he's a brave guy.
Not
He
that
comes
brave.
across as a tough guy. He
No.
can handle us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I
on
bet
his
he
side,
totally-
too, in the whole Hulk Hogan fight. Although he's the only one fighting that fight, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, he says, I mean, you can... I got the interview, but it's wrestling questions.
Nah.
Yeah, what'd you ask him?
I can tell you, Chip.
Where do they go for the interview, though? You should get a nice little plug-in.
Not Sam on YouTube.
Okay. If you want to hear the Ultimate Warrior. You should ask one question that we could have played on our show.
You could play it on your show.
Nah, people don't really like wrestling.
I don't know. I got like 13,000 hits in 12 hours.
That's one guy.
Did you really?
It's really obsessed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you ought to fucking run the SiriusXM site.
Yeah. I'm killing them.
Wait, 13,000 one day?
In 12 hours.
Oh, no, that means it's way higher than that. You know how that
Hopefully.
works, right? No, that's not a real number.
Sick.
It's probably well over 20, that means.
Nice.
I'm serious. You watched that counter jump up today.
My Colin Quinn video got 1,600.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Why?
I don't know, because, you know.
He's a big star.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play us looking at the Conjuring trailer yesterday. People thought this was funny, according to Twitter, funny. So hopefully it is. We'll replay it here. Denny's going to come back and tell us his drive-in story.
Yeah, I know the story.
Yeah?
Yeah. He got his pecker stuck in the fucking cigarette lighter. Fuck.
Jeff Bridges comes in at 8:15 today as well, so hit it, E-Rock.
Want to see this Conjuring thing?
Yeah.
This is from the scary part.
Oh, it's a Conjuring?
It's a true story from the 70s about two people that are like paranormal witch hunter type people that go into houses and stuff like that.
Look how nice, like they wash the color out and everything.
Yeah.
It just looks scary.
Right.
Because it's a true story, and it's horrifying, they say.
Let me see it,
Jesus.
Sam. I'll kiss you.
The Conjuring.
Don't kiss me.
What is it?
Fuck you,
Dad.
you cocksucker!
Stop.
Jesus Christ!
It takes a toll on her. A little piece each time.
You
Oh my
have
God.
a lot of spirits in here, but there's the one that I'm most worried about because it is so hateful.
It's me.
Creepy kid.
Fuck! Get out of here.
Why
This
would you
thing has
put yourself
latched
through
itself
this?
to your family.
I don't like never seen nothing like this.
You hate this?
I don't like this.
I'm coming with you.
No way. I can't lose you.
There's
The lady in a dirty nightgown that I see in my dreams. She's standing in front of my mom's bed. Do you want to see him?
Yeah.
When the music stops, you see him in the mirror standing behind you.
Look what she made me do.
Oh my God.
Jesus! No! I don't like this! I hate this shit!
Oh my God!
I don't like it!
I hate this.
I just have a little screen.
Whoa.
See it.
My
No,
arm
I
hair
don't-
is standing up.
Yeah, no, I got the.
That
no,
was so
fuck
scary.
that.
Yeah,
That
this
was
is
so
really scary.
Well, duh.
My arm
Did you hear
hair.
our reactions? We're grown men.
The whole show should go.
I'm a father of two, for Christ's
Kenny
sake.
has to go.
I
Yes.
guess have a screening for all of us after
Oh
the
yes.
show.
Someone's saying we got to see the first trailer for the Conjuring.
Oh man, I already
Is there
got. I finally got wound
Was there another
down.
trailer?
Here's the teaser.
Oh, it's just teaser.
That was the main trailer.
I get
now.
my own room.
Oh, you kidding me? You're the young
Oh, that's on the room.
It's. Oh no, the mic's in the way.
2, 3, 4, 9, 10.
All right. Zombies.
First class.
Nice song. What could possibly be wrong with this movie?
Oh no. Oh no.
Just the fun and free 70s.
She's
Innocent.
blindfolded, feeling around the room. Oh fuck.
The door opened up in the room.
That's pretty creepy.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna get you now.
She's blindfolded.
There's clapping in the closet.
She's feeling around in the closet. She's blindfolded. Pulls the blindfold off.
Blindfolded off. I win. I was in Christine
Oh,
and Nancy's
shit.
room.
All right. All right. Nothing
There's
happened.
no one in the closet.
That's pretty
Closed.
creepy.
Then how did somebody clap?
Fucking mirrors in these movies. God damn it.
I hate mirrors.
Girls, it's way past your bedtime.
Oh, she heard a noise.
Oh boy. She's going to investigate.
The girls are asleep. What's
Yeah.
making the noise?
Fuck Wad.
Oh man. All the
falling
pictures
down.
just fell off the wall.
She's walking around
Don't
the
go
house
there.
now.
Don't go there.
We don't need you to investigate, ma'am.
Oh no.
Oh my god, why is she doing this? Don't go down there.
You'd never go down the basement.
Oh my god, don't ever go down.
All right. There's just a lot of things covered up.
Who's ever down there? I'm gonna lock you in now.
Oh,
Good
that-
thinking. Oh shit! The door hit her in the face.
She's down in the basement by herself?
Yes, with the
scary.
light off.
Oh, she's got a match, though. That's cool.
Is she alone?
Yeah.
But the match can't see too far, but she's going to try anyway.
This
She's
bitch is
reaching
gonna burn
forward.
her finger.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. We gotta set up a screen.
Get
Get the fuck out of here.
No, no.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
I
don't like that.
You guys gotta go. You guys would be way worse than Jim at these screens.
We're shock jocks, Sam Roberts.
I can't.
Fuck
With the
that.
fucking hair on my arms and around my soft penis is standing up.
That was so fucking scary.
If we set up a screening for tomorrow or Wednesday, can you two commit to it?
Fuck that.
Dude, that's that shit. They fucking do it right. When you get people that can make a movie like that and do it right like that, it's so... You don't know where it's coming from. You spend the whole movie going, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, is that scary?
You think there's some downtime where it's just some nice dialogue?
But then you don't know if, like, the next second, so you can't ever...
Is there another great groovy 60s song in there?
That's like Paranormal Activity, when there's just conversations going on in the kitchen, and you're just sitting there waiting for all the kitchen drawers to open.
Yeah, you're not even,
it's coming.
You're not even listening to the
it's
conversation.
right.
You're just looking around like, all right, where's it coming from?
Yes.
See, the thing, the funny part is, like, they'll cut. All right, we got to redo that. There was a problem with the match. So whoever's hands they were is like, I'm going to run to craft services and grab fucking...
I know.
I'm going to grab a turkey sandwich with the clapping in the dark hands. Those hands were wiping an asshole an hour before.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony. Continues.
Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said that's the place to be, and how I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me. It was 2 kids and I was into AM rock, but I just had to run around.
You know this one?
Fucking phenomenal. WOLD by Harry Chapin. I love it.
I forgot you're a big Harry fan.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
I am the morning DJ.
Oh, yeah, I know this. Sure.
WOLD.
He was a genius, this guy. He's great.
Playing all the hits for you.
Is this Denny's walk-on music? He wishes he was the morning DJ.
This should be his walk-on music.
Let's make this his walk-on music.
Because
remember when we used to do walk-on music for everybody?
Yeah, we should do that again.
Yeah, this is Denny's song. This is his dream right here.
Yeah, this is about this legendary DJ that Denny never was.
That Denny never was. I feel bad for Denny.
This is about a DJ who just kind of does these little gigs locally, and he winds up in these shitty places. And then he gets cut because for this drinking, and he comes back, and his fucking ex-wife is hooked up with someone else. Great.
It's a great song, huh?
Yeah.
Good storyteller, this Harry Chapin.
Brilliant, man.
Don't want to go out on a limb or anything, but I think he was a good storyteller.
I've watched this sessions thing he did where he sang all this stuff live in front of a small crowd. And I don't know if it was BBC or what it was, but it was fucking amazing to watch him sing live. He was so good.
I found his stuff kind of depressing.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, he captures that weird, that sadness and that loneliness, but he captures it well, not in a cheesy way.
And you like going down to that level?
I love it.
With music sometimes?
Sure. If it feels genuine. If it feels real and...
Right.
Like if he tells a good story, which he does.
I should listen to more of his stuff.
Like you feel for this guy, this fucking lonely radio guy, like ugh. Like you see this guy's story and it's just shitty.
Saw a lot of those guys over the years.
Yeah.
And you do feel bad.
Oh my God, dude. Every radio guy in the country who's heard this must love this song.
Yeah. Because they had way more passion for what they were doing than the people they worked for. Yeah. Always.
Bounce around the country.
Right. You know, it brings up what I was doing last night. I saw the Johnny Carson documentary, Thanks to Anthony, on Netflix. Fuck, it was good, man. And Johnny Carson's talking about the same shit we talk about today, meaning... Like, he was frustrated by the network because they were fucking around with his material, and he had to bump heads with the executives, and he thought that was just complete nonsense, that they should just let him do his fucking thing. I'm like, wow, even Johnny Carson had to deal with that shit?
Was that what that
was? On a much lower level, obviously, but then you see a guy like Carson had to deal with it?
And they show his mother, right? That's the one they hit with the interviewer. Yeah.
What a, I don't like saying the word, Sam, but... Johnny Carson's mom was...
Go ahead.
Oh, my.
I'll say it like that. Makes it easier. She was brutal.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson was at the, top of his career, basically, and I think it was, I think they said it was Time Magazine. Sat down with Johnny Carson's mom to to do this article. I guess it was on Johnny Carson, but they went down there to, I think she was still in Nebraska, and she watched Johnny Carson's monologue in front of a Time magazine reporter. And after it was over, she got up and said, "Oh, that wasn't very funny."
Just a fucking narcissist, awful bitch. Awful.
Holy shit!
Yeah, just hateable. A hateable narcissist.
There's
woman.
enough people out there that'll hate you, but coming from your own fucking family and friends, what
in front
the
of that
fuck?
reporter?
And maybe if that was her true, thought on the thing, you don't blow up your son's spot.
Nah, she sucked. His mother sucked.
But then it was kind of interesting because when she died, I guess they found a box in her house that was filled with all of Johnny Carson's press clippings and stuff. Every single magazine he was in. And
she saved it.
She saved everything, and that they hinted that made Johnny feel a lot better about the the relationship he had with her.
Wow.
In a way, like, oh, see, she really did care and was and was happy and had pride and all that. And then supposedly Johnny Carson kept that box in his closet right up until he died.
I would love to. It's interesting. You don't hear about Johnny Carson giving a shit about anybody. So the fact that somebody was kind of had his number. I guess that was his mother was the one for him. Everyone's got that one person.
The documentary was terrific. And
Yeah,
then he's explaining the joke. And he basically says the same shit we've heard a million times on our show, where you break down a joke and really get into it. You're offending someone every single fucking time.
Yeah,
the same shit that we're dealing with today. He got it. Obviously, I mean, he was the king.
I want to see that again.
Deservingly so.
I want to see that again. That was a great special, a great documentary.
His example was divorce. You tell a joke about divorce. But you could do it with any other topic that's going on today. And he's like, you break it down, man. Divorce is not a good topic. People are hurt. There's alcoholism, there's cheating, there's kids that are hurt. But the joke itself is funny.
Yeah.
Period. Denny.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
There's your walk-on music.
Nice
You
song.
like this one, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, Harry died on the LIE on his way to a concert.
Yeah, no.
Eisenhower Park.
He ate the fucking steering wheel. We all know. We decided not to mention that part of the legacy.
Oh, okay.
Where he burned alive on the LIE. We all know.
I didn't get into it that deep as you did. I just said he lost his life.
I think he hit a tanker truck. It was not pretty.
On his way to a concert, huh?
Yeah.
What exit?
I don't know what exit, but it was on the LIE.
You should know that, Denny.
I don't remember.
You should know what exit
he was
that
heading
is.
west to Eisenhower Park for a concert.
But you should go real local and go, that exit that we've all passed a million times?
We're
That happened
national.
right there.
I don't have to be as local.
No, we're national. You're not.
We're multinational.
You're national
I work for
sometimes.
the same company as you do.
You're national sometimes.
I work for the same company.
Somebody's sick.
What?
Somebody's sick.
We love you, Denny.
I know you do.
You need the big break.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Even though your voice,
very happy.
Even though your voice is
Very
like
happy.
the voice is a little soft.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I worked with a guy once who.
Could you relate to the Garth Hemp story I told? The old school guys?
I did. I worked with a guy by the name of Dave Weiner. I'll never forget. He was a newsman. And this guy would smoke like because you remember back in the day you could smoke in the radio station.
Right.
And he always had a cigarette.
And the reason was because he was working on his voice.
I wanted to get a deep voice, and he would always smoke.
Right.
And just, I smoked back then. Didn't help.
You tried it?
Now?
No, I just smoked before that.
Huh.
He did. He went to Florida. He was down in Florida. I don't know if he's still in the business. Maybe he died of cancer. I don't know. But he smoked like crazy. This guy, because you could smoke in a radio station back then.
Right.
And look, I remember working with this other guy. He was a Jehovah's Witness, and the story is the way I found out about it is we were doing a Mother's Day thing.
You're hurting your voice right now.
And I said, John.
Well, hold on.
Well, I'll tell you.
Hold on. We're going to get to your story.
Okay.
But you're hurting your voice.
I'm not hurting my voice. I'm just
Use your
talking.
regular voice.
I'm
Because you're
just
really
talking.
trying to.
No, I'm not. I'm just
really
speaking.
working the vocal cords.
No, I'm just speaking regularly. And the thing is,
Sam, is he? No. All right, thank you.
I'm speaking with my headphones on, so I can
with
hear
my
what-
headphones on.
You can see the way the muscles
yes,
are
the
contracting
muscles
in his
are.
throat.
You're like,
That's why a lot of guys would stand up,
all right,
so you could project a little better.
Speak from the diaphragm.
Wait, who is the guy that moved to Florida?
Dave Weiner.
You fucking fell for it.
Fuck yeah, big pecker.
Anyway, all right.
Very immature.
And I told this guy once.
Did
I
you start
said,
over?
I would sell my soul to
No,
the
I'm
devil
serious.
for
I'm
a
serious.
great
Start over
voice.
because I forgot.
I forgot what.
The whole story.
The story is the guy was a Jehovah's Witness, and he was very religious. I didn't know anything about that religion at the time, and we were doing something on the air, and I said something about, hey, what are you getting your mom for Mother's Day this year? And he just clipped the mic and walked away. And I walked in the newsroom. I said, why did you do that? And he goes, well, I honor my mother every day. Because I guess he didn't celebrate holidays
what a
or something.
jerk off.
He just let me hanging there. So I said, well, why'd you do that? And, he just said he honored his mom every day. I said, which is, okay, that's very nice. And I said, you know what? I said, one day, if the devil walked through the door, I would sell my soul to the devil for a great radio voice.
You would?
I would.
So wait.
He was mad at me. He was yelling at me.
He's an asshole.
But was this on the air?
No, it was
See, that was the...
You didn't do things like that back then. You didn't do things like that. You just didn't. It was,
no, but as soon as you started doing those things,
should have opened the mic.
You went to the top of the fucking,
Well, yeah, it was a different time.
As soon as you started talking about that stuff, that's when people started paying attention. Went, oh fuck, these, now it's worth listening to these guys instead of a dumb weather and traffic break.
But if you're not going
10
to a music
seconds on the
station,
Doobie Brothers before Black Water starts, who cares? But then you started talking about how much of a dick that guy was. People want to listen to that.
I didn't say that. I just, disagreed with him.
He was a dick, Denny. We're on your side.
He left you hanging on the air because he honors his mother every day. He's a shithead.
Said, okay.
He was a dick. He should have kept those mics on.
Yeah, you should say, why don't you honor your broadcast colleague?
Yeah,
that's right.
He was a self-righteous shithead.
I said, it's part of the show. Just go along with it. That's all. Just say, whatever. I'm taking
the fact that you had to say that to him should have made you want to spit on him.
Yeah.
That guy sucked.
Yeah, we're on your side, Denny.
Yeah, where's his sense of show business?
Exactly.
I honor my mother every day. Do ya?
He got mad at that?
Yeah.
That was...
Because I guess he didn't celebrate the holiday.
How did he honor his mother every day?
I bet you he didn't
honor his... Yeah.
Just walked out.
I guarantee he didn't honor his mother every day.
He wanted to save some money and buy her a gift, I guess.
Which guy is this, by the way?
Was it Dave Weeder?
No, it was Johnny D.
Johnny D.
Johnny D.
There's a lot of Johnny D's out there.
Oh, yeah.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Hey, this guy knows what exit Harry Chapin died on. See, we go local here.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, Tony, what's up, buddy? From Brooklyn, I know you.
Harry Chapin was exit 40 on the LIE.
Okay.
Where's exit 40? Which one is that now? Help me out.
Jericho Turnpike, around there?
The Conch?
No, that's Conch is further east.
No. He's on the LIE, exit 40, right by, where it comes off 25. Yeah, right by Jericho Turnpike.
Okay,
And he got hit by some truck. I think he was having a heart attack, and he passed away. I don't know. And then his wife got like $12 million in a lawsuit from that.
Why?
Wow.
Oh, from the accident itself. I got you. Do they mark the spot where Harry Chapin died? Like the rest of the roadside memorials we all are lucky enough to see as we drive around?
I think that was like 35 years ago. Although, I live in Huntington, actually.
Nice.
And, we lived parallel lives, lived in Buffalo, too. My mother and I went saw his grave and sang Cats in the Cradle. Kind of cheesy, but what the hell.
Whoa. You and your mother stood there.
You can't just quickly... Hold on.
Do.
Hold on. Jimmy's got this. Go ahead, Jimmy.
You and your mother went to see Harry Chapin's grave, and the two of you stood there and sang Cats in the Cradle?
What can I say? My mother's 67. She loved Harry Chapin.
Good for her.
We'll go along.
All I'm thinking of is how great it would be if the sky opened and then fucking anvil fell on both of you while you were doing that.
How douchey was that moment, Tony? You got to be honest.
It was very douchey.
Okay.
You know what? She, something she wanted to do. I grew up in Buffalo, live in Huntington now. And
neither of those things is pertinent to the story as to why you sang Cats in the Cradle.
I
with your
bet you
mom.
didn't get through the whole song because you didn't remember the words. She didn't remember the words, and now it's awkward, and now you're kind of humming part of it.
Where they were crying.
Right. Cradle and the silver spoon. When you're coming home, son. Oh, dancing.
Who was the hair band who did the song?
That was Ugly Kid Joe.
Yep.
Okay.
I would have played that version myself.
I prefer Harry's. Harry was so good. Johnny Cash did a great version of this.
Really?
Great cover. It's faster, it's not sad.
Really? Why don't we play that sometime today there, E-Rock?
Jeff is... Denny, thanks for coming in. Jeff Bridges on his way up.
Okay.
Godspeed.
Yeah, we'll go back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
All right, Tony. Great story. Harry Chapin singing Cats in the Cradle at his grave. That's...
Yeah, it's borderline heinous, that story. Him and his mom, because they didn't know Harry Chapin. That would be bad if Harry's friends did it.
Mm-hmm. What? Is he?
He's coming in now.
Yeah, he's on his way up.
Okay, cool. And we'll get back to Denny and his
that's
driving
great
story. That terrific story. And I want to make him listen to Garth Kemp's voice. I want him to critique Garth Kemp's wonderful...
No, it's a great voice.
Old school radio voice, now doing weather in L.A.
That story about that guy leaving him hanging is going to annoy me all morning.
Of course. Well, the business is filled with those douchebags.
Johnny D.
We worked with all those guys at NEW. They were all just shitty people toward us because we were trying to do something different.
I can't wait to tell
The
Jeff.
only one that wasn't shitty was Scott Muni.
I never met him.
And he probably had the right to be shitty to us. He was an amazing DJ. Old school guy. And he fucking took us under his fucking wing. Big time. And the rest of the guys, like, fucking hated us openly. Not Muni, man. He would go, hey, come on in, and invite us into his office and just tell story after story after story about all the guys he met. Yeah, this time me and John and Yoko were hanging out. Just showing me, like, fucking pictures and autographs. And
he was just lonely.
He was cool. He liked us a lot.
I wish I would have met him.
He drove out of the garage one day the wrong way. He had his own rules. He didn't want to wait to go out the right way, so he went out the way you fucking come into the garage. One lane, one of those tiny lanes that has the big time curve. He just went flying up there. One day, he didn't care.
What are you doing, Sam? Stop breaking everything.
Everything's okay.
The shit he had in his office, though, in piles, like, oh, let me find this. And it would be just a Paul McCartney autograph or Paul McCartney signed picture. Oh, yeah, this was the time me and Paul went for coffee. Unbelievable.
I don't have any of those memories.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
We fucking met.
No,
We've met some people.
Yeah, but I didn't go for coffee with them.
You've had coffee with Bob Kelly.
You were at Ozzy's house.
Yeah, you were at Ozzy's house. You filmed a little thing with Ozzy.
That is true. I don't have anything from there, though. By the way, I can't wait. Jeff Bridges is going to be amazed when he realizes his movie opens on my birthday.
Your birthday's in 2 days, Jimmy.
Yes.
What are we doing this year?
Oh, please. The surprise bash hasn't been planned. Thank you.
I don't even know if you're going to be here for your birthday.
I will be on a plane.
I'm on a plane.
Flying home Thursday night. I'm doing a Jay Leno segment. And I'll be getting off the plane and the red eye and coming right here. So I'll be tired on my birthday.
You'll be tuckered out.
Yes, I will. I'll be very loopy. Why do you keep checking the headphones? What's wrong with you? You have OCD?
Well, I was going to ask you something, but I don't know.
What?
Is it even worth it to get you a cake since you're so svelte and taking care of yourself now?
Probably not, but I'll ask you after Jeff Bridges
Jeff
leaves.
Bridges walking into our studio.
Terrible timing for that awful question.
Mr. Bridges, welcome to the Opie and Anthony show, sir.
How are you, sir? Yeah, please.
Good. Here we go.
Holy mackerel.
We're on the air. It's a pleasure to see you.
All right. Good morning.
Wow.
We're on if you want.
Wow, you're actually here.
Yes.
Here I is.
I'm used to seeing you on the big screen.
It's rare we get a lot of the A-listers to do morning radio.
Oh, don't say that.
No, but they don't like doing it.
We get a lot of A-listers, Mr. Bridges.
Good.
Do you like morning radio or do you not like it?
I'm doing pretty good right this second. You know, a little sleepy. I'm looking forward to my coffee. It should be here soon.
Any second.
Up to speed.
Right.
You played one of my favorite roles.
You can't hear?
Just down, just a skosh.
Yeah, you got your.
But I imagine it's a little. Hold on.
We're probably blowing out Mr. Bridges' ears right now.
Is it right here?
Yeah.
Here?
You got it?
Good. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
I almost told him left to turn it down, right to turn it up, but I'm assuming he knows how to do that.
My mother is in love with you before we get into the interview. In love with you.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah. She's an older broad, but she...
Yeah, that's all right. I like older broads.
Yeah.
She was in love with Jeff Bridges. We'd talk about Mr. Bridges all the time.
Jeff's a very handsome guy. He played, you were in King Kong. Let's be honest, I'm not a woman, but back in those days, if I was, I would have hooked up with you if it was possible. As you stood on... Where did they shoot that? That was one of the scene that stuck with me.
Oh, man.
Where you're standing on the outside of the tower... And Jessica Lange and the ape on the other...
yeah.
And that was a horrifying moment to me.
You know, it was a wild thing during that, when we were shooting that. This little guy comes up to me, and he says, how do you like my temple? I say, your temple? He says, yes, this is my temple. I said, what are you talking about? He says, oh, yes, I tight-roped across, and Philippe Petit.
Oh, no kidding.
And he lived right across the street from that, and he would look up at that thing every day and say, this was his, his
we're obsessed with Philippe Petit, what he did that day.
Man,
we talk about it all the time.
And then he was sentenced to to perform for free in the park for a year or something. And that was the year we were making Kong, and it was wild. He taught me how to juggle, which I think.
The thing about that day, now they figure all that stuff out and they test everything. He snuck in. And then you saw the documentary, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where he shot the arrow to get the line across, and then that was.
Can you imagine?
And he didn't know if it was all going to be, secure enough.
And he was planning that for years, and all his friends, were laughing at it and say, "Yeah, we're with you," and they all fell out except for his best friend who went over to the other side.
It was just him and his.
Oh God, what a story!
And he laid down on the wire between the towers, and that's what freaks me and Jimmy out. He said he saw planes flying above him.
Not just walking, but he did a 45-minute show. So he's been here and talked to you guys.
Yeah, a few years back, we talked to him. And then we just had Nick Wallenda on a couple weeks ago, who did the Grand Canyon thing.
Oh, wow.
There's something about the towers, though. There's something about the way he had to rig that and sneak in that makes that so impressive.
Oh, God, amazing.
Did it annoy you a little bit, though, that you guys are doing this movie and he had to come over and just go, hey?
I walked between those two buildings.
Yeah, did it bug you a little bit that he had to come and get a little, kind of...
Why would that bug me?
I don't know, because if he's kind of coming over and getting, hey...
Actually, what his connection was, he used to perform with Jessica Lange. Yeah, in France. She was kind of a street performer.
So he knew her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Did she remember him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're buds, yeah.
Did you like the remake? I mean, it's always weird if you... I mean, even though your version was a remake, of course.
Yeah, but our version was kind of a joke. You had this guy, Rick Baker in the suit, and then they would cut to this, 90-foot tall, statue of an ape, and it was ridiculous. No, I thought the new one was, kind of spectacular. The ape was incredible.
You know what freaked me out what I didn't like about the 77 version? It had nothing to do with you or the acting. It was that in the movie poster, because I was like 9 at the time, in the movie poster they show Kong straddling both buildings holding planes, and you're like, he's fucking huge.
Oh yeah.
But in the movie he didn't do that.
No.
He had to jump from one building to the other. I felt very gypped.
I remember as a kid, pretending to be sick so I could stay home and watch the original. I used to love that thing.
The original Kong.
The original Kong. Oh, yeah, that was great.
What made you get into acting? I guess Bo got into it first, and of course your father.
My dad. I mean, he wanted all of his kids to get into showbiz. He just loved it. It was kind of unusual for an actor, but he really dug it. Wanted us all to go into it.
He was great at it too.
That's just the opposite, right?
Not that I need to tell you that. Yeah, you hear a lot from guys like yourself that I don't want my kids to go into this business. It's too crazy.
Yeah, but he dug it, man. Oh, he said you got to do it. I wanted, for a long time I wanted to. I said, well, I don't know, Dad. I'm thinking music, maybe. And he says, Jeff, come on. He says, you're going to be able to play all sorts of things. If you're an actor, you'll get to, do the musician thing, whatever you like. You use all of it. So I'm glad I followed his instruction.
What instrument do you play?
Yeah.
Guitar and piano.
You're supposed to be very good. I've heard you're very good.
Oh, I'm, not real great musician, but I love playing music. I'm going out in the road here in a couple of days with my band.
You do have a band?
Yeah. My daughter Jessie's going to open for me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So, what's the name of your band and what kind of music you play?
The Abiders.
Nice.
Little country, little rock.
And do you sing?
I've sing.
Okay.
Write tunes,
That's cool. A lot of actors are doing. Kevin Bacon's got the band with his brother.
Kevin, he was in this movie that's coming out, R.I.P.D, and we jammed when we were, making that movie. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of actors,
Juliette Lewis is she's got a lot of music out.
She loves it.
Yeah. She's wonderful. And her dad, Jeff Lewis, we worked together before.
I don't know him.
Oh yeah, he's been in a lot of Clint Eastwood movies. You'd recognize him if you saw him.
Oh really? I'm going to look that up. I'm going to Google that.
That was your first, by the way, Oscar nomination was for the Eastwood movie you did. I know, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
A Picture Show was before that.
Oh, was that your second?
Yeah, but Jeff Lewis was in Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
But who did he play? I don't remember the movie. It's been many years.
There was George Kennedy, and he was George Kennedy's sidekick.
Do you find doing films now that are the scripts? I find like a lot of the films are not like they're just doing reboots and remakes of what they already did.
I know, man.
And I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, it's it's the it's the business aspect of showbiz, and I guess the financiers want a sure bet or something, but
they don't want to take as many chances.
Yeah, I think the fresh stuff, that's what people want to see. They want to see something different.
Absolutely.
Can I tell you one of my favorite things you ever did? You play a great psychopath. Was the remake of The Vanishing?
Oh yeah, but the original was much better, man. Come on, did you see the original?
I did, the French one. Yeah.
Oh, see, because my guy, my character, he got away with it.
Yeah.
And it was bizarre. The same director directed both of them, and he wanted to change it up? He wanted the American version, but it softened it, I thought.
Do you think he wanted it or the studio told him?
He wanted it that way. And the studio probably wanted it that way, too, but I think he was into it.
Wasn't that, it was one of Sandra Bullock's early movies?
Yeah, it might have been her first, I think. I don't know.
Where she plays Kiefer Sutherland, all of a sudden they're at a rest stop and she disappears.
Yeah.
And he becomes obsessed with just finding Diane, and he wants to find his girlfriend because she's gone.
Right.
And then it turns out that fucking Barney.
Oh, God.
But the original was a masterpiece, I thought. That's what got me on board on that movie.
Now we got to see the original.
Oh, God. It's
How did the original end?
The original ends when this guy's family, who buries, all these people alive, he's having a picnic with his family, at his cabin, pass the ketchup, and underneath that table, under that table, there are all these people he buried alive.
Oh, wow.
Life goes on,
Well, they let you know, because the thing was, he didn't know, I don't remember in the French version, he didn't know how Diane died. He became obsessed with knowing what happened to her, so Barney approaches him and says, you'll experience everything she experienced.
Yeah, yeah.
And that leads us to a question. Why do you think in America we need that happy ending, or we need everything tied up all nice by the end of a movie?
Oh, that's how we want life to be, right?
But only in America, because when you do see the foreign films, they will go in those other directions.
Every once in a while, an American movie will go dark.
And we love it.
I dug it when, what was that movie I did about with, what was it? Shit, I can't think of the name of it. The bomb, the scare, I know I get blown up. I can't think, it'll come to me in a second. Early in the morning, man. That was a very dark ending of this particular movie. I remember the studio. We got a note from the studio. We want you to shoot a positive ending. And we went, shit. And the director made a very bold choice. He said, let's shoot it. Arlington Road is the name of the movie.
Oh, just a little movie called Arlington Road.
And he says, we've got to do it, but we're going to make it terrible. We're going to just do a terrible job. And that was bold because, we could have lost. They could have said, thank you, and put that on there. But thank God they didn't.
That's great. That's hilarious.
But that's typical studio thinking, I guess. It's just, let's just get one in case the focus groups don't like...
Even in our dumb world, we get that. Like, that was really good, but let's shoot a safety.
Yeah.
And do it this way. And you're like, that's the one they're going to use.
Yeah.
Do you think focus groups have hurt movies and stuff? I mean, they make them more financially probably successful, but do you think they've hurt, like, what films could become?
Maybe. I like... the director to have the vision. One guy, just let him do his deal. That's my that's what I would vote for.
What motivates you to take a role? Because you've turned down a few gems.
Which ones? Because I heard rumors that I've turned down all kinds of things that it's not true.
Hooper and Jaws.
No.
That's not true?
No.
Right here,
no.
turn down the role of Hooper in Jaws.
I don't know who Hooper is. Who's Hooper?
Hooper was the shark. No, it was Matt Hooper was Richard Dreyfuss's part.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's one our Sal got wrong. Was that Sal?
Unless I wasn't, I don't even know about it.
Maybe your agent did.
Yeah.
Well, do you know one that you did turn down?
No.
Not really?
I can't think of anything I turned down that I wish I hadn't.
Right.
But what did you turn down that would be considered a big movie?
Because you guys all have to have one.
I can't even.
Did you turn down the lead in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No, negative. I've heard that one.
Okay.
Wait, it's on the list?
I would never make this up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Those were two.
Do you have any more? Or is that it for him?
Yeah. Were you really in True Grit? Let's just make sure that I have the right stuff.
No, I'd like to. On that one, True Grit, working with the brothers. They're the master filmmakers. So anything they want me to do, I'm on board.
What motivates you to take a role? Obviously, you have to like it, but are there other? Do you care about who you're working with, or do you care about?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. The kind of movie I like to see, that's kind of where the filmmakers are kind of ahead of you, something fresh, that's a little different.
And what do you do? They say you meditate before you go on set, or is that just another lie that's been thrown into the prep sheet?
It's a semi-lie. I meditate at times,
But you don't do it before you walk on set every time?
Not every time.
Okay. We just have no accurate information. Your name is spelled Jeff?
3 F's.
3 F's.
It's fucking amazing.
I love meditation. I just got into it.
You say it, yeah?
I just got into it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, Mr. Bridges.
That's you're right.
But I like it.
Man. Isn't it cool?
It's cool.
Oh, yeah.
It settles my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get into it even deeper and try to figure it all out. Just 10 minutes a day, just by yourself.
Oh, man.
Trying to get that brain silent.
I can't make myself do it. My mind just won't stop.
Well,
that's okay. Nonsense.
That's okay. That's what the mind does. You just let it do your thing and just say thanks and go back to your... right? Yeah, man.
What do you do if you itch? I always have an itch. Like if I'm trying to relax and not do anything, something itches.
Well, that means you're not really meditating, because all that goes away if you do it properly.
I know. I've never done it properly in my life.
Because I do it on the Upper West Side, and it's really loud outside the window, and you hear the trucks, and next thing you know, you go, whoa, wait, I didn't hear the trucks for the last 10 minutes. Then you know you're meditating.
I wrote a book recently, called The Dude and the Zen Master.
Nice.
And the Zen Master is this cat named Bernie Glassman.
Right.
Who is a homeboy here. I mean, he's from New York. And we had a great time making that. And he's a wonderful guy. Yeah, he's...
What's it about?
It's about, talk about sitting, but Bernie came to me and he said, Jeff, you realize in Buddhist circles, the dude is considered the Zen master. I said, what are you talking about, man? He says, oh, yeah. He says, Lebowski is full of modern day koans. Koans are these kind of Zen, questions that you have to, answer experientially, right. Sort of. And I said, what are you talking about? He says, well, look at it. The Koan brothers, for one thing. And then he mentions all these koans, like, like probably one of the most famous koans is, what's the sound of one hand clapping, that kind of thing. Makes your money. And I said, well, give me an example. He said, well, shut the fuck up, Donnie. There's a koan for you, and he kind of explained that, or the dude abides, or whatever. He says, let's write a book about the koans that are in Lebowski. So that's what the book is about.
Nice. I'm going to have to pick that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, we have to plug what the movie is, because they're telling us we have like 8 minutes left. R.I.P.D. It opens Friday, July
I could talk
19th.
to Jeff Bridges all morning.
All I want to do is ask you questions about movies. You fucking... Fearless. I loved Fearless. One of the best.
Big Lebowski, obviously.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fearless or Big Lebowski?
Both.
Oh, the Big Lebowski.
I think Fearless... Big Lebowski got a tremendous amount of love, but Fearless I thought was very underrated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In hindsight.
I thought so.
Jagged Edge, going way back. I mean, it's crazy. Look at how many movies he's done.
Yeah, it's a very impressive resume going back to, I think, the early 70s.
Now, you've had a bomb or two, right? Is that a bad?
Yes, yeah.
Is that a bad feeling when you know the movie just didn't work?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, so many things have to come together to make it, a success.
You got to count on so many people doing their parts.
Things, Yeah, I remember I made a movie that I really enjoyed called The Amateurs. Great cast. It was all about a little town making a porn movie. We had a great time making it, and the guy who distributed it, was a crook, and it just never saw the light of day at all. But you got to, kind of let it go.
So is that movie not out there anywhere?
It's probably on DVD or something. It's really funny. Ted Danson is just great at it.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Wow. That's so weird.
Yeah, well,
they just shelf
all the time.
They just put the movie on the shelf for years.
Well, yeah, the guy went bankrupt and everything, fell apart.
And no one could go and say, screw it, let's try to figure out how to get this out there.
No.
Huh.
Yeah, drove the poor writer and director who was wonderful. Mike Traeger kind of, gave him a stroke. And can you imagine working on something for a couple of years and then just...
It's your baby.
Oh, and it's your baby.
And you get Jeff Bridges and Ted Danson to do it.
Right.
Oh, man.
Like, that's a miracle in itself.
Oh, it was
and I got these guys, and you're telling me that no one's going to see
Some
this?
scummy distributor fucks everything up for you. Oh, that's awful.
We got to talk about the new movie,
Yes,
obviously.
R.I.P.D. I want to make sure I get it right. You are a slain police officer who joins a team of undead police officers working for the Rest in Peace Department.
No, close. No cigar, man.
No? Once again, the fucking idiot. By the way, I am just reading.
Jeff, I just want you to know you're on a very professional show here.
Yeah.
Of course, I can
It might not
sense
sound
that. No, I
that
sense
sound that way, or seem that way, I should say.
Here's what's going on. R.I.P.D. First of all, it stands for Rest in Peace Department.
Okay, I have that.
Although some people are calling it RIPD, which works all right.
Right.
But there, anyway, I play a marshal from the 1800s who is no longer with us. I'm dead. I belong to the Rest in Peace Department. And the Rest in Peace Department is made up of all of these wonderful peace officers who are now after dead people who want to be alive still and actually exist and are walking amongst us. And we are, taking them back where they belong. And I'm partnered with a wonderful actor, Ryan Reynolds, who is a modern-day cop who's also dead. And he wants to get back amongst the living, and we are hunting deados.
Okay, so wait, if Ryan Reynolds was recently killed, maybe this is accurate then. Maybe he's the recently slain cop.
There you go.
It sort of made sense. A recently slain cop joins a team of undead police officers, but he's not the recently slain cop. He's from the 1800s, Mr. Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Do you like playing a guy from back then more, or do you prefer playing a modern guy more, or do you not care?
I do not care. It's fun cowboy guys. I love the, westerns. They're wonderful.
What's amazing about you, though, is like no matter who you play, whether it's a cowboy or whether it's Barney or whether, you always bring some. You never seem to play you always play an interesting guy doing that, as opposed to some predictable version of that character, if that makes any sense.
Thank you.
There's always some weirdness to it, and really, no one can play what you do the way you do it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And I know that was really a kind of shitty off-kilter compliment.
I'll take it.
No, but I mean that. How do you? I always ask great actors, how do you make something yours when you see it?
Well, when you're preparing for the role, what I do is look inside myself, think of different aspects of myself that, kind of work for the character, and I might magnify those, and got, aspects of myself that don't, I'll kind of kick to the side, and so kind of like that. And then I look, I find when I'm working, it's probably like with you guys. Aren't you always looking for things to put on the show?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just open and I'm looking at people. I say, oh, see how he's twirling that? I think I'll use that in the move. Just that my mind's always,
always working.
Smart.
You'll incorporate something that you see or experience during the day.
Yeah.
Are you?
God, I hope my pen twirling ends up in a Jeff Bridges movie. I'll go, that was because of me. I know it.
Or
Did you do it just for me?
Exactly.
His next role, he'll just ask completely wrong things to a guest, and that will be the contribution from this program. Do you? Are you the same? Like when the camera cuts, do you live in the role for a little while, or are you immediately back to being Jeff?
It's funny. I remember doing an interview at home one day, and the guy asked me that same question, and I said, I'm really not the kind of actor who takes his work home, and I don't have people call me by my character's name and that sort of stuff. And I was doing the movie Jagged Edge, where I was playing a psychopath basically. And the guy says, "Oh, really? You don't do that?" And my wife happened to be in the room, and she went. I say, why did you do that, sir? She says, you don't think you do. You don't think you bring it home, but you do. So I think subconsciously the character lingers, but I'm not aware of it. I don't try to do it on purpose.
You're not afraid of like if you pick up something for a movie and you become this guy, you're not afraid of losing that like on the 2 or 3 days you have off or whatever. You're not afraid it's going to go away.
No, it's kind of a nice rest. Take a rest from it. It seems to pop back.
It does.
Yeah.
Did you know Marlon Brando?
No.
Really, I'm always trying to talk to people.
Yeah, I admire him. Though.
We had James Lipton in, and he discussed Brando. I just love hearing about how fucking nuts Marlon Brando was. I can never get sick of.
My brother worked with him.
In what?
Actually, it turned out that he was replaced by James Mason, but he rehearsed with Brando for a long time. And Bo, he told me a story. He said, was working with Marlon, and Marlon came up to me and he said, Bo, do you mind if I put my lines on your forehead? Bo says, well, sure, Marlon, but why? I'm just curious. He said, well, I want to have eye contact. I want to appear that I'm looking at you.
Yeah, it's funny. I'd heard stories about that, and I never knew if it was true.
Well, did he do it?
Yes,
he did it
with Marlon Brando. Whatever Marlon.
But I would think he's just saying that to see if you would go, sure.
No,
he really meant it.
There's so many weird ways of acting. Another thing I heard that he, maybe Brando invented this, but I work with other actors who use this, and it's kind of fascinating. You know what an earwig is?
No.
Is
it the earpiece?
Yeah, it's a little earpiece that you put in, they can't see, And this particular actor, and I hear Brando did this all the time, didn't memorize his lines at all. And he had an assistant in another room who would give him his lines.
Wow.
So this actor that I was working with, you'd be talking to him, and he would have this kind of blank stare around, and then there'd be a pause, and then he would he'd say his line, and it was a kind of a wonderful effect. It was something that I wanted to try.
But how did didn't it look like you weren't in the moment if it required a faster, like if you have to cock your head and hear?
Yeah. But fortunately, the guy's character's name was Some Idiot.
They could edit that out, too.
But wouldn't it be wild?
Is it an actor we know?
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
I figured you wouldn't. I'm not going to push it, but is it a pretty famous one?
Yeah. But wouldn't it be great if, a whole play like that, where everybody had earwigs, there was no lines, and there were people in the other room just giving him, stuff. I think it would be an interesting effect.
That would be amazing, yeah. If you hope that the piece works, because there's nothing worse than what?
Exactly.
Would they actually, in Final Cut, would they take the dialogue and put it closer together? Would they cut out that pause time, or would they leave it?
They just left it. In this case, the guy's name's Some Idiot. They just leave it. That glaze, it worked.
Yeah, I heard Brando did that because he just didn't feel like doing the work anymore. But then I heard on The Godfather, if you see screen caps of that, there's lines written all over the kitchen.
Yeah, a lot of ways to do it, man. A lot of ways to do it.
Do you find are you more comfortable knowing everything before you go in, or do you kind of like to learn as you go?
I like to know my stuff, but each one is different. I remember a couple of them, like I did a movie with Tommy Lee Jones, one of my favorite actors, Blown Away it was, and we're getting towards the climax of the scene. We all knew from the beginning that scene wasn't working. We said, well, we'll fix it, and it was the day, and they couldn't fix it, man, What are we going to do? Well, put it on the damn cards, man. They put it on, and I've got to, do this scene with one of my favorite actors with reading cards off the back, from behind his head, stuff like that.
What do you mean? The fixes that they put for the scene?
Not the fixes. The whole, I had like a monologue, the whole big thing, and or with Iron Man, you'd think with a $200 million movie they'd have a script, but often. Downey and Favreau and I would be in our trailer working on the scene for that day, trying to write it, while they're all tapping their foot waiting for us to come to work, and we're, saying, okay, you play my part, I'll play your part, let's figure it, Favreau. Oh, I know a good writer, let me call this writer, he might have some idea.
No way.
Yes, man.
You would never think on a big budget film that happened.
So that freaked me out,
of course.
Like I was saying, my MO is, learning my lines, and then so I don't have to think about it. But I made so it drove me crazy at first, but then I made a little inner adjustment. I just said, oh, Jeff, you're making a $200 million student film. Just relax, have fun, and look at the result. It came out great. So there's a lot of ways to do it, man.
The process is so interesting, isn't it?
It's
sometimes
it's fucking, because I've done it and it's really hard to do well, and I'm amazed by guys who do it so well.
I have a follow-up question. So the blown away scene, did it end up working in the end?
Not
really, huh?
I mean, when I watch movies that I'm in, there is a home movie aspect to it, because I remember, everything that went down. I'm not just following the story, so that it's stuck in my craw.
Gotcha. Is there a monologue you look back on, or a moment you look back on, and you go like that? If that's something I would want everyone to remember me by, like one moment or one monologue that you felt like I did that really well.
One that comes to mind, I don't know if it was a monologue, but it just popped into my head, was the dude getting into the car with the Big Lebowski, trying to backpedal, and get in the tow and all that stuff. I dug that scene quite a bit.
Yeah, that movie's a
well,
classic.
those guys, those writers, man. I mean,
they were
the
great.
Coen brothers, God.
They made a lot of great films.
And they make it look so easy,
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he's got to go. Stinks.
Well, yeah, the last thing I have to say is we interviewed your brother once on the phone. The Incident is fantastic.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts that everybody doesn't know that movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Was that his first?
Marty Sheen, yeah.
And
I don't know if it was his first, but that was early, yeah.
And Ed McMahon.
Right.
And Brock Peters. It was such a great movie.
Yeah.
About just a problem on a train. It was Martin Sheen's first movie.
I really don't know the movie.
Oh, it's
now
black
I got to
and
see
white.
that too.
Tony Masante. It was really great, and that's all I wanted to do was talk to Bo Bridges about it. So whenever there's a Bridges around, I have to mention it.
Sure.
All right, R.I.P.D. Obviously with Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges opens this Friday, July 19th. And you are on Twitter, the Jeff Bridges, spelled with a J, Jeff Bridges, on Twitter. And do you read all your at mentions?
No, man. I don't even know what that is. My at mentions. I have someone handle all the Facebook and Twitter stuff. What's this vining? Do you know about that? What is that? Is that the next thing?
It's people are enjoying it. What is it? 6-7
6-second videos.
Oh my god! And then they can jack with it and do weird things with it.
And Instagram is like 15-second videos.
I like the Instagram.
You can get a lot done in 15 seconds.
It's all happening too fast for me, man. I don't dig that.
No, you don't like the technology?
No, I mean, it's too overwhelming, isn't it? I mean, if you don't answer your emails for a couple of days. Forget it. You're just swamped.
Yeah, but can you picture life anymore without computers or email? I can't picture life without it.
I'm hooked for it. I kind of dig it and hate it all at the same time.
Or leaving your house without your phone. That's like a tragedy now.
Yeah.
We come from a time where you just did that. You didn't have a phone.
And everybody can get you anytime.
I used to like being off the grid.
Yeah, I still.
Not that I was doing crazy shit. It was just nice. Like, it's just me for a few hours. No one could get a hold of me.
You remember leaving for the airport and you knew you'd call the guy when you got to the hotel?
Right.
There was no way to get a hold of you unless I used a payphone in the airport. So it would be 6-7 hours before you could talk to somebody. And now I'm literally texting until the door.
No, I don't text.
Oh, you don't?
My wife texts. She feels all modern.
She feels all modern.
Yeah, I don't. That's another thing. You got to keep up. I don't want to keep up, man. God.
Well, what do you do for fun when you're not acting? I know you got to go, but the music, which you're hitting the road with.
I like, I do ceramics, read
photography too. I heard
photography. Yeah.
Do you take pictures of the other actors?
That's the main thing I do. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I'll get you guys a book. I took some shots of R.I.P.D. I'll get you guys a.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
absolutely. He loves his photography. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you're a photographer.
No, I mean you do.
You do, but I take pictures with people, and I do it poorly. No, I don't take very good pictures.
Jimmy's thing is he's obsessed with getting pictures with celebrities.
I like to do it.
Yeah.
It's an obsession, though.
Yeah, and you do like this self thing?
I have a couple of times. Yeah, I got Sidney Poitier in a pharmacy. I had to do a shitty iPhone selfie. But what you got to do is you got to do when you're getting fucking Cialis in Beverly Hills.
So if you say no to a picture after this interview, it'll make my day. No, certainly, because he'll be so bummed out. He will be bummed out.
I wouldn't be angry. I would just be sad.
I was on a flight with Joe Pesci recently, and he wouldn't take the picture because of everything you're talking about. I just wanted a picture with Joe Pesci. He goes, "Oh man, I just don't look good right now. I flew all night. It was like one of those red eyes, and he just would not take the picture. I'm like, look, I don't even need to tweet it. I just want a picture with you.
Maybe you could have taken a picture with his hand.
Yeah,
you just put his hand in the frame.
You just put your hands out.
That is Joe Pesci.
That's a great one. It's the next one that says no.
Yeah.
That one bummed me out.
Yeah.
I'm not obsessed like Jimmy, but that one was a bummer. I was like,
I don't want to creep out my new Hollywood best friend.
Yeah, we feel like we're friends with you now.
Good, good, man. That's the
You
way
better
to
come
feel.
back.
Yeah.
You should come back with the band and play a song.
Yeah,
We would love that.
Yeah, okay, good deal. Yeah.
You're going to come in, perform in New York?
Yeah, next time we're going to go to Texas and Nashville, and then we're working our way up the coast. Yeah, we'll get up here.
All right.
Well, the great Jeff Bridges, I love you. I think you're fantastic. So.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
And the movie's R.I.P.D. and it opens Friday, so let's
Yes.
all go see that.
All right.
All right, Jeff Bridges, everyone.
See you guys.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
I gotta say, Jeff Bridges might be one of my favorites of all time. Simply put.
What a great guy.
I loved him.
He seems like the nicest guy ever.
I don't know if he's faking it, but I felt like going, Jeff, we got another hour here, and then I think we should go and get a bite to eat. Would that have been a mistake, Jimmy?
No, he probably went, yeah. He was just hanging out, man.
Yeah. Had that vibe. He's like a down-to-earth guy. He's been in so many huge movies.
Yeah, I was on the way over today. I was like racking my brain of like how many Jeff Bridges movies I've seen, and I mean just recently he was the bad guy in Iron Man.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that.
I mean, stuff right off like the True Grit, Crazy Heart.
Yeah.
Hello. And that was about it, really.
Starman.
A Hat for Winkle.
A Hat for Winkle was one of his big ones.
Seabiscuit. Oh, The Contender.
Arlington Road.
The
Contender. Big Lebowski. Which was an amazing movie.
Jim mentioned The Vanishing earlier.
Tron.
Fearless.
Fabulous Baker Boys.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that movie.
Jimmy said The Vanishing. Fearless. Blown Away. Jagged Edge.
The Big Lebowski is my second favorite comedy movie of all time.
Jagged Edge. Who was in that? That was, what's her name? Who we had in once, right?
Wasn't Cher in that?
No, it was the broad from the other movie where she was a stalker. Jagged Edge was with
Faye
Dunaway.
No,
what are you about to say?
Yeah, she's a regular.
Glenn Close.
Yeah, Thank you, Glenn Close. And I wanted to mention to Mr. Bridges, I got obsessed with film flubs. And they used to write books about film flubs, continuity errors in right. films. And Jagged Edge has a classic one with Glenn Close, and maybe you could find it online, Sam Roberts, where it's a courtroom scene, and her suit jacket or her whole outfit changes colors mid-scene, and no one picked up on it.
Really?
Yep.
That seems outrageous.
Well, it's way back when they didn't really totally focus on continuity as they do nowadays.
I mean, for Christ's sakes, you think they'd have the fucking costumes in order.
Yeah, but I forgot it went from brown to blue or blue to brown in mid-scene. They cut away and they come back to her and she's wearing a different color, courtroom suit.
Her skirt was suddenly brown in the back.
You got that, Sam?
Remind me, I saw
Might not be an easy one to
last
find.
night I caught.
You did?
Yep.
I love film flubs. I'm obsessed with them. We used to do drinking games with film flubs. You get a movie where there was a million of them and you would call it. Sometimes we would call it before it happened, and you would get extra points for that. And we were fucking geeks.
What's like a classic movie that's got tons? If you're going to play that game,
it was the one with Michael J. Fox. What the fuck was the name of the movie? There was a million. He crashes into a picket fence.
Oh, that was very good.
Doc Hollywood?
Doc Holliday has a million. Thank you.
Hollywood.
Doc Hollywood?
Doc Hollywood.
Yeah, Doc Hollywood. Sorry.
I like that movie.
But that film has a million of them.
Oh, really?
He crashes into a picket fence, and then they go back to the car, and all the stuff is off the hood of the car.
Really?
But initially, after the crash, it was on the car. Yeah,
Okay.
stuff like that. Yeah, but I love film flubs. It makes the movie fun. What did you see last night? In The Conjuring, they had one?
No. I was very...
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw yesterday.
Was it good?
It was very scary. Very scary.
As scary as Insidious? It's the same. It's the guy that did Insidious.
Oh, you know what's
we
funny?
talked about it yesterday,
I
Joe.
talked about that yesterday. That's not surprising that it's the same guy.
Okay.
And he also made the same mistake. I'm not going to say what, but...
I know what you mean already.
I will say, one of my favorite movies growing up was The Idolmaker, with Ray Sharkey, where he plays this guy who discovers these young guys and makes them famous. And I used to I forgot that I used to tape record Ray Sharkey's dialogue. Whenever there was profanity on TV, I would tape it.
Why?
Because I love profanity. I loved it growing up as a kid, because to me there was such strong expressions of a thought. You know what I mean? God damn it! Like a guy who could say "God damn it" really well in a 1980 movie, like The Great Santee. That type of shit I would tape, and I loved it. I was twittering as Chip while watching. I did a couple of fucking one video I backed off on. I did one video as I Chip while I was watching The Idolmaker while Cesare was on stage.
Cesare.
Nobody remembers The Idolmaker?
No.
Yeah. I never heard of it.
The Idolmaker, Ray Sharkey?
No. I don't know who Ray Sharkey
died
is.
of AIDS in '93, I think. I think AIDS. I should say I think.
I'll look Ray Sharkey up.
Yeah. The Idolmaker was fucking good.
I gotta get a movie list from you. You've seen a lot of movies that I haven't seen, and they seem like they're really good movies that just didn't get as much attention.
Well, this wasn't an amazing movie, but one of the things is he's making this teen idol, this guy Cesare, who was a waiter.
Right.
And he's changing his name to Cesare, and they're plastering posters all over. It's supposed to be the 50s. And then when you can see that they're plastering all these Cesare posters, and behind it I can see the razor blade, and I realize that it's fucking British Steel by Judas Priest. They've just kind of put this over a 1980 fucking...
No kidding.
Yeah, I was like, you lazy fuckers.
You lazy fuckers. Was that the film flop?
Mm-hmm.
He did die, HIV positive. What else was Ray Sharkey in? I've never heard of this.
I don't know, but this movie was on cable a lot, so I would fucking put my little fucking my recorder, my blue cassettes, and there were certain films I recorded, like Stir Crazy. I would just record the some of the stronger, dirty lines from. I loved it.
Very cool.
You know, it's funny when I was. Oh, sorry.
No, go, Joe.
When I was little,
please. Let me get out of your way. I insist.
When I was little,
I missed you, Joe.
I missed you too.
All right, good.
When I was little, profanity used to bother me. It used to upset me a lot. And if I was watching
Really?
I was like 6, 7 years old. If I was watching a movie with my mom and dad, and somebody would say "fuck," my stomach would drop. In the same way it would if you see something like visually shocking on TV, like very violent, you're not expecting it, that queasy feeling you get. I would get that same thing when I heard "fuck" when I was a kid. I'd make my mom turn the movie off.
What a douche.
I know.
God.
Well, I'm not saying it was cool.
Baby.
Just, it's just the polar opposite of you.
I failed to see how, like, Injustice for All.
Wait, you changed your kitten tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I altered it.
Sorry, Jimmy.
No,
we'll move on to
one.
Hold on, we'll move on to the kitten tattoo, but say what you were going to say, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, dude, please. I don't even remember. It was something about language and recording and Justice for All. I would rather... What did you do?
It's still healing. That's why it's red like that.
Okay.
You can't take the abuse anymore?
No, it wasn't that. It was that...
People made fun of that tattoo, Joe.
I know they did, but
it looked like you wrote kitten on your forearm, but it was a George Carlin quote.
Right. And I didn't have a problem with the kitten thing or the people made fun of it. What I had a problem with was it was two really large, very hard, aggressive-looking Ks. And I honestly had a few people say to me, like, what is that, man, with this, like, is that Aryan? Like, almost, like, and I just got self-conscious. I walked down the street and I noticed sometimes, like, black people would, like, kind of stare at it, like, what are those Ks on his arm?
What was it originally? KKTITN.
Keep kicking them in the nuts.
With a period.
So
with a period, which drives
all
Jimmy
capital
nuts.
letters and a period.
I know. I didn't like the period. The period was a bad decision.
Of course it was.
I never thought of the KKK angle, though.
No, I would respect that more.
You were 1K away from a nice beating.
Yeah.
I know. So what I did was, to cover the K, we put lines on top of either side of it, and then he was
it got rid of the period, so Jimmy should be more comfortable.
And then he said we should put a line on the back, but the lines were coming out to here, and I said, you know what? It almost could look like a microphone if we put some mesh up there. So he did, and it's like a now it's kind of like an old
cigarette.
Wait, that's not the beginning of it. That's not the beginning of a cover-up. That's it?
That's it.
It doesn't look like a microphone.
It looks like a candy cigarette.
It doesn't look anything like a microphone.
No. No, it doesn't. No microphones are not that... who are you, Bob Barker? No microphones.
That's what it's supposed to... It's supposed to be like one of those old school mics.
I'm telling you, it doesn't look like a microphone.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
On top.
Yeah, just have it filled in and just say it's a black bar and it's for, whatever.
Yeah.
It's for Trayvon.
He failed making that into a microphone. I'm sorry, Joe.
Who did that?
How about we do
fucking
this?
Bill Burr? Who did your fucking tattoo work?
It looks like a cigarette.
Get the interns in here. Do they know? Make sure they're not listening.
I'll find somebody who doesn't know.
Because you're not going to believe us. So I'm going to march people in here and ask them what it looks like.
I won't say anymore to not give it away. But honestly, when we were doing it, it was the part of it was supposed to be that was kind of abstract. I didn't want it to look like this picture of a thing.
Well, it
on
worked.
My arm.
Were you guys just listening to the show? Yeah. So you know what we're talking about?
Tattoo.
Yeah.
What does the tattoo look like? And be honest.
Well,
It's a cover-up for his kitten tattoo.
Most people say...
hold on. Sydney went,
It's like a ruler.
It's still healing. That's why it's red and scabby.
It looks like a ruler. What's it look like to you, Sydney?
Back home, we have this kid who like gives himself tattoos at home, and it looks like that.
These girls are terrific.
You look like
They always come to the table with something.
You look like a kid from Fort Myers who fucking gives himself tattoos.
If it's a microphone, though, where's the, like the
microphone is quality.
The head of the microphone.
I didn't. Kid spelled kitten.
It's wait.
All right, you didn't hear.
No?
Troy Kwan, who knows a bit about tattoos, obviously.
Yeah,
Wow.
Troy's got some good ones, man.
When are you going to do the neck tattoo? You're going there, aren't you?
I'm thinking about it.
I know you are. I could tell. I could just tell.
I did the hand. That's a big move.
Yeah, you got full sleeves now. Holy shit!
What are you gonna get an office job someday? You're never gonna. The blue hand is great. What is that?
It's like this is all old skateboard graphics.
Right.
This is Santa Cruz. This is Mark Gonzalez, Tony Hawk, Mike Vallely, Steve Caballero.
You really got good work, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I love one of my favorites is the fucking.
You might want to introduce Joe DeRosa to your tattoo guy.
The guy, listen.
What do you think? What do you think of Joe's cover-up?
That's a cover-up.
It's not a cover-up, though.
What does it look like?
Don't say what it is.
All right.
What does it look like to you?
Kitten? Something.
No, but what does the thing around it look like?
Yeah, now he's turning it into something else, and he really thinks that the guy did a good job.
No, but
Joe,
am I not explaining this right?
All right,
yes, we are.
All right, it's
before I get beat up by Bill Burr again for being nasty to you.
What? Are you kidding me?
It's all fun, I think.
Stop it.
Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead.
It's just it's not being turned into something else. I put a framing around the letters.
He was worried that it looked like a KKK.
It did.
Tattoo.
It was the Ks were too aggressive.
So
I went to a guy and he goes, "Look, we could soften it up a little bit.
Oh.
We could maybe add something to it to just kind of soften up the tattoo a little."
But it's not soft. It just has a border around it.
Well, he meant like kind of take some of the emphasis off of the letters a little bit. Like just take some of the focus.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's still healing, so it's a little scabby, but it looks like the one side looks like honeycomb. like you know what I mean? Like
so you look like security at the honeycomb hideout.
We said it looks like a cigarette, but it's supposed to look like something. And he's mad. He thinks we're fucking with him.
At first, it looks like it just looks like kitten.
Okay.
You see the cigarette.
Oh, that's a cigarette?
No, it's not a cigarette. It's supposed to be something else. He's turning it into
Troy's
something
blue
else.
hand with a screaming mouth in it, which is perfectly done, and you got a rectangle wrong. You got to go to fucking Troy's guy.
You got to go to Troy's guy.
Yeah,
this is done, by the way. There's no more covering.
That's done.
It's a done tattoo.
Yeah, I got to introduce you to my tattoo artist.
I like this.
No, you
What
don't.
is it? What is it?
No, you don't.
It's supposed to be sort of just an abstract, old school mic.
Oh, now he adds the word abstract.
I said that earlier.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
Abstract, and it doesn't look like a microphone, I guess.
But it's supposed to, here's why the mic looks like that. When I first started recording like music and stuff when I was in like 5th grade. When I was in
Look at Troy's face.
I hope people listening to you.
Well, here, I'll explain. I used to have these little flathead mics from the 1960s that look like that. And I was like, oh, it's kind of, to me, it's like the first mic I ever used.
Well, maybe you should have taken a picture of those mics and gave it to your tattoo
Or maybe you
artist.
should walk around and tell everybody that as they're looking at your arm, like, what the fuck is that ruler honeycomb
You're
thing?
going to get tired of telling that story over and over again.
But here's my thing. I hear what you're saying. I don't give a fuck if anybody gets it or not. My point is once that's healed and whatever, I don't think you look at that and be like, what the fuck? You just be like, he's got some weird thing that I don't understand.
you would go, what
It
the
looked
fuck?
like there's something on the end that maybe you covered up.
Yeah, it's permanent.
Yeah, and tattoo laser removal is getting really good.
Yeah.
Now.
Is it really?
Yeah, I can
really
think
good.
of
You can have that
three
removed
that you want to have removed.
What do you mean by really good? Would you see scarring there, or the tattoo really faded
It
out?
really starts to fade out.
You barely could tell there was a tattoo over there?
Yeah, and if you keep doing it, it'll eventually go away, but it'll fade enough where you could cover it up. You could get something to cover it up.
Is it painful to do?
Yeah. It's
I heard it hurts like shit.
Yeah,
what do they do?
They basically go in and just break the pigment down, and then your body actually just starts flushing it out.
How do they break it down? With a needle?
No, with a laser.
Why does it hurt? Can't they numb it?
I'm sure they could, but when you go into that, when you start doing numbing, you have to have like a doctor's license to do stuff like that.
Oh, really?
So you just need a certain license to
take the pain.
Yeah,
but there are people that can do both, right? Can they? Are people can numb it?
Yeah, there's a yeah. I mean, if they're certified in being able to do that.
Joe, let's talk about this. We think.
What's going on the other arm? Those are new too, huh?
This one's new. This one's old. I've had that one long.
What is the? Let's see.
This?
Yeah.
Stop getting tattoos.
He said it into the mic. It's a valid question.
I said, does that to remind you to stop getting tattoos?
See, she's terrific every time.
That was a good one.
That's a fucking home run, Sydney.
Yes, it was. It was. It hurt a little bit.
What is it supposed to be? The circle with the line.
It's a lot of things. Is there any
I'm
way
just
I'm going to
asking.
explain this and not just get trashed from front to back?
But the locations are even awful.
Like your locations make everyone
thing,
uncomfortable.
But one is like off center on the forearm. One is under the fucking crook of the elbow.
That
what?
tattoo looks like it's slipping off his bicep.
What's off center? This one?
Yeah, no, the other one. The fucking kitten honeycomb.
Cigarette, microphone, abstract.
Were you drunk when you got those?
No. No.
You were fully aware of what you were doing?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
This is coming from a man's sleeves.
Here's the...
Can you explain that tattoo, the new one?
I can. This is the newest one.
All right, but the one...
the circle with a line through it.
I can explain all these. This one was fine. It worked. It was what I wanted. It looked the way I wanted. Yeah, it was exactly what I wanted. It was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted.
Right on.
This one... with the letters that's
kitten.
Being scrutinized. Yeah. Yes. This one, the tattoo artist was supposed to. I was new to tattoos, and the tattoo artist was supposed to select all these fonts, and we're supposed to work through it together and all this stuff. She never did any of the work. She showed up 40 minutes late for the appointment. I was panicking, and I just was like, "Fuck it, just do this font, please." And then I regretted it.
Where were you going to that you needed a permanent tattoo done quickly?
Why wouldn't you at that point just leave and go, okay, it doesn't feel right, and take a week?
It was because it was impulsive and it was stupid. It was a bad decision.
And you weren't fucked up?
No.
How much did she charge you for that?
Like $100.
See, you're trying to be a skinflint. You're trying to save money. Are you a cheapskate?
No, it's a nice shop that she works. I can't name it because it's going to sound slanderous or whatever. But it's a nice shop. Like they work on a lot of reputable people, I'd say. You know.
So was it? She knew they were breaking her in with you?
No, she just fucking didn't do what the fuck she was supposed to do. You know, like.
Would you tolerate that, Troy?
No,
Look at Troy's letters on taking care of business, just like Elvis had.
Troy, do you have one bad tattoo on you?
Yeah,
you could even point
to
to
on my legs that I got when I was a kid. But like, I just
look
stopped
at the
going
work
to.
Look at the work on Troy.
Yeah, well, this guy is just insane. I had to book this appointment for last September for like now. This guy Justin Weatherholtz at Kings Avenue. He's awesome.
Did you book it a year out?
Yeah,
Jesus.
But I knew I was going to do my forearm, so I wanted him to do it.
How much did that cost? That blue hand?
I did it all like, it's basically like $200 an hour, and I've had it paid off for a while, so.
So wait a minute, you had to book this, what's his name?
Justin Weatherholtz.
He's really great?
He's amazing. Yeah, he's at Kings Avenue Tattoo here.
Do people know him?
He's getting a big name for himself, yeah. He's on Instagram, you can check out his work on there.
People have to book a year in advance?
Yeah.
I should get a tattoo.
You should. He would hook it up for you, too. He would take care of you.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
No, kitten Fort Myers.
Oh, good, yeah.
What kind of tattoo would Jim Norton get?
I don't know. Something really cool. Like maybe,
an Aussie tattoo.
Yeah.
I thought.
But without the
Aussie
disdain.
tattoo.
Yeah, that was Rochester loathing.
You hear that?
An Aussie tattoo. I would probably
that sounded like Kensington to me.
Yeah, she was right. I'd probably get like a fucking eagle flying over a sun.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
See, I could do
fucking
that one.
Fucking
Fuck yeah.
Devil giving a thumbs up.
Right.
You fly sometime.
I know.
That big delicious cock's about to spill out into some lucky mouth.
I add you to the list of people that have failed the test.
That's
Why
right.
are you looking at my crotch, Joe DeRosa?
How do you miss it?
Because you went up and then the fucking buttons are flaring.
I get lazy.
You get the button flies.
I button most of
Is this
them.
really that bad? Really?
Yeah, it's kind of bad, Joe.
Compared to
Troy
what?
Kwan?
Yeah.
How about we do that? We'll get both of you guys some followers on Twitter today.
No,
both of you put your arms out.
No, I know. Yes. I know. I know it's going to get trashed. Look, the guy that I went to is actually very, very good. In his defense, he didn't have a lot to work with here because he wanted to do
you
a
can't
framing around and everything. I was like, don't. I just want to keep it streamlined, very simple.
But there's nothing in that says the guy's good.
No, it's not good.
Huh? Well, he didn't do this part. He just put lines on it. You know, that's what I asked him to do.
Explain the new one. You still haven't.
This is a lot of different things. This is still healing too. This is a lot of different things. This is sort of a tribute to bad religion. It's a symbol to me an agnostic. It's sort of my concept on life of kind of not believing in a lot of things, not subscribing to a lot of things. It sort of just means a bunch of different things. See?
Troy's shaking his head, though.
What? They're your tattoos. You can do
why don't you like this one?
Just say it, Troy.
I mean,
it's okay. I'm not going to be offended.
I mean, they're just not my thing. But
they're very basic. You go for a very basic tattoo.
And you have light skin tone, so you could have real nice color.
I know, but the problem is you have a much, much, much nicer body than I do. So color and stuff
shitty
on
tattoos
me,
on a shitty body.
It was red, and it looked like nicer, and then it just doesn't look right. Like I look better with just.
Why. It looked like Ghostbusters. Tell everybody why. That's why. So it wasn't that it didn't look nice. People thought his statement about atheism was a Ghostbusters tattoo.
He's obsessed with Ghostbusters.
Joe's trying to make a social statement, and they think it's a fucking giant marshmallow movie reference.
And they're just thinking about Ray Parker Jr.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. That's why.
I like Ghostbusters, too.
Exactly. Your pale palette of a body is perfect, Joe.
You got a kitten tattoo and a Ghostbusters tattoo.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what to do.
Sorry, buddy. Redo it. Redo it. You could redo all them. They're not beyond repair.
If he likes it, then fuck it.
He doesn't like it. He hates them. And he's trying. This is the conversation he has in the mirror. It's like an old school fucking microphone. It's not.
But what do I do with this?
I told you what to do.
Exactly. Lop your arm off.
And then have it removed.
I'm not having it removed. No fucking way.
Why? Have it at least lightened it, then do something over top of it.
Why don't you get a picture of Carlin's face tattooed?
What does the kitten mean? Like, what is that?
It was a George Carlin quote.
I met George Carlin. He said, keep kicking them in the nuts. And then that's why there's a microphone kind of around it.
So why wouldn't you do like a cool, maybe like a Carlin portrait and maybe have like a banner underneath it that said that? Or something like...
Yeah, why not?
I didn't think of that.
The look on Joe's face was like just the classic, like... Oh, I wish I had thought of it.
Man.
How about you want to make a statement? How about you have shit, piss, cunt, fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits tattooed on your forehead?
Because he said that
with
to
the
me.
period.
Oh, he did. See, if I said it to everybody.
He did. No, that was his advice.
He never said that to me. We had a real conversation. But to you, keep kicking him in the nuts. He didn't know what you did.
But yeah, you could have done like a cool banner.
How long did you talk to him?
I talked to him for like 7 minutes one day
We're
on the
all
phone.
huge George Carlin.
On the phone. You didn't meet him. How did you talk to him on the phone?
How did that happen?
He was on my friend's radio show, and I called up. I was like one of the only callers because nobody listened to the show. And I talked about comedy. I said, "You're my idol." And you know what?
Then you should have did it with a phone instead of a microphone because you talked to him on the phone.
Exactly.
That would make more sense.
You had to get a picture of you. You would have yourself tattooed, sitting by a window, staring out on the phone.
Or you should take an old school telephone and strangle yourself.
Oh,
Joe, we don't mean to go down this road every time you're here.
Yeah, but you got new work.
We really don't mean to do this.
Look,
I even say to myself, just be nice to the guy today.
It's hard though, isn't it?
It is, because you were shaking your head like, what the fuck is that? I know what you were doing.
There's something that for some reason doesn't feel mean about it. I don't know why.
Okay, good. Because I don't want it to come across mean. No, I really don't. Because I really like you.
It's not. It's
and you know that.
It makes me laugh genuinely. But like, here's the thing: is honestly, Troy, without be honest, without going for a joke. I'm not saying you've been going for a joke, but I'm really asking.
No,
this.
he hasn't been.
Do you really think this is irreparable, other than just getting it removed, in your opinion? Because to me, I don't give a fuck if anybody gets it or not. I don't like people asking me what it means. I don't like talking about it. It's there for me. So if it can just look like an interesting sort of abstract design on my arm, that's all I care about.
Joe, can I? I just got some intel.
Good.
From the great Eric Nagel.
What?
The great Eric Nagel.
Okay.
Oh. He just texted me. Is this real?
Yeah, it's real.
George Carlin signed a picture for the great Eric Nagel, also known as E-Rock.
What's it say?
Hey, Eric. kick him in the nuts. George Carlin.
It says keep kicking them in the nuts.
Yeah, I know that was his
no,
thing
yours
that he
just
said to
says
everybody.
yours just says kick him in the nuts. But can you imagine if you had that? Then you could have tattooed the whole statement on your arm that he wrote out.
Before I got the tattoo, I watched an interview where they said, "What advice do you give young comedians?" And he said, "I always tell them keep kicking them." I knew that he said that to everybody.
But Eric's not a young comedian.
What do you want from me? I knew what I was getting into. It wasn't like I was like, that was my special moment with George. I knew that's...
He said the same thing to you as he did to the guy that likes Legos.
Exactly.
Did you just want a tattoo and you're like, all right, this works?
Float.
Or did you really think about it?
Floats.
No, I thought about it.
In his
Did
cup.
they put like the outline on it before they did it, and you still went through with it?
No, the outline came later after the abuse that he got from everybody.
Listen, I'll take a trashing from you, and you, not from these two.
Well, it's a fair
I refuse to take these girls that just walked out of study hall.
It's a fair
to answer
question.
phones over here.
It's a fair question. The girls know.
I got a tattoo, and I thought about it for at
What's
least
your
a
tattoo?
year.
And they're co-hosting today.
Oh, so bad.
Wow, you went for a
Couple
big
of
tramp
birds right
stand.
over the
For my
hiney.
grandmother. I thought about it for a while.
Wait, turn around.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a big tramp stand.
Yeah, it's good.
huge
It's a bunch
tramp
of
stand.
birds, a
Oh, that's what
fucking
they call them?
carrots. What are they sitting on?
That's from your grandma?
That's for my grandmother, yeah. I
What
got
do you
her
mean?
initials down on the bottom.
Where's the initials? I didn't see the
Oh,
initials.
I thought she did the tattoo.
It's a nice
What's the initials?
LBM.
LBM.
Oh, I'm not even going to get that.
Yeah.
It's good work,
Make
though.
your grandma proud.
Did you go to Weeze's shop?
Yeah, LBM right over the thing. That
No.
could stand for long bowel
This is
movement.
before we...
It's a good tattoo. It's very
My
nice.
grandmother's more
You're
proud
just
than
saying
your
that.
grandmother.
You're just saying that that's a good
Wow,
tattoo.
she's getting pissed.
What happened?
My grandmother's more happy than your grandmother about your tattoo.
Oh, fuck. The Rochester
Fine.
claws
Guess what
are
never
coming
happened to
out.
my grandma? She never had a load drizzled over her, getting fucked doggy style.
And by the way, and that's not true, Joe. She did, and not by white men.
Wow, Joe.
Wow,
They're our co-host today.
I'm just joking.
It's all right.
I'm just joking.
You're offending a
Wow.
passed away grandma. Is your grandmother passed
Too
away?
far.
My grandma's dead too.
Yeah, but that was different. She deserved it.
Wow, that went too far,
Jesus,
Joe.
Jim.
We're just trying to learn radio.
Just trying to have fun, tease your
Well,
tattoo.
We're gonna have a little fun.
Welcome
you
to
can
the
make
playing
jokes.
field.
You're a seasoned comic. What are you doing?
Exactly.
They're just trying to learn about radio.
Exactly.
You
Why
see
don't you
this?
try to help them out?
This is what
This
Bill
is
Burr talks
divide and
about.
conquer.
This is what Bill
he
talks about
does.
right here, though.
This is what he does.
This is what
Divide
Bill
and
talks
conquer.
about.
He pushed me to say that mean thing about your tattoo, and now he's going to go, it's so mean. And he's going to, and he's still instigating you to say mean things to me?
Don't give away my tricks. I got tricks.
Yeah.
Listen, in all honesty,
Can you take that
is a
statement
nice
back?
tattoo.
It's fine.
But here's the
Can you
thing.
take back the load thing? That was a little too far.
Yeah, low
You don't have
drizzle.
to. You don't have to.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
drizzle.
I understand.
Drizzle. That implies that somebody was actually just pumping their thing and below was drizzling.
It's just falling out of the penis.
Yeah, drizzling.
Joe,
Not
there's a
shooting.
better way to fucking put that.
Yeah.
All right, shooting jizz. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like I would probably get welcome to the Jim Norton show, everyone, on my arm.
Why would you get that?
Because if we want things that George Carlin said, like, why wouldn't I get that?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Oh, it's the sketch we did for Tough Crowd.
Oh.
At the end of the,
Jimmy
end of
really
the
didn't want
sketch,
to mention it.
At the end of the sketch,
He didn't
when
really
I
want to
interrupt,
mention
I interrupt and I say, I love the 7 dirty words that you never can hear on television. He goes, you want to hear 7 more dirty words you'll never hear on television? Welcome to the Jim Norton show, everyone. And then he
That's really funny.
Oh, it was great. Then he called me and Colin cocksucking motherfuckers, and that ended the sketch. It was really delightful.
You should have got that on your arm.
No, funny, not on the phone. It was in front of a studio audience. George was dressed like a priest, and I was dressed like an altar boy.
He said so much stuff to us, I wouldn't even know where. I don't have enough room on my body for George Carlin tattoos. We had him on, I think, 3.
Like Cape Fear.
Dude, we had him on 3 times.
Wow.
Beautiful Mind on my back. Because he was on 3 times? At least twice.
I was with him once. I was only with him once.
And he would do an hour every time, like it was nothing.
Oh, what happened? Oh, Joe called. That's all right.
Why don't you make that into a tattoo?
No, you should have that whole radio conversation on. So it should be you're caller number 5, and then keep kicking him in the nuts.
Oh, Joe.
God, this was worth the drive in today.
Joseph.
What do I do? Now, wait. Troy never answered the question. What now?
I think you get some cool tattoos.
If that was it, and whatever, would you look at it and go, "Oh, that's bad," or we just go, "It just does nothing for me. I don't even get the point."
I mean, it's just black outline, and there's nothing. What's that?
Don't hold back. From 1 to 10, is that a good tattoo?
Tell the truth.
But honestly,
from 1 to 10, rate that tattoo.
Look, it's your tattoo. It's if it means something to you, it means something to you. I think you could have done something a little more creative with it.
He offered to do something much more creative, and I was like, "It's too elaborate. I can't do it." No. The guy
what did he
that
offer to do besides cover everything that you have?
He was like, "Look," he was like, "Why don't we just put?" And he put like a design and colors and stuff around it, and then kind of framed it. It was just too. It's too much. I like things that look classic and like very streamlined.
So instead, you went with a classified FBI document. Like they were covering up a word that we're not allowed to fucking look at.
You should let my guy cover that.
Yeah, you really should.
Oh,
or any guy cover that.
Yeah.
With his
it looks like a fucking barcode. It looks like you're buying an arm.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I would get it covered with, but
anything. Anything at this point.
But the problem is there's so much black.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go darker and bigger.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't want to goddamn,
Then get it lasered.
I've seen better work carved into a tree.
But you still haven't answered my question.
Yeah, that's why you got to get a heart.
Would you look at it and go, "That's a bad to do," or would you look at it and just go, "I don't get the point of that"? Because there's a difference in those two statements.
But see, I worked in a tattoo shop for many years, so I'm very judgmental of people's tattoos. I would not like that tattoo. I would personally wouldn't understand it.
I think the tattoo is so bad that it's not even open for discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Let me see. Maybe
serious,
it's not that
Joe.
bad. Yeah, Opie's right.
Especially because Troy's in here. Troy's got some really amazing pieces on his arm.
Troy had fucking Michelangelo working on his arm.
Yeah, I'm not a tattoo guy, but I mean, you got to respect that. That's some good work right there.
Troy's work
really
on his
good
arm,
work.
actually, and I don't really give a fuck about tattoos, but his stuff is, I actually walk in and say, like, fuck, that's great work.
It's incredible, but that's also Troy's personality. Like that kind of stuff, that's not who I am.
No, it doesn't have to be
your personality is dull?
Yeah. Boring, dull.
No,
you're not, though, Joe.
Black and white.
It could be something, it could be simple. I understand what Joe wants. He wants to go for simple. He's not looking for Ozzy has thanks tattooed in the middle of his palm. Like, it doesn't have to be a fucking genius tattoo.
All right, so what would you do with that?
I would cover it and start over. I would
what do you
laser
cover
it. I would laser it off.
No, fuck that.
And put a little bit of
Joe.
So what? You fucking get it numbed and you deal with it.
But you can laser just part of it off.
All you can do is lighten it up.
Yeah.
And then you could, if you like, kick him in the nuts, if that means something to you, get a cool banner that says it, get like a silhouette of a microphone, you could do a portrait of George Carlin, you could do, there's so much you could do with that idea, but it doesn't have to just be, kind of like, almost, I don't even know. It's like Auschwitz victims had like the numbers tattooed on them like that.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe you get a picture of Oscar Schindler
or a little red dress. Like getting this turned into some kind of like if you sort of did a stained glass, like if you took the lines here and added more lines with it, you could do it to make it even more confusing and not even know what's going on.
Yes.
Because that does not look like a microphone.
A stained glass? What is it? What are you doing, Joe? You're fucking coming apart at the seams.
This could be a blob on your arm.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
A black blob.
I could put a hat on every letter so they look like fucking people in the 50s.
Oh, God damn it. I like it.
All right.
Then don't like it.
Then we're proud.
I did until 20 minutes ago.
Why are you hiding all your tattoos now?
I felt great about it. This one's getting trashed.
Well,
why?
Well, it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, you would think by now, E-Rock would have snuck in a little Ray Parker Jr.
No, why would he?
He's
busy in there fucking looking at his Ultimate Warrior picture. I know.
Did he get an Ultimate Warrior picture?
Not only did he not get one,
why?
Roland went out of his way to get one just so he could text it to Eric.
Oh, you didn't go to the big interview, Eric?
No,
what happened with Ultimate Warrior?
He's dead.
Sam got to...
he's been dead forever, though.
He's not dead. He's been alive.
The Ultimate Warrior's dead. The original guy died.
I just talked to him yesterday.
He did die. Probably fucking 6 years ago.
All right, well, then maybe I should go get an in memoriam tattoo.
No, the new Ultimate Warrior's alive. The second guy. The original guy died.
Yeah. I probably won't get my wrestling information from you.
Listen, there's two things I know, Sam, wrestling and tattoos. Now, wait a minute. The fucking Ultimate Warrior died, man.
He didn't die, Joe.
The Ultimate Warrior is alive. I talked to him yesterday.
What's he do now?
He's the Ultimate Warrior. He licenses himself out and does signings. And
who died then?
Lots of people are dead.
Yes. Hopefully you're a tattoo artist.
I knew this was coming, by the way.
Why? To photograph your fucking ankles?
I knew this was fucking coming.
What happened?
Oh, this fucking horrible, like a doll foot. Fucking DeRosa has like an awful doll. What does that look like? Those terrible fucking sneakers.
Wait, let me see your sneakers.
You said they look like Gilligan shoes last time. They're Vans. God, guys, Jesus
All
Christ.
right.
Can I fucking sit for 2 minutes?
It's more your ankles that bother me, not the pants.
I think the shoes are fine.
Yeah,
I
they're
like
okay.
the shoes.
Yeah.
I
The
like
tattoo's
shoes.
not good. But
Yeah, maybe you can get a pair of sneakers tattooed.
I like your tattoo.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Go on.
can I ask the lady something?
Sure.
Yes, you may.
You know that Jeff Bridges is in a movie with Ryan Reynolds?
I know, I heard. I'm very jealous.
Did you get a picture of Jeff Bridges?
No, I didn't. He was sitting in Travis's office with the door shut.
What do you think of Ryan Reynolds?
I'm in love with Ryan Reynolds.
He was here once.
Was he?
Yeah.
I'd marry him in a heartbeat.
Really?
Said he's married to Blake Lively.
And you have a
She's
fellow.
so hot.
You
She's
can't marry
beautiful.
him. You have somebody. You can't cheat with Ryan Reynolds.
Is that your one?
Actually,
Oh, that stupid bit.
I love Ryan.
What's yours? And then you go around the room. Well,
Who would your wife let you just have one night with?
And then you always creep everybody out. You just name a child.
that's my pass. That's my pass. Is it? Shut up.
Who's the best chick? Who's the chick in Hollywood that you would just give anything?
Probably Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Really?
I think she's the sexiest, yeah.
That's a biggie right there.
Juicy, man. Fucking love her.
Yeah, she's great. She's
Yeah.
great. She's great. She's fucking hot. Mine used to be Marissa Tomei, but
oh my god, really?
Which is a little. I mean, I don't think
Yeah,
she's old.
I could
but
never come just thinking of Pause Attraction. That fucking my cousin Vinny.
Pause Attraction?
No, the Pause Attraction on the cars.
Fucking Scarlett Johansson's pretty goddamn hot, though,
She's
man.
fucking juicy. Her fucking leg. She's like a woman, man. Oh,
Mine used to be Drew Barrymore, but I guess that dates me.
No,
But
she's
there was
still
a
hot,
time
though.
she was ridiculous.
Alicia Silverstone was for me was one of the ones I liked her. I thought she was really sexy.
Yeah.
She was as ripe as it got at one point. Remember how hot Liv Tyler was? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
She was like...
I would say I was never like look at Scarlett Johansson's ass. She has juicy, pale ass cheeks. Oh, and I fucking spank her. Very naughty.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking.
Her breasts are bud-like too.
Oh, they're fucking
they got
heavy.
nice buds. Sorry,
That's probably what she says. She probably puts something in your face and says, "Suck my weighty bosoms."
That looks bud-like.
Something Judi Dench would say.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like early spring, those buds that come in.
Remember, some back in the day when Madeline Stowe was just
I loved Madeline Stowe.
Righteous.
Wait, give me a picture of Madeline Stowe.
Oh,
She was in
dude.
Unlawful Entry with fucking Mike with
Ray Liotta.
I want to be wrong, Joe.
Oh, dude,
Madeline
she was-
Stowe was very fucking.
I got to see a picture. I don't.
She was
I'm just
righteous.
laughing at the name and.
Yeah, she was.
Oh
she
yeah,
was
she
great.
was
Let me
always
see her.
ridiculously sexy. Not so much.
That's her
right
now.
there. Go back a little bit.
She's like 50. She
No,
looks
she
great.
still looks all right.
Yeah, I would still fucking suck her toes. She was lovely.
The white dress one is like her and her,
Where?
like that's like prime Madeline Stowe.
Yeah, she was hot, man. She had a great body.
Her, Barbara Hershey was fucking smoking.
Who else? Jill Clayburgh.
Come on.
What do you mean? What's wrong with me?
You come up with the strangest names.
What? You were with me for fucking Madeline Stowe. You're not
I
with me
know,
on
no,
Barbara
but
Hershey.
you're going
All right, let's
farther
go
and
Barbara
farther
Hershey.
back.
No, Hershey is.
Nah, I don't think.
No, that's her. That's her now.
No,
with
I
plastic
know,
surgery.
but I remember her from. Nah, no.
Beaches.
Nah, not
She's lying on that deathbed.
Yeah, who else? Charo.
Who else? Who else, Joe? Give us one more.
Fucking. Who else from back in the day?
Fucking.
Susan Sarandon was great.
Oh,
though.
sucks.
Jesus Christ. Another broad that was always
She was.
overrated.
I wouldn't even let her jerk
Always
me off
overrated.
after Rocky Horror. She was
All right.
fucking terrible.
Goldie Hawn back in the day.
Maybe I would maybe eat her box after Seems Like Old Times.
Jesus.
Seriously.
What's wrong with eating box,
1980.
Joe?
Huh?
Pardon my language.
But I mean, maybe you tell me you wouldn't have banged.
She's cute. She's like in Private Benjamin. She was cute.
All right,
That
you're
doesn't
right.
turn
You're
me
right.
Her
on.
daughter's
Right.
way
How
hotter.
about the sergeant in Private Benjamin?
Yeah, fucking Eileen Bremis. Yes.
We met.
That's not.
Wait,
is that
Eileen-
no,
wait.
that's a comment.
No, Eileen Bremis is a comedian. I know. Her name is similar to that.
It is Eileen something.
Wait, I met Kate Hudson in Boston. Me and Aunt were doing a broadcast up there. Jimmy, you went to that one?
I did. Well, I was with Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson, and I said the douchiest thing after meeting her.
Who'd you meet?
Kate Hudson.
Oh,
she was in her early 20s, and I said she's like an angel.
God,
I've never lived that down.
Ew, did you say that?
Yeah. And we were all excited because we were drinking beers, and she goes, "Guys, can I have one?" And we almost all came.
That would be douchey.
Do you
even
remember
if she was
that?
dead with wings.
I know. Gotta throw myself under the bus too.
Eileen Brennan.
I said she's like an angel. Ugh.
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
Terrible.
Can't look at the girls.
Terrible. Even if she played for the Angels.
I can't look at the
Fucking
girls.
terrible.
Opie, did time stop when you saw her?
Oh God.
I saw her. My heart
it's the
skipped a
worst,
beat.
Joe.
Did time stop long enough for you to take a load across your
It
back?
was so bad.
It's fucking horrible.
God.
Who else was good back in the fucking day, dude?
Well, the day you're talking about is obviously the early 70s.
Exactly.
Look about the 80s and 90s. This is in the 80s and 90s.
How old which one is this again?
Barbara Hershey.
How old is Barbara Hershey?
Barbara Hershey was like fuckable in 1976. That's when you want to fuck her.
I don't think she was.
Come on. Beaches was like 87.
How old's Barbara Hershey?
Barbara Hershey's 65 years old.
So
that's pretty much the 70s.
She's a fucking old lady.
You know the way I like it.
Barbara Hershey can fucking go jump in a lake. She's too old. Helen Mirren.
Joe likes old broads.
I'd bang Helen Mirren right now.
Nah, I would say
attractive.
I mean old broads, like Helen Mirren old.
After Caligula, I'd bang her.
He made out with a 60. How old was she again, Joe?
60.
Ew.
He made out with a 60-year-old. And this is a few years back now too. How old were you, Joe?
We know where the drizzled the load reference came from.
How old were you?
28.
Oh, Joe. Who was she?
She was some lady. She came to a show.
That's, by the way, never how you want to start a pussy story. She was some lady.
And I think he's pumping. I think he's pumping down the number too. Because how old was she really?
I think she was 60.
What happened?
A little older, I bet.
I would not. Yes. I would not deflate the number. The number only makes the story even better.
You were in a hospital. She was vomiting outside the chemo ward. What happened?
Yeah, what if she was lying? What if she was older?
She came to a show with a bunch. She was an airline stewardess.
Oh no.
She was an airline stewardess.
An old airline stewardess?
And
she had corns on her feet from standing all the time.
She had an Eastern Airlines hat on. Fucking, I worked for Brando when they started, honey.
Oh, Joe.
Oh, fucking terrible.
Fucking
all the fucking abuse from takeoff and landing that body has taken.
How bad were the hands when she was jerking you off?
Decades of takeoff and landing.
Her body
turbulence.
was terrific. She probably had some work done, but her body was really nice, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't have sex with her. We just kind of made out outside of a bar.
Did she jerk you off?
She like grabbed my dick over the pants. Like we were outside. We were like against the wall in front of a bar.
Why didn't you take her to the car or something?
I didn't have a car. I was in New York. I didn't have a car.
You threw a 60-year-old broad up against a wall?
She was into it, dude.
Classy dame like that?
Jesus.
Break
She was fucking into it.
Yeah, break.
Here's the funny
She's
part.
good. She's good. I was going to go with back. She went hip. Hip
She
is
is.
much better.
Yeah,
than
we
she's
heard
good.
her.
Yeah.
Here's the funny.
good.
Here's the funny. Well, not the funny part, but the whatever. I had just signed with my first manager, and I remember he came to meet me at the bar. I was out with her, and the first thing my manager ever saw me do was make it out with a 60-year-old woman.
Oh, awful. They tried to get you an audition for Harold and Maude.
They're remaking Harold and Maude on Broadway. Yeah. So she just came in with a bunch of other stewards.
60-year-olds.
It really sounds like a story from the 50s.
Oh, that's funny. She went home and fucked Sully Sullenberger. How terrible is that?
Wow.
And they were all single, and I went after her.
Of course they were.
And she was like, "What are you doing? These chicks are like 22 years old." And I was like, "Nah, I want to hook up with you." Ugh. I wanted to see what it was like. I wanted to think someone was very turned on by the idea of she was so much older. I think it's admirable.
No, old lady breath would drive me crazy.
She didn't have it. I swear to God.
But you know what an old lady's mouth tastes like when you kiss him? It's just like old shit. I wouldn't mind like a woman a little older than me, but that even I'm at 44 now. I don't even like them in my age group, much less fucking older. But 60, they can fuck off.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. She was Helen Mirren 60. She wasn't 60 like. But so at least give me that much in the story.
I understand that. Like Helen Mirren, I met once, and she was really, very pretty for an older woman. Like for a woman that age, I get the attraction to her, but I just couldn't do it. All the history and the fucking charm bracelet and the it would drive me nuts. Drive me nuts.
And you know, there's gray hair in weird places.
Oh my God, yeah, leg
that she
hair.
just can't get to anymore.
She'd take out her teeth before or put them in a...
Whoa!
No, we didn't.
Yeah, she kissed you.
You gonna let her do that?
Nailed it. Nailed it. Shut your motherfucker.
You gonna let her do that to you?
With you?
Yeah.
Your whole fucking family's rats. You're all fucking rats.
Did you kiss her
You're
neck?
really trying to do fucking Goodfellas over here.
No.
You know what old lady sweat tastes like on her neck? Remember you kiss your grandmother on her fucking cheek and that old lady sweat? Did she taste like that?
No. She was as hot as you could be for 60 years old. Like
exactly.
She's not.
It's not at all.
I tried to.
She was.
I'd rather fuck a 40-year-old guy.
No shit.
I tried to open kiss my grandma once. I didn't know.
Why?
I didn't know any better, and then she told me to close my mouth.
Yes, and then get out from under her skirt.
I don't know why. I was young. I didn't know. I didn't know you. I didn't know you kiss your grandma, differently than you kiss your dad. All right, listen, we're going to Montreal. We should announce this next week.
Yes, and Joe will be up there.
You're going to be doing our show next week, I guess.
I would love to do it. I didn't even know you guys were going to be up there.
I know. No one knows. That's why we got to finally announce it.
We like to announce 5 days before. So why would we?
Well, it doesn't matter because we're also learning we're broadcasting from a conference room, so it doesn't even matter if we announce this.
That stinks.
We want to, meet some people.
We have to change that.
When we hit the road, we like meeting people.
A bunch of the guys are going to be up there.
Yeah, it's going to be two great shows next Thursday and Friday in Montreal at the Hyatt. But
Bobby will be up there.
But they got us into
the conference room.
Colin's going to be up there.
Colin will be up there doing his show. I'm doing a TV show on the 28th.
I think
Whitney Cummings is hosting it.
Oh, no, I'm doing something that Jeff Ross is hosting.
No,
I was going to say I thought you might have been hosting the thing I was doing.
No, this is like the Canadian HBO show.
Whoa, very cool. So we'll be up there next Thursday and Friday in a conference room. So I don't even know why we're announcing it, but it will be, two really good radio shows.
We got to get some fans in to watch. It really is dull just to sit in a conference room, look at fucking hotel conference walls. And that
Why a conference room? I remember years ago I went up there to see Wheeze. He was at the Montreal Comedy Festival. He was in the middle of the lobby.
I was with
you.
So
people were coming and going. It was perfect. We want that kind of vibe, not a conference room.
We were off the air.
It'll be good. It'll be like a conference, but it'll be like a business meeting, but with a little fun,
Yeah, absolutely.
No fun comes from a conference room. I've been fired in conference rooms.
But don't they mean like it'll be like a big room with seats where they can fit a nice crowd and everything? They don't mean like a little fucking.
There's no crowd.
But
really?
Yeah.
No, why would there be? That would be fun.
Joe.
It's
It's legit. It's a conference room.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying. I would think it would be I'm surprised that that you guys even have to take care of the crowd issue. I would have thought that would have been the whole fucking point was to do a show with an audience.
We got to find a better place to broadcast.
Because for me, insurance was an issue, but I found out I'm going to be okay with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh, that's cool that you guys are being up there. That's exciting, man. It's nice to,
sounds it.
You want to come to the conference room?
Yeah,
we'll save you a seat in the conference room.
I'll be there.
We'd rather have
a long table.
We can get ribbons to put outside the door.
God, what is he doing down there?
What are you talking about?
I haven't bitched in a while.
Who?
I turned over a new fucking.
Well, let's ask him. Maybe we didn't pitch our case
we need a
strongly
better
enough.
place.
We need to ask Gary, and I'll ask him. Maybe he would be willing to work with that.
Broadcasting from the Hyatt Montreal on Thursday and Friday of next week from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're giving the comics another hour to wake the fuck up with special guest comedians stopping by. So,
sweet.
Finally making it into Canada.
Can I plug some shows?
Yeah, Joe.
I have to do the same thing.
I'm at Gotham Comedy Club this Friday and Saturday night, 5 shows. Please come out this Friday and Saturday night.
Okay.
You're also, Joe is at Atlantic City at the Revel Casino, which I've never been to.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the end of August. I'm sorry. Joe will be in Austin. Cap City's a great comedy club.
Great room.
It's old school, man. It's like written in block letters on the front. It looks like it's going to be terrible until you walk in, and the vibe is fucking amazing.
So why don't you like the block letters on DeRosa's forearm?
Exactly. Maybe that's what you should get. Fucking Cap City Comedy Club.
Because nothing amazing comes after these letters. That's basically where it fucking
period.
stops.
The period drives Jimmy nuts.
I have one. I'm working with Amy and Artie Lang and Dave Attell this Saturday. Our early show is sold out. The late show, there might be tickets available in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I'll be on Leno with I'm going to be here tomorrow. But I'm doing a segment. Amy's actually a guest. But we'll be on Leno together on.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I love doing stuff with Amy. We did Jeslyn together. She's
Wait,
just
what day is
fucking
that?
Hilarious. Thursday. We're going to be on Thursday night, and then I fly home. There's a huge birthday surprise planned for me Friday, and I'm doing the gathering of the Juggalos this year. Yeah, and they're coming in. We got them in the 23rd, next Tuesday, I think. I can't wait.
They're
to have
coming
those
in.
guys in. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are they going to do for us?
They'll just hang out. They're fucking
Yeah,
maniacs.
Fuck yeah.
They're cool dudes, man. They're fucking. They're going to be very entertaining.
They're going to be fucking awesome.
You think so, right?
But they got to
Yeah.
do shit.
No, they don't got to do shit. You got to be down with the clown.
I'm down with the clown.
Till you're dead in the ground?
Okay.
Family.
Fair enough.
Family.
There you go.
They did a
Joe
video
knows.
where they're just plugging the gathering of the Juggalos. They're just kind of like being silly and kind of making little remarks about everybody, but it's funny. They're not dicks.
Joe, you should get a big hatchet man to cover up that silly thing you got on your arm.
Those guys were.
Oh, you did the gig.
I did the gig. I had a story about it in my act about how it was the worst show I ever did in my life.
Why?
And I closed my first half-hour specials with it, and I got some death threats from it, actually, from some of the fans. But then they have an internet radio station, and
fuck off.
Yeah, and one of the main guy on that station, this guy Upchuck the Clown, who was at the gig. He got my back. He kind of got everybody to get off of me. He was like, he's the fucking comic. He's just joking around, man. They did not take it light. The fans didn't take it light.
Yeah, I know this could be a nightmare of a gig I'm doing, but it's just, the money is. It's like,
But at least Upchuck the Clown will be there to make sure
civilized.
cooler heads prevail.
Yeah. How many years ago?
I did it. God, it's got to be 8 years ago. I mean, it was a long time ago.
This is a comedy tent.
They're going to know who you are. They'll know who you are.
Some might, some won't. I mean, there's a lot of hip hop there, so I don't know if they're going to be my audience or not. I mean,
But it's not like
It's not hip hop.
Like you think of it.
right? No, I know.
Look, they've
Psychopathic Records.
Yeah.
They've gotten a lot of bad press after the Tequila, however you say her name, incident.
Yeah, sure.
About the violence and substance abuse that goes on at this gathering through the years.
What do you want more death threats? What's wrong with you?
I'm justifying. I'm justifying why it would probably be a good gig now. Then all that stuff with the CIA and the FBI came out.
Joe! Joe!
Oh, the Juggalos were classified as officially as a gang or a cult by the FBI.
Come on, they're just fucking fans having a good time.
But that was great. The FBI
not a fucking
classified the Juggalos as a gang, and then the Insane Clown Posse responded by saying they were preparing a lawsuit against the United States government for classifying their fans as a gang.
Good for them.
My point is that I think after all that, they probably were kind of like, all right, guys, let's keep this good thing we got going.
Sure.
Let's just tone down some of the fucking insanity that's giving us this bad rap or whatever.
Yeah.
I would think. I don't know. You
should get a clown tattoo.
A hatchet, man. You got to get a hatchet, man.
I think that's your next tattoo.
I'd love to meet those guys because I was always curious if they ever actually heard the bit or not.
Well, come in when we talk to them.
But I'm afraid they'll be like, fuck you, mother. I don't know.
They're very cool guys.
Yeah, I mean, they seem like they'd be nice.
They're very cool. Dude.
There's your tattoo.
Yeah, that could cover it.
Right there, yeah.
Just put that bullshit you have right there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Look at that. Right down the bottom.
Oh, no.
You can write that horseshit kitten thing right here.
Right. That thing that means nothing. That stupid fucking dumb, stupid cunt thing I have that means dog shit. Yeah.
Who's this broad? She's just taking our picture. Who are you? Who are you?
Can't hear you.
Tell her to come in.
She's
lovely.
Yeah.
Delightful, and she's taking pictures outside the studio. Why are you taking our picture?
Hello.
All right.
Why are you taking our picture?
You're very lovely.
Do you know us?
I saw a bunch of hot guys here.
That's what's up.
Nice.
Oh,
That's what's
right.
up. That's what's happening, ladies. Who are you?
What's your name?
My name is Claudia.
Hi, Claudia. What do you do?
I actually am a reporter
Oh, reporter. What are you reporting on?
about the All-Star game.
Oh, okay. Are you doing any story about really bad tattoos?
Well, ask her, Joe.
That's fair.
What do you think that?
Is that okay to you? Does that look terrible? It's healing. It's healing.
What is this, kitty?
It looks like Kitty.
Fuck the world. Fuck everything.
You know we don't know her.
I know you don't fucking know her.
See,
fucking shit.
Who do you work for?
I work for 93.9 FM in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. And you're just in town checking out satellite radio?
Yes.
Are you?
I'm checking.
You're so hired.
Yeah, are you
Where
trying
are we
to get a
gonna
job
put
here?
No, I'm not actually, but it will be nice.
Are you going back to L.A.?
I'm going back to bed, yes.
So why are you at satellite radio if you work for regular radio?
Be there tomorrow. I actually used to work at Playboy Radio.
Oh, okay, you did. So what did you do? Did you have your own show?
I used to do the sports reports for the morning show in Spanish.
When do you go back to L.A.?
Tomorrow.
I'll be there tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow? What are you doing there?
Just a silly thing on the Tonight Show.
Wow. I guess I'm going to have to watch the
Well, if you want, I mean, maybe you could go to the taping.
Now, how long did you have your show on Playboy Radio?
Probably like 2 years.
Oh, okay. And why'd you leave?
I just want to try something different.
Oh, very lovely. Are you married?
No, I'm not. I'm single.
Are you really?
Oh, boy.
Me too. And, it's so difficult to find somebody I connect with.
Well, it is very difficult in LA, especially.
L.A., they're all so empty and vapid out there.
I know. You've always wanted to meet a down-to-earth gal that works in the biz, right?
Absolutely.
With a good head on her shoulders.
Somebody who's got writing skills, yes.
Let's ask her, do you like lunch?
Lunch? To have lunch right now?
Jimmy loves lunch.
I'm a big luncher. I enjoy a good lunch.
I do.
Me too. So
Why not? Let's do it.
All right.
Wow. Is that just for the radio?
Hey, girlfriend.
No, she's just shutting. And then I'll follow her outside and go, where should we have lunch? And she'll go, I was just kidding, idiot. We're on the air.
All of a sudden, she doesn't know English anymore.
Sorry, I don't know you. No te conozco.
Dame un beso. Speak a little Spanish.
You guys should go to lunch and talk scoops.
I can't today. I have to go to the gym and I have a construction in my apartment.
How much are you lifting these days?
I don't know. 13-year-old boy question.
I was kidding.
Okay.
Come on, Jesus.
No, I don't. I can't lift. I have a sore hand.
Oh, what happened?
I was doing these exercises.
You don't want to know.
Well, you gotta slow down then.
I know, but I was just going crazy, just trying to. I'm really running out of steam very quickly, but I have this.
No, don't put your brace back.
Why?
on.
She'll think I've been working out hard.
Special tool.
Jesus, please don't put that fucking Nana backgammon brace on.
Look, I'll wear this to lunch.
You're really injured.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I want her to think that I'm really like a warrior who got hurt.
It looks
He got hurt on his keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking carpal
Why would you do that
I don't
in front
know.
of the hot girl?
I got hurt putting a thumb in watching porn. So now, did the stuff on Playboy Radio? Did you see like a lot of nudity or no?
No, there wasn't. Once in a while, we'll have like a sex expert coming in with her toys.
Oh, what kind of toys?
Just different kinds of toys. You know, the new ones.
The new ones? Did you take any? Like just
They gave us a couple of them.
What'd they give you?
Try.
I got it, Jimmy. Did you take any?
Still in the box, actually. I haven't tried it yet.
Well, all right. Well, you'll take it out when you get back through. So you are going back tomorrow. And what is your name before I get in trouble?
My name is Claudia.
You're very nice. I'm Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
You're very welcome. Very firm handshake by Claudia.
That means no lunch.
No, it means no lunch whatsoever.
That means no
Matter
lunch.
of fact, if we were in the airport on the same flight, and I'm like, are you hungry? And we were sitting next to each other on the plane, she'd refuse to eat just so it wasn't a lunch with me. What time are you flying back?
5 in the morning.
Why so early?
I gotta go back to work.
Oh, you gotta be on the air tomorrow?
And I have my little doggy. No, I don't do actually on air stuff. I write online.
Oh, you write online? Oh, where's your column?
It should be in there actually if you look at the website.
Oh, okay. 98.9 in Los Angeles?
93.9.
93.9.
Why don't you guys get breakfast at the airport tomorrow?
Because I'll be doing this tomorrow, and then I fly at noon.
What's the slug line for Exitos?
Lo mejor en inglés y español.
I don't know what
What's that mean?
The best in English and Spanish.
Oh, Spanglish.
We do the Spanglish.
Nice.
Yes.
I understand every other word.
Does your boyfriend work for them?
She doesn't have a boyfriend.
No, she said single. She's not married, but she has a boyfriend. Does your boyfriend work for the station or no?
No.
No, what's he do?
He actually works for Fox Radio.
Oh, okay. So he's got like a job in the business.
Right.
And that was my way of finding out. I'm really good.
You're sneaky.
No, I know. I will have a safe flight.
Do we know the Fox Radio guy?
What's his name? Do we know?
I don't want to say his name, dude.
I don't.
Oh, you don't want to say?
Think, yeah, he works in marketing.
Oh, marketing.
Okay.
Oh. Marketing.
Oh, wow.
Claudia, you could do so much better.
Well, let's let Claudia go.
Thank you very much, Claudia.
Thank you. It was nice meeting
Have a
you
safe
guys.
trip back.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lovely. Wow.
So, single can mean
she's fantastic. Of course, I just knew.
You knew, Jimmy?
Of course. She's really sexy, though.
You know, I wasn't that into her.
No, why would you be? She's under 70.
Why aren't you?
Yeah, why would you
female?
Be? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice Latino.
I don't mean this
Some
to
big
sound
juicy
mean.
lips. Oh.
What was wrong with her?
Mean. There was a lot of construction going on there. There had been there was plastic surgery involved.
What? Really?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Absolutely.
Her lips were definitely done.
Absolutely. When this,
I didn't pick up on that.
I didn't
Difference
either.
doesn't make.
She was hot.
Listen,
You don't like her because she didn't have a dick.
Yeah.
that's not helping her cause. She
was lovely,
listen,
man.
No, here's the thing.
I don't know if she's had surgery. She doesn't look like she does.
No, I didn't.
I didn't
Are
notice that.
She looked like she had natural, juicy Spanish lips.
Whole face. Look, when your skin is that fucking smooth and shiny, that's a fucking facelift.
I think
She's
she.
Hispanic.
No way.
Jackie, can you back me up for
I just
once?
noticed the lips. I just thought the lips were a little done, but I didn't.
Fucking nose
really
look.
look.
No.
The accent had me
Jackie
kind
and
of
Joe
drawn
sound like
into it.
jealous teenage girls.
Yeah.
Which is okay
telling
for
you.
Jackie, but not so much
Because
for
you got
Joe.
kitty tattooed on your arm.
I like the accent, is what I
Oh,
wanted.
I thought she was great.
The accent draws you in.
No,
Wasn't
Joe.
she sexy?
She was pretty sexy.
Beautiful body.
I love Hispanic girls.
You
No,
know
no,
how
no,
great she'd be
but-
to make out with? Those soft, beautiful lips.
Start
But
talking
it-
in Spanish.
Oh.
But that's my point.
Spanish.
It wasn't a beautiful. It was a very, very rail, thin body with big boobs. That's not a beautiful body to me.
Juicy rump. He's crazy.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not saying I wouldn't bang
So
her.
you're talking about fucking a 60-year-old lady, and you're going to turn that down. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not saying I would.
Oh, you guys used to fight.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Well,
No.
Troy knows.
No. It's fine. It's
Just
over.
because I just feel- I just-
I forgot about
You're kidding
that.
me.
Hold on. Jesus, Troy. You get
Get the fuck out of here.
Her ass was beautiful. Legs were nice and
It actually
feminine.
looks like your hair is standing up from anger right now.
You do that to me, Joe.
Here's my. I'm not saying I wouldn't bang her. I'm just saying I don't think she's like a fucking 10 knockout smoking chick.
I
That's
mean,
all.
you
She was
know,
very beautiful.
Like, how many times does just a random Hispanic girl walk in here?
And take pictures of us and then be
Yeah.
nice and sexy.
And call you all hot.
Yeah. I
She
know.
said she saw hot men in here, Joe.
Story walking.
You know what?
Get the fuck out of here.
I preface these statements with I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just
But you
saying.
come across as a dick.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear what you want to hear.
You're mad
no.
because you said it looks like Kitty.
Exactly.
No, not me.
Yeah.
I bet if she was a fucking Pan Am stewardess, you'd be happy to make out with her in front of the Regal Beagle.
That's some old references right there for the people that don't know. That's some
girl,
old shit right there.
What's her face was in here the other day? The porn star.
Oh,
What's her face?
Lexi Love?
Lexi
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, she's nice.
Lexi Love in the face was not as pretty as that girl was
Right.
that was just in here, but I liked Lexi Love's body better because it was proportionate. It was proportionate. And that girl had super high heels on. Burr said this to me once. He
Terrible.
goes, you take the heels off of most girls, the whole form of the body just goes away.
Well,
and
but
it's true.
Yeah, but that's because it makes them stand up taller.
Yeah.
It emphasizes the muscles and shape in the legs.
But it makes them look sexy. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Take
Yeah,
off
but
the
my
high heels. So
point-
fuck her with her shoes on.
That's why I started this when I said there's a lot of construction going on here. Take away the outfit and the heels and the plastic surgery, and I don't think you got the
You can
smoking
say
hot
that about
chick
any
anymore.
girl. Take away the head and the feet.
it's right there.
Makeup.
Who are you, the fucking Iceman?
Right.
Put their hair up in a bun.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah,
Doesn't
take off that
long.
red
Get
shit on
the
her lips.
Fuck out of here.
You guys are all wrong, and I'm right.
No, we're not.
It's
You're not right about much, Joe.
I'm very fucking right about this.
Not girls, not tattoos.
I've seen the girls that you date. You date way hotter chicks than that.
Yeah.
Way hotter.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that girl's not hot as shit.
But it does. You're missing the point. I'm not saying.
I wish we
why
had
do
a
you have to
picture to
nitpick
show
that girl?
everybody. Did anyone take a picture of her? She was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Joe, I don't know what you're talking about. It might not be your type or whatever, but she was beautiful.
Let me ask you a question.
Fuck out of here.
You can't tell. There's no difference in your head between. Yeah, obviously, I would sleep with that girl. She's attractive, and No, that's like if Scarlett Johansson is a 10, that girl can't also be a 10.
No, but it was
that's
the way.
what I'm saying.
It was the way you started. It wasn't like you were like you just were like, is this just me, or is she like you were hoping to give her a beating? And we all think that she's
lovely.
Lovely. She's a delight.
And she almost went to lunch with Jim Norton.
Exactly. If it wasn't for my physical abominations, I might have had a shot at taking her for a Cobb salad.
I swear to
You
God,
did it to yourself
I
by
was
putting
not-
the rap on in front of her. Oh God!
I swear to God, I was not looking to trash her. That's why I said I'm not trying to be. I swear to
Give
God.
her a number.
Oh.
7. But you got listen. If you're gonna put, hold on a second. If you're gonna put Scarlett Johansson at 10,
she was.
Come
she
on,
was a strong 7.
7.
No, she's hotter than that.
I would say probably
That's
say an
fair.
8.
Yeah,
Go 8?
8.5.
No.
Yeah, she was solid.
No way.
Sexy.
She was
No
strong.
way.
Strong.
Yeah.
No, 7.
I got a thing for Hispanic
Very
chicks, too,
kissable.
so.
You know, I should be just to sit on the couch and smooch. I'd hug her back, give her deep kisses.
Roland, what did you think?
7.
Roland, come over here. Let's
As
see
you
it.
give Joe the finger behind his back, but I'm not going to say anything, Joe.
Roland.
I'm not
What'd
that
you
type
think?
of guy.
She had a great ass, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect body.
You didn't see the ass? Why?
She was
Everyone
smart,
else
huh?
looked as you left.
I know. What were you looking at?
Did you notice the silence? That was her leaving so we could look at her ass.
Her accent, she's beautiful.
Could you play back the silence, Sal?
Yeah, she was wonderful.
How would you even know that it was playing back?
Well, she goes, all right, I got to go. And then you hear silence because we all were checking out her ass and forgot we were doing radio.
Bunch of rock hard pricks.
All right. Well, what do you? I don't know, guy.
She was like, I would go to lunch. I'm very, very nice. Like,
Yeah, she was just being
I
polite.
don't really
but she was
understand why
fun.
she's here, though.
probably some guy trying to show her off. Like, hey,
She said she was researching for the All-Star game.
Yeah,
but
maybe
I
her
don't know why
boyfriend's in
here.
town or something.
She's
Maybe
looking for a job.
Yeah, of course.
She works.
She's blogging online. She wants to get out of L.A.
Oh, maybe she was flown in for an interview and she just
course.
can't. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I mean, I could fucking hook her up.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you stay with me? I'm having some shelving put in.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Can't believe you didn't like that.
What is happening behind me? that
Nothing.
makes you laugh so fucking
Absolutely
hard?
nothing.
Don't you worry about it, bro.
What? Fuck off. What's happening behind me?
I think he was imitating, like, I don't know, a cat, like, covering up a turd.
Well, Roland
and
is.
you might have been the turd in that scenario. I'm not really sure, though. Look,
Roland-
see? He's covering up.
Roland's flipping you off, making gestures at his crotch, and then kicking imaginary dirt on you.
He's shooting imaginary jizz on you for a second there.
Meaning what? I don't even get it.
Meaning, I was just doing things that are disrespectful to you.
Why is Sam crying?
Because it's funny.
The stuff you find funny, though.
Sam
There's
listens.
been a lot of funny stuff, but it's this that makes you cry?
Sam has this whole after show planned right here.
Yeah, I know.
You're staying, right, John?
I don't know. Maybe.
Bro.
Whoa.
Maybe.
What do you mean,
Roland,
maybe?
comment?
I mean, if we can talk honestly,
Can we
in
always
this
talk
room for
honestly.
once?
Sam, can we end with Denny's driving movie theater
Denny?
story?
No.
Let's
Oh,
clear the
it's-
field and make room for Denny's drive-in story.
No, I mean, let's do it now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like right
But
now.
I used to go there and we would just watch the movies and not leave it till it was over.
because it costs like hashish.
Denny has a terrific drive-in movie theater story.
Exactly. Like this.
Hey, while we're waiting for Denny, can you do that live read?
Joe can.
Okay.
You got the paper though.
Where is it?
It's in front of Opie.
By now, you've probably heard about the whole home HD DVR from Dish called the Hopper. It has a bunch of amazing features like Auto Hop, which gives you the power to skip all the commercials from most primetime shows from the major networks. All you have to do is enable it once when you play back the show. Then you can just put down the remote and skip all the commercials. It's a great feature because when you try to fast forward through commercials with the normal DVR, it never really works. Now you can finally watch your favorite shows totally uninterrupted, all the way through from beginning to end, completely commercial free. So if you love watching primetime network shows but you hate watching commercials, the Auto Hop feature is perfect for you. It only comes with the Hopper from Dish. Watch more TV, watch fewer commercials, all with the Hopper from Dish. Call 1-800-WATCH-TV to get Dish Network today. Plans are starting at just $29.99. That's 1-800-WATCH TV.
Yeah.
Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said that's the place to be.
That's Denny's walk-on music.
And how I got the job as an FM job.
Okay.
The day
He always wanted to be the morning DJ, Joe. Fell a little short.
What happened?
But he's still trying.
What happened?
Well, he admitted his voice is a little weak.
Yeah, he sounds like a nasally child.
A little weak.
Denny.
Stop trying to build me up. Thank you.
What's your
I
driving
said a little
story?
weak. We can work on that.
He's got a good voice.
Tiny voice.
Huh?
No, it's not a great voice. I admit it. I admit it's not a great voice.
It's fine.
I honestly think it sounds like a all right voice.
Give him a claret and D.
It's a fine voice.
Go ahead.
Put a little processing behind that. There you go. See, these kids today don't know about processing and reverb.
Denny, I tell you, I think you have a good voice. In my opinion, has not been in line with the rest of this room for this whole show. But I tell you, I think you got a good voice.
Thank you. Didn't that young lady, her profile looked like Eva Mendes when she was
She had a little Eva Mendes to her, yes.
Great. Okay, can I say this real quick?
Yes.
Sorry. Sure. Great point. Eva Mendes is a fucking...
Why do you have to say Ava after we all said Eva?
Wait.
Exactly.
What the fuck? Always have to be different.
She's a what?
She is a fucking 10. No plastic surgery, no heels, no bullshit, no makeup. 10 right out of the fucking box.
All right, so she's the no frills version of Eva Mendes. That's pretty
fine,
good.
But my point was just you can't go. Who cares about the bells and whistles? You have to. You have to go. Well, that means she's not a 10.
Instead of getting Lucky Charms, you get marshmallow and stars.
Troy does not agree.
But Troy, you fawn over a girl with a penis. Like, what does that say about? So, what does that say about you?
Mean me or Joe?
Please clarify.
But why does this disgust you so much?
Just because that girl was insane.
But you're not hearing what I'm saying to you right now. If Eva Mendes is a 10,
Denny, your story might have
if Eva Mendes is a 10, right out of the fresh morning, no shower,
that
nothing.
girl's an 8.
Come on, Troy. 7. I think 7's fair. I think it's very fair. I'm not being mean. I think it's just a fair statement. I don't understand why it makes you angry.
You get me my feathers ruffled.
Why?
Just I don't know.
Joe, he hasn't let go of the other thing.
Huh?
He never let go of that other thing that he said.
I don't think he has.
He never let that go.
The other day when it came up, when I go, me and Troy are cool now. You know, I'm not trying to be in front of
Here's what happened.
He ran into this fucking room like there was money being given away.
We were on the after show and calling Roland out on some bullshit. And then Roland was like, well, Troy, you talk shit about Joe. And you know what Troy's response was? I never said I liked Joe.
I don't think Troy likes me.
We're fine. We're fine.
He didn't get over the other thing. When they were fighting.
I'm going to take it a step further. I don't think Troy ever liked me. Even when we were like supposedly friends. I think he was just plotting and making a fucking choke me out.
Ever friends.
We were pretty friendly. We used to hang out at functions. Yeah,
we're cordial.
But I mean, like when we would go to Aunt's barbecues, we would sit and hang out for a long time and talk.
Cordial.
I would say
like
we're
friends
friendly.
Are people I hang out with on a regular basis.
I would say we were. It seemed like we were on our way to potentially swapping numbers.
And then you sunk that shit. But then, and I hold a grudge. I still have anger towards people I had in high school. So, like, I don't get over shit easy.
Oh, it's fine.
Now, why do you have a grudge against Joe? What exactly did he do?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
No,
that's not good on this road again.
I'm not being combative, Jim. I'm saying, like, this is a...
It's a long thing.
It's a long story.
It's a long time.
But the short of it is, you weren't here the one day.
I would rather build, new hatred instead of going back to the old
We're
shit.
not going to go back to hatred, but
Let's get some new
Jim,
hatred
you were
going.
out the day it happened. I was filling in for you, and Troy... I started making fun of Troy's shoes or something, and then
and my jeans. And by the way, you're wearing diesel jeans today, with
and
the same jeans I was
wearing,
with rips in them that you goofed on me for.
Right, right.
Oh shit,
but Troy,
you were on
Jesus.
that shit like a year ago.
Troy, we're past it. It's a year later.
Yeah, I told you I don't let go of shit.
I've already apologized
because he's doing this shit.
You're going
that
back
he
to the
made fun of
ripped
you
jeans
for.
thing.
Totally.
Wow, you never forgot.
He made fun of you.
I was wearing diesel jeans and had these.
I had these in my closet when I was making fun of him. That wasn't the point.
That's not cool.
The point was
because he's making fun of him for something he does. That's not cool.
Of course.
That don't make no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Thank you.
Anyway, the point is I made some jokes. Troy got a little angry, and then it carried over into an actual fight a month later when, again, you weren't here.
When you fucked with your livelihood.
And,
I've heard about that one.
And we got in a big fight, and then we didn't talk for a long time, and then finally at the Caroline's Christmas party, I went to Troy. I said, Troy, can we just let this go? Like,
I was at that party.
And then he said, yeah, and I thought everything was cool.
He never let it go. He didn't let it go. He said yes, he was lying. He lied. He lied to you, Joe.
Fine. But see, the problem is Jim starts shit back up.
Jim's taking his pants
off.
No,
listen, he's not. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not
angry at you. We're fine.
What is Jimmy doing?
He took his pants off.
I have to go to the gym directly after this, and Troy and I still have to do something. So while you're talking, I'm just changing, so I don't have to do it at the gym. I'm very pressed for time.
He put his gym sweats on.
Yeah, it's very pressed for time.
Those are the thinnest sweats I've ever seen.
They are, yeah.
They have some light
I like
sweat.
my cock to breathe.
He likes to show off the cock.
Yeah.
He likes it that way.
So, okay, so
his
what was happening here? Troy still hates you.
Well, we also got Denny's drive-in movie
kind of a
theater
letdown
story.
after all
Yeah,
this.
No, Denny, please.
I heard a preview of this thing. It's
Oh,
not going to disappoint.
Wasn't that great? I mean, you were talking about sneaking into the drive-in, and
I never snuck in.
But you didn't
I never
sneak
went.
in?
The first time I went to a drive-in
Don't rub salt.
was when I was 20, probably 23 in Rochester, New York. It was the first time I ever went to a drive-in.
Did you ever see a drive-in movie as a kid?
Yeah, at the red lights. I told you that.
For how long?
Yeah.
For maybe a minute.
A minute?
But we'd get to hear the sound for a while because we'd pick up the movie before the red light.
You never actually went in to watch it?
Oh, Joe, listen to the first part of today's show.
What do you want from me?
I brought up this nice, what I thought was a good childhood memory, and then realized, like, what the fuck was wrong with my parents that we never actually went and saw a movie at the Rocky Point drive-in.
That's hilarious. They would just take it so you can kind of see the screen.
No, I was on the way home from my grandma's house.
Oh, drive-ins. I missed those. Those were the fucking best.
I wouldn't know, Joe.
You
That's
missed
the
out.
point today.
Why are you guys rubbing salt in Opie's wounds? Joe and Denny over here is a lethal combination.
But Denny can relate and has a story.
Oh, right.
I wanted to see, a bunch of buddies of mine wanted to see the movie with Foxy Brown. What was that? Pam Grier, back in the 70s. And they all wanted to sneak in, but nobody had the money to get in. So, like, one guy, what we did is we all chipped in like $2, but I had to go in the trunk of like a 1972 Chevy Nova. And I got claustrophobic. And as we're driving into the entranceway, I'm banging on the thing to let me out. And then the guy got mad from the manager, and he called all our parents when they had to come down there. But I got claustrophobic. It wasn't a great story. It was just a...
Jimmy, you're missing an
It wasn't a great
amazing
story.
Start from the top, Denny.
It wasn't a great story.
No,
it's not.
I didn't hear it. I had a carpenter
It was just a thing
it's
in passing.
it's not a bad story.
It's not a bit.
Please
I get
retell it for Jimmy. And what song should we play over the story? Just to bring it all together.
We have Beach Boys Drive-In.
Did you have Beach Boys
that'd
Drive-In?
be great.
Yeah,
All right, let's
I
get a little Beach Boys Drive-In. Let's retell the story for Jim Norton.
It actually is a good story.
I said a bunch of buddies of mine wanted to see this Pam Grier movie, Foxy Brown or something, back in the 70s. Nobody had enough money for everybody in the car, so they locked me up in the trunk of a 1972 Chevy Nova. I got claustrophobic, turned to sweat automatically, started banging on the trunk to get out. The management found out that we had were sneaking guys in, and it wasn't a big thing.
That's cool. What did you and Potsy and Ralph Malph do after that?
It wasn't a big thing. It wasn't a big.
I wish you were locked in the trunk of Harry Chapin's car.
I would just get claustrophobic.
That is the hackiest thing to do in a drive-in.
That's a terrible surfing movie.
That's a hack move to hide someone in the trunk.
But they used to do that. You used to do that back then in the 70s. You would do that. That's all. That's all I was saying.
They also would squeeze a lot of people into a phone booth.
Exactly.
Oh, that was
The
a
only way that
college
story
prank.
could be worse is if you said you jerked off Tom Bosley at the end of it.
That'd be a great story.
You know who really enjoyed that story, though, was Troy Kwan.
He loved it. I saw him last
saw
Troy wasn't a big story.
Troy appreciates nostalgia.
Troy, what'd you think of the story?
I was falling asleep.
It wasn't a great story.
No, it wasn't. You're right. It wasn't.
Furious at everybody.
It wasn't a great story.
Troy
were
just doesn't
building
like
it up, yeah.
fucking shoddy stories.
It
I
wasn't-
respect
and
that.
I admitted that. I
Troy
was
likes
just
the real story.
Making conversation.
He doesn't like
Joe or Denny?
a bad drive. Troy likes a nice, solid driving story.
Yeah. He needs a real punch at the end
I
of
like
it.
Troy's TCB tattoo. Elvis taking care of business.
Denny, what was the movie? Oh, Foxy Brown. You
Foxy
said that
Brown,
already.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Pam
Looking for
Grier.
details that might spice it up.
No,
but they're not there,
there's no
Joe.
details.
I can't believe you went to see
Exactly.
Foxy Brown.
Pam Grier.
You gotta sneak in. You sneak in for like fucking Star Wars or some shit. You know,
was-
sneak in for the
they didn't
big
make
summer
that yet.
blockbuster.
Yeah,
make
climb
that
the
yet.
fence or something.
Exactly.
Jesus.
But guys thought it'd be fun to do and lock me in the trunk.
That's what you thought was fun?
Happens.
I didn't like it. I didn't like being locked in the trunk.
Antics.
It was
Yeah,
zany.
we heard you.
That's all.
Jesus God.
Yeah,
I told you it wasn't anything exciting.
It was a good story, Denny.
It was a good story,
That
actually.
literally should be the lead story on awfulstories.com.
Okay.
I don't like how Sam's sleeves are rolled up like Ray Liotta in Something Wild.
They're just cuffed. A little cuff never hurt anybody.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should have a cigarette pack rolled up in those sleeves.
Okay,
I
so
thought that reference was going to do a lot more.
I never saw
gave
the
you a
movie.
chuckle.
He's like a greasery kind of guy.
get
and,
it?
my old pal.
You get it. You get
It's
it.
there.
I can bring this all the way around. A guy I used to work with at BAB who is in the record industry. He's still doing well, even though everyone else is not.
Ooh.
He wrote Harry Chapin died near exit 40, which we figured out, on the LIE near Jericho.
Still talking about Harry
He was in a blue 1975 Volkswagen Rabbit. Ooh. I guess the fuel tank ruptured by climbing its back.
Yeah.
What did he die from?
What, did he get rear-ended or something?
A truck climbed his back, probably.
All right, Rabbit. Rupturing the blue 1975 Volkswagen Rabbit, rupturing the fuel tank by climbing its back and causing it to burst into flames.
Oh, Jesus.
So wait,
Christ.
was he driving the blue 1975 Volkswagen Rabbit, or is that what?
He was driving the Rabbit, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a Bug, right? The Volkswagen Bug.
Yes.
No, the Rabbit was another model.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like a little like hatchback type deal.
Okay. It was more square, of a square type car.
Yeah.
Not the van.
No,
it was a Rabbit.
Speaking of square.
Denny?
Yeah.
He's a square.
The car was square. That's all.
Couldn't sneak somebody to drive into one of those things.
Right. How would you handle that situation?
You didn't like the driving story?
Denny the driving bandit. That's the raciest thing he's ever done.
You think Denny got beat up by greasers when he was growing up?
One time we stole rock
yeah.
candy out of the corner store.
The toughs and leather jackets would beat him up.
Let's sneak right into the after show.
Yeah.
Well, you
don't
got
have to do this proper.
You got some live reads and commercial breaks.
Have fun, guys.
You got two more. At least do one of them.
Do I? Joe will do them.
Yeah, Joe.
He owes me.
What the for what?
You know what?
Treating him like a rock star.
I'll do one. I don't care. I'll do one.
All right.
And I'll be at Gotham this Friday and Saturday night. Please come see that. Bye-bye.
Here you go, Joe. We're not leaving anywhere. We're still on the air.
Thanks, man. It's fun.
The show is still on.
Yeah.
All right, you do that one.
How did you sleep last night? Did you wake up stiff and cranky? If so, make sure that you don't. If so,
you got this.
Maybe you don't.
You got
have the
this.
right pillow, Sam, under your head at night, giving you the proper support. That's why there's My Pillow.
Oh.
From MyPillow.com. My Pillow is the amazing smart pillow with the 60-night comfort guarantee and a 10-year warranty. It holds your head firmly but softly in place. It hugs you and holds you to sleep each night. You're going to love this pillow, Sam. My Pillow is made right here in the U.S. in Minnesota. Never goes flat. It's adjustable and is a perfect fit for when you lay down at night to when you get up the next morning. You can even wash and dry the My Pillow like you would your favorite pair of jeans. My Pillow.
A little energy.
I'm doing it sincere.
No, like a little upbeat, you know?
No,
like you're excited about the pillow.
No, but
the pillows are great. I tried them.
I know they are, but you do it sincere.
All right.
If you go, oh my God, the spaghetti in this place.
So it's just smooth, like it's like.
That sounds ridiculous if I do it, but if you go, folks, I don't need to sell you on this.
Gotcha,
if you want good spaghetti, you go to.
I'm with you.
You know.
I'm with you.
Macenzio's. I don't fucking know. I just made that up.
More about the pillow, though, Joe.
But the pillow. But we're not here to talk about pillows.
Yes, we are.
I mean, we are.
You absolutely
We're not here to talk
are.
about spaghetti.
Please talk to me about pillows.
I'm all turned around right now. I don't know what's going on.
Don't even worry about it.
We're not here to talk about spaghetti. We're here to talk about pillows.
That's right.
It never goes flat, the My Pillow. It's adjustable. It's perfect fit from when you lay down at night to when you get up the next morning, as I said before. You can even wash and dry the My Pillow like you would your favorite pair of jeans. My Pillow is the solution to your sleepless nights. Get one now by calling 1-800-299-6694 or go to MyPillow.com. Use the promo code XM4 and save 25%. You will also receive a free press and pack travel bag with your order. You call today at 1-800-299-6694. That's 1-800-299-6694. Or go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code XM4.
E-Rock, give me a sweeper and a bed.
Watch out now. The Opie and Anthony Show continues. Sort of. After O&A Live with Sam Roberts is next.
There you go.
This is After Opie and Anthony Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
Wow. Joe DeRosa is sticking around for After Opie and Anthony Live. He's been having a tattoo help the entire commercial break. Are you at the moment? Like I've always been afraid. Like I got with my tattoos because I got Jack White's autograph, Rob Zombie's autograph, and then I got a White Zombie logo from I got when I was in college. You could say you like them or don't like them, but they're just what they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's no real, like, right or wrong decision to make because the guy signed my arm.
The guy just texted me. I told you he's a fan. I bet you he heard the show.
Yeah.
Let me know if
artist.
the tattoo heals up. I guarantee all my work for that can't be a coincidence. That's got to be that he's listening to the show.
Yeah, because
right?
Joe's got this tattoo, and it says KKTITN, which stands for Keep Kicking Him in the Nuts, which is what George Carlin told him and every single other person that he met.
But I knew that.
Okay.
Because this is the thing, Bobby Kelly.
You did?
Yeah.
Bobby Kelly made fun of me for that. He's like, he fucking said everybody do. And I'm like, I know. That's why I got it, because I was like, this is what he told people, and he told me too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I thought that was kind of what made it cool.
Told you over the phone.
Yeah.
That's a little more embarrassing. When you revealed today on the show that your encounter with George Carlin was because you called a radio show that he was on.
Well, hold on.
That's a little less than I met him at the Cellar one night and we talked comedy.
I called my friend's radio show at NYU. It wasn't like I called like whatever in fucking Minneapolis
right,
or
so
whatever.
It was a college radio show.
I called... It was like calling into your friend's podcast and talking to George Carlin. So there's that. There's also the fact, too, that... I mean, I would have rather... I'm glad I met him like that versus in person, because if I met him in person, I probably would have talked to him for 30 seconds. I got to talk to him for 7 fucking minutes in a scenario where he was there to talk to people.
Did he tell you anything besides what he tells everybody else?
Oh my God, he gave me tons of advice.
Well, why wouldn't you get some of that advice tattooed on your arm?
Because it wasn't anything... It wasn't a phrase. I wanted to pay tribute to him.
And make it simple? Make it something that... Just like that.
Yeah,
There's
and
the
I
tribute.
picked... This is how the problem started with this tattoo. I picked the wrong font. If I picked a better font, it would have been fine. But I picked the wrong font, and I got the stupid period put at the end of it. I fucked up.
Honestly, I know Jim hates the period. I don't even mind the period. Because I think the period is like, you know, like it makes it, this is a thought.
Yeah, I know. That's what a lot of people said to me, but I never liked the period. It looked too like, period.
Yeah, it is a little
I didn't like it. But I picked a bad font. I picked a font that was too aggressive and hard looking.
Yeah, it is.
And
it almost looks like a Roman numeral type font. It's very, yeah.
So then, and actually, that's what we were going to do, was just keep it with the line so it almost looked Roman numeral-ish. And then I was like, oh, why don't we put the mesh? It's my fault. Like, I fucking...
So what Joe did was he went to his tattoo guy and had them add a rectangle around the initials.
Right.
And then just add a little bit more to the rectangle and make the top look slightly meshy. And then he said it's a microphone, which I was like, Joe, I don't have any problem with you, but I've never seen any type of microphone like that. Like, the microphone was literally the last thing I would have thought of.
Yeah.
Like, I would have thought that was a dog before a microphone, and it doesn't look anything like a dog. There's no legs, there's no tail, no ears.
I fucked up.
And that's what crushed me, is when I saw your face today. It's like that realization that, oh shit, I just got a bad tattoo. Like, I don't know what that's like, because I'm happy with mine.
I like this one. Everybody's giving me shit about this one over here. I like this one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
No smoking?
I'm not a fan.
Why?
Just because I think it's sort of like... what it is, that tattoo, it's a black circle with an X across. It's like the Ghostbusters logo without the ghost, and it's black. But, I mean, I guess I get it, and I don't mind it on the level... Like, that's not like a bad tattoo, whereas that one kind of is.
Right.
Like, that one's just kind of like, whatever, to me.
What do I do? I don't know what to do.
I don't think the circle with the X is necessarily a problem. I definitely wouldn't get it, but I understand, I guess, what you're doing. That, I think, and Troy, what you didn't see, I'm glad you're coming in here, because you're in the commercial. Joe showed me a picture of what his artist wanted to do with the initials. And that's why I don't have a problem with the artist anymore. Show Troy.
No, the artist is fine. He's
Show
good.
Troy what the guy wanted to do.
He's very good. I just panicked at the thought of getting something so elaborate done.
He wanted to add colorful, like, yellow and black accents behind the letters just to make it pop.
He wanted to do something like that.
How much better is that?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
A lot better.
I just thought it was too elaborate. I was like, I don't know, man. It's going to be this huge thing on my arm.
Yeah, but now it's like, it looks like you got branded in a fraternity or something.
And it still looks like kitten, though.
Yeah, like that tattoo looks like a mistake.
The problem,
and that's my problem too. The circle with the X on it, that also looks like I got this when I was fucking stupid. Not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like a like a dare or something.
I like this one.
It looks poorly thought out, even though it's not.
I like this one.
Okay.
I'm going to stand behind this one.
I mean, look, I got Rob Zombie's autograph on my arm. Who am I to say?
Well, I mean, it's like you said. To me, this is what it is.
So that's
cool. Like somebody can look at this and go, "What are you against?" And I'd be like, "Well, what are you against?" It's
and
up
you
to
go
you.
like
I
this.
don't care.
You go like this. When somebody says, "What are you against?" Look at them and say, "What do you got?" And just be a tough guy like that. You know what I mean?
That's too.
You got tattoos now. You could do it.
Coy.
And then add the period at the end of your tattoo.
I swear to God, I almost had Keith Robinson tattooed inside of this thing. And it would have been the funniest thing of all time.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, for a week. And then people would have been like... I also was like...
You're right. That was actually very giving of you, because now that's hilarious forever, because it's always awful.
Yeah, well, I mean... But it also would have been the opening conversation in any meeting I ever had, ever. Like, anytime you go to pitch a TV show, anything. What's that? Why do you...
Yeah, but
anti-Keith Robinson
now it's like... Yeah, it's true. If they knew who Keith Robinson was. Now you got Kitten in a box.
Look, I don't know what to do.
Troy, have you ever come back from like a week later and been like, oh, fuck, this tattoo sucks?
Not really.
Not to that level.
No. I mean, I've had tattoos where over time I'm like, man, I shouldn't have.
Because you've had to cover stuff up before.
Yeah, absolutely.
But not till much later, you're saying.
Right.
This is what I wanted, and I thought it was fine until today.
Today was the... Really?
Yeah, I had no problem with it.
Well, then stand by it. Just be like, fuck all y'all.
Or do you think we're right?
Well, honestly, I can't tell because, as you know, this is an environment that smells blood in the water. So, I can't tell if everybody's hopping on me because like, it's the gang mentality of the room, or if it really is... As I said earlier, I don't have a fucking problem with somebody looking at it and going, I don't get that.
Yeah.
I just don't want somebody to look at it and go, that looks fucking terrible. Like, that's what I don't want.
When Voss saw my Jack White tattoo, he trashed it, and that was because, okay, he's trashing it because he's trashing it. That's what Voss does. But when I first got it, I came in here with it, and the guys were like, you know what, that actually looks pretty cool. So it's not like they just trash it because if it looked cool, they'd probably be like, oh, actually, you improved it.
Well, that's why I said I wasn't sure.
And now you are.
It kind of looks like a homemade... It looks like somebody did it in their home.
It looks like Joe did it himself.
Yeah.
Like he had a tattoo gun and he's practicing on his own arm.
Here's what I think I could do, and I know you said you don't want to be one of those guys with the mic tattoo, but whatever. I think I could have the guy sort of brush up on this a little bit, make it look a little more illustrated, turn this into a more significant microphone, and then even like, I don't know, maybe I can even get fucking Carlin's face around it or next to it.
But no microphones are sticks like that. At least a microphone that would...
I'm saying if he came out and put...
But don't you think that...
Whatever.
I told Joe, like, you don't want to be one of those comedians that has a microphone tattooed on their arm. It's like... That'd be like if I got like a radio mic, and it's like, come on, dude, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know what else to do.
I think you should...
Take my advice.
Getting it lasered off.
No, I don't think you should.
It's not happening.
Get it covered up.
I think you should get some kind. Find a good artist.
Covered, Troy.
Well, I told you, you got to go bigger and darker.
I think you should find a good artist.
What am I gonna get, a giant black spot on my arm?
No. You can do something that just kind of works in.
Do you not think he could add like accents to it, like that original thing, like just add yellow and green shit to it?
It's hard, man, because it's just very like elementary looking. Not saying that the tattoo artist was elementary, but it just doesn't look like. It looks like somebody did it in like a trailer park or something.
It does. And
that's not his fault. That's what he was working with.
No, that's what you wanted.
And the girl originally did a nice job with the lettering, but I would have appreciated if she did what she said she was going to do and supply me with different fonts and be like, dude, let me just warn you now, you're going to have huge letters on your fucking arm.
At the end of the day, though, they stencil it on first. So you got to be like, this is going to be on my arm fucking forever.
I know.
And that font looks racist.
I know.
And you got to look at it and say, it looks like a racist
I said to her, I'm worried that it looks racist because it's two big Ks. And she went, well, it doesn't say KKK.
And you were like, well, lady said it. Here's your money, lady.
She made me feel like seriously, I'm not trying to pass the buck, but it's fucking bullshit. It's like, you know what? You're like a fucking doctor. You know more about this than I do. I'm trusting you right now.
You're very easily influenced.
You're like a mechanic. I'm trusting you. You're telling me things I don't know about.
You're a sensitive guy. You're easily influenced, aren't you? I think so.
I would say, yeah, I'm kind of easily influenced, but I don't think that's an unfair point to make about a tattoo artist. It's like you work you work in a field that I don't have a lot of understanding of. So you should go above and beyond your call of duty and say, look, dude, let me talk you through this a little bit.
Also, at the end of the day, you need to have your radar on for either shitty artists or people, or if
she was not a shitty artist, she was a very good artist.
If you're rushing into something,
she just didn't fucking do what she was supposed to do.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not her body that it's on. So she might still stand by the fact that it doesn't say KKK, but you're the one who has to deal with black guys looking at your arm like, what the fuck is your problem?
She's rushing in 40 minutes late, which means all of her appointments are going to be later if she doesn't get to it.
That's not your problem.
You know what I mean?
That's not your problem.
I know it's not. And my point is because it was a friend of mine and all this stuff, it's like I gave her more credit than I should have.
Yeah.
I was like, we're friends, and I'll never fucking go to her again. I'm not even friends with her anymore.
I think I should be your tattoo consultant, Joe. I think you should run past all the tattoos that you're going to get, and I'll help you out.
Yeah, you got to have like a real clear design. Next time, before you get another tattoo, you need to get the design approved by multiple people because you are a poor decision maker in that chair.
Just with this one, I stand by the other two. I like the other two. This one,
they're very basic. You could have done a lot more with them.
I think this. You know what I actually kind of want to do around this one is when this was healing, or it still is healing. But when I first got it, it was kind of bruised up a bit, and there was like this weird, like red, like sort of bruising, like smudge around it. And I thought like it actually would look cool if there was like this sort of like red sort of like shading around it and stuff. You know what I mean?
I feel like that. I feel like that tattoo, the circle with the cross across
it. Not that, but something along, like not that kind of thing. Not like a star.
The circle with the cross across it looks like
something
that you have on a sleeve that was like your first tattoo when you were a kid, and now you have a whole bunch of cool shit around it.
Yeah. And it's
then
so dark,
okay.
It's like, what do you do with it? You just got to sort of live with it.
Just sit it there. Like, yeah, it's the first thing I got. I was 18.
But I
was drunk.
I know
it was a dare. We were at, Daytona Beach,
like
spring break.
There should be a really good story with that tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think needs to go around this one?
There's not much you can do. It's just black. Like you could have done just an outline and then done some gray shading inside it to kind of just make it so bold.
You know what you do? You add another line. X-Men. Wolverine movie is out this summer. Now you're topical.
No.
What do you think?
I don't like that.
Yeah. Make it an X-Men logo.
No, I don't.
Do you like the location of it?
I mean,
is that a good location?
Shouldn't it have been a little higher on the shoulder or something, maybe?
I mean, I probably wanted it so when he has a T-shirt on, it sticks out from the bottom of the T-shirt.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to see it. I don't kind of see the point of getting it where you can't see it.
Well, you can see it.
I don't take my shirt off ever.
I guess nobody. Mike in Indiana, what's up?
Oh, shit.
Hey, guys. When can we see the tattoo online? Because it's kind of silly you guys talking about something nobody can see.
All right, Troy, can you take a photo and text it to me?
Yeah.
Take a photo of the kitten tattoo. All right, I'm going to put it up on Twitter, and Troy will put it up, too.
Also, Joe, do you also realize that there was only one Ultimate Warrior, you idiot?
He's right, Joe.
Do you realize I don't give a shit?
There was one Ultimate Warrior.
I want to say this before the tattoo goes online, the picture goes online. The artist is tremendous. I asked for this. Yeah. He was very accommodating.
On that one, I don't blame the artist. I fully blame you.
He didn't have a lot to work with here.
Yeah,
so I don't want anybody to think we're trashing the artist.
Are you back with your girl?
Me? No. No, but you know what? We do talk and we have interaction now because of the show that day. I actually went home and called her and apologized. I was like, of all the places that would make me feel like I was being a dick, I was like, I was on Opie and Anthony today, and I kind of feel like I was unfair to you with certain things, and we made up. And
she didn't want to go back out though.
Well, I don't know. No, I didn't try. I didn't.
Really insensitive question.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a good question.
We didn't. It wasn't like that kind of thing. It was just kind of like let's talk and one of those. Thank you for asking.
Jack in Colorado.
And this tattoo stands for my agnostic beliefs in the microcosm. Oh, Joe, will you ever win?
You're the Charlie Brown of tattoos. That tattoo artist just keeps moving that football, but you're going to keep swinging.
Oh, Jesus.
Eric in Florida.
Hey, Joe, the KKITN, is that tattoo you don't like?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
he really fucked it up.
Fix it.
Yeah, is it just black text?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but there's a rectangle around it, and then one side of the rectangle is way too bold.
All right, there's these two guys. I was watching TV on this show. These two guys made this invention because normally you have to get tattoo removed, you have to laser it off or sand it off or something. But these guys made this invention. You can find it on the internet. It's got a 50-watt light bulb in it, and it absorbs, it shoots down and breaks the pigmentation up. And in 3 minutes, it'll start breaking that black in half until it's gone. So you could try to look for that and remove it easily, or you could just keep getting shit on.
Are you being serious right now, or are you joking?
Being serious. This show called Shark Tank, where these schmucks go on TV
Love that
and try
show.
to get investment. Yeah, they try to get investments from these billionaires, and they brought this tattoo invention they made. It's like a 50-watt light bulb, and it breaks it's all, the light's all shot in this one little pin center. And you point that on the black spot where you want to remove, and it breaks up the pigmentation in the skin and clears it out.
Does it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt at all.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound... By the way, go to Not Sam on Twitter. Did you put it up?
No.
Okay, Not Sam on Twitter.
Here it is.
To see a photo of Joe DeRosa's
and I have a buddy who does tattoo removal, Go Tattoo Removal. And if you go to their website, you can see he does amazing work.
Scott in Rochester.
Joe, you're overthinking it, dude. Here's what you do. You enlist in the Army. You get deployed to Afghanistan. Lose your arms in an IED explosion. Problem solved.
There you go, Joe. Jesus. Ben in New Jersey.
Yeah, I think Joe might want to get himself a handgun and try to tattoo his forehead.
That seems insensitive.
It's slow!
That's a very good call. Thanks, buddy.
Does anybody at all have anything like helpful?
You fucked up, Joe.
I don't mean, but I don't.
Thing. You fucked
I don't
up.
mean that in a shitty way.
I've
like,
been trying to help
really,
you out the whole time.
I know.
But you're
Troy,
not.
relax today.
He's not listening to you.
No,
Troy.
he's not. He's like, does anybody have anything helpful to say? What do you think I've been trying to do?
I want to hear some suggestions. I'm really asking.
Here's what you do, Joe.
Here's what you can do. Here's your suggestions. Either you get a skin graft, okay, where you have the piece of skin removed, you have the tattoo removed via laser. Or you cover it up, or you just own it and you just deal with it. Those are your options.
Joe is like a girl because he doesn't actually want the solutions to the problems. He just wants to be able to talk about it forever.
He wants to finish out the after show talking about his tattoo.
No, he wants somebody to tell him somehow that it's okay in a convincing way.
Right, but it's not okay.
No.
It's a big mistake.
But
stop it.
It is.
Fine.
And what you got to do is either cover it up with some design.
I get
Add
that.
some accents to it.
I keep asking, what design could you cover this with?
Go to an artist.
Anything.
Well, you know,
literally anything.
There's a reason we put the picture online is because I thought people would be like, "Oh, here's what you could do with it."
Well, I just put it online.
I told you I'll introduce you to my tattoo artist. He's amazing. He'll figure out something great to do with it.
I am looking at this, but you know,
and if you're on Instagram, check him out. His name is Justin Weatherholtz. He's at Kings Avenue Tattoos.
There was another option that you didn't mention. It's this light bulb tattoo removal thing that apparently works, according to the reviews at least. Find the new tattoo removal device. I don't know.
Jim in Syracuse.
I wanted to congratulate Dangerous Joe on his first funny line ever on the O&A show. He said, if there's two things I know, it's tattoos and wrestling.
There it is. There it is.
And that wasn't even that funny.
You didn't think so? He's joking with you, Joe.
What am I still here for right now?
Just for suggestions.
We were all
is it to
wondering
the
the same thing.
Is it to the point where now that just callers are going to trash me too?
Hopefully,
I was here for that. Is that
I mean,
is that
Joe,
all I'm here
look
for?
at the phones. They're lighting up.
They're lighting up.
If we could clear all the phone banks just to make sure every caller is just insulting Joe in some way.
Well, we only got a couple minutes left. I mean, I don't know. I could mention that the reason we were talking about Ultimate Warrior earlier is because Roland and me went down and I interviewed him yesterday because he's in this new WWE video game. It's up on YouTube if you search Sam Roberts Ultimate Warrior.
WWE 2K14.
Yeah, that's what it's called. WWE 2K14.
Well, this is coming out to October 29th.
It comes out October.
I have the other one though, from before.
Right, so you buy the new one when it comes out.
Right.
There you go.
I got the one last year.
You got the one before?
From 2K13.
Oh,
I believe it was called WWE 13.
Right, this one we're talking about
is the next one.
2K14.
14.
Yes.
It.
And it's if you pre-order, it's got the Ultimate Warrior. But the problem was, this is what a dick Roland was. That we go down there. We didn't know the Warrior was going to be there, but I invited Eric to go with me to this press conference.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, I can't go. I got stuff going on."
Right.
So we get down there, and the Warrior's there, and I do this interview with him, And then Roland says, "Oh, would you take a picture with Sam too?" I go, "Oh, that'd be great." And so he takes a photo, and then Roland, without any provocation, says, "Oh, and can I please jump in for one too? I'm a huge fan." And he couldn't be less of an Ultimate Warrior fan.
Are you a huge fan?
I didn't know who the fuck that guy was.
The first thing he does, sends old E-Rock a text, "Hey, look what you missed." It's a picture of Roland and the Warrior.
You didn't care if you met him?
No, I set it up for Sam because he wanted to interview him, but I was excited for the sandwiches that were there provided for me.
Did that hurt you, Eric?
No, because that's not how he phrased it at all.
How did he phrase it?
He phrased it along the lines of like, "Yeah, the interview went good." I said, "Was he crazy? I heard he's difficult." No, it went good.
Yeah, but that was the whole conversation.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Look, we got photos," and sent me the photo. So there was nothing malicious about it.
Yes, it was malicious. The whole fact that the photo exists is malicious.
All right, if you say so.
You know, okay, Jesus. Eric is a glutton for punishment.
Don't act like you got a heart, Sam. Don't act like you're somehow calling out this terrible thing Roland did, and you see the harm in it, and you're on Eric's side.
Don't get butthurt because you got a bad text.
I am not butthurt. I'm just saying, don't try to act like a nice guy right now.
You're a little butthurt that you came on the show and you're coming to the realization that you fucked up your arm forever.
Yeah, and Sam and I made a big celebrity too.
And then what's it?
Who?
The guy who played the Hulk.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo was on the subway with us.
You met Mark Ruffalo on the subway?
We didn't meet him, but he was on the train with us.
I love Mark Ruffalo.
Well, as he's getting off, he's still in the car, and Roland goes, "Dr. Banner!"
What'd he do?
He just cringed and then walked off. It was the worst shout out a person could make.
Mark Ruffalo is like some guy that looks like the out of shape Hulk just yelled Dr. Banner at me.
E-Rock, you weren't mad that Roland.
Well, at least I could lose weight. You can never get rid of your tattoo.
Why can't damn!
Cover your arms.
E-Rock, you weren't mad that Roland decided to take a picture?
No, not really.
I'll take a picture of a retard.
You offered me the chance.
Why
did you?
Taking shots at DeRosa again.
Roland got some venom.
We got to go because we're behind on breaks today, unfortunately. But, Joe DeRosa, where are you going to be?
Gotham Comedy Club this Friday and Saturday night.
And make sure to go to Not Sam on Twitter. You can see the Joe DeRosa tattoo and send some suggestions to Joe DeRosa Comedy on Twitter.
Actually, please don't.
Serious suggestions only.
Send your comments.
Please don't.
Watch Suits.
I'm not going to read my mentions.
I'm DJing at 675 Bar in New York City tomorrow, and then Friday I'm at Los Feliz DJing.
And fuck it, Norton's going to be at the Gathering.
Yeah, and we're doing Montreal next week. I'm looking forward to that.
Montreal next week.
Tonight, Suits, USA, 10
All right,
o'clock.
with Suits.
You like that
tonight.
show?
I love it.
And and watch my interview with the Ultimate Warrior on YouTube. It's
and
fucking
send
awesome.
all your requests to Joe DeRosa.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Ron and Fez are next. Goodbye, everybody.
The Opie and Anthony show is now over. For real this time. Check out the O&A show on Facebook at facebook.com/Opie and Anthony. And catch Opie and Anthony live Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. Ron and Fez are next.
Hey!